How we doing, chat? Welcome in. Oh my gosh, the first streamer today, definitely. How you doing, chat? Welcome in. Dude, I hope NA is as good as EU, man. Oh my god, I hope NA is as good as EU. I think it should be. I think it should be good. What's up, Chad? How you doing? I'm hoping EU is as good as NA. Oh, we'll leave some of there for a little bit. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go, man. See how we go. Once games start, obviously, chat, spoilers and all that. Oh, I gotta turn this text off as well. Welcome in, chat. EU was a banger this morning, man. If you guys missed EU, you missed a banger. I'll make a video on it tonight, but you missed a banger. That was a good-ass tourney. And I'm thinking NA should deliver. I feel like NA should deliver as well. I'm thinking NA should deliver. See if P and Poyo do as well. See Rax LFD? I mean, yeah, that's... I didn't see it, but I'm genuinely not surprised. I saw that for sure. I wonder if Wox and Vanya... I'll put that down, Rax LFD. I wonder if... Have Wox and Vanya said anything yet? No way Wox and Vanya don't split either. We'll see, man. We'll see. It was good, Nolan. I liked it a lot, bro. It was good. But yeah, we can see whether Pete and Poyo actually can hold up in finals. Because, man, they were looking very good in eval opens. But opens versus finals, big difference. Think you take out? Think you Ecam? Rax and Savage? I mean, maybe. I guess Rax might just not want to play with Savage. I'm not sure. What's up, Twiz? Rax just might not want to play with Savage. So we'll see.
Div Cup, we ready for this Div Cup?
It's looking good. And we got Jacob locked in, chat. So we got some Carsten. Carsten this morning with Lemon's Fun. Yeah, I did. Because I did a sponsor stream and then I needed to eat anyway, Twiz. I didn't have any food in the house, so I had to go cook. So I was like, instead of me just AFKing for 20 minutes, might as well just end and go live again. Let's everyone know I'm back on Fortnite anyway. Wox and Vanya were playing scrims after, really? So Wox and Vanya are like fully locked in. Is Raz back with P? Poyo? He is. Well, Raz like never left. It's just, when I say like Raz is back, it's not because Raz was like, yo, I'm not working with P and Poyo. I think Raz just took a break like the pros did. I think he was like, yo, I just don't want to like, you know what I mean? Like, what was there to coach? Like, I don't think Raz was going to get on and coach victory cups over Christmas, you know? So, yeah. I have no idea what we're talking about, Future. Think you Ecam? Think you take out? Think you Age? Think you Sneaky? Thanks for sub chat. Appreciate y'all. If I was Rax, I would want to play with Pradaj. But Pradaj never dropping Gonzo. Yeah, Gonzo's looking good with Pradaj right now, man. Is that Scroll playing with Pix? That is. Yeah, this is. This is Pix and Scroll. Which is kind of an interesting duo. I'm not really sure how this happened, but Sky couldn't play, so Scroll picked up Pix and Quald. But yeah, we got some big fights today, chat. We got some big spawn fights. The biggest one, Curb Craze versus Acorn Bolts. First time we've seen this. This is both of them trying to claim labs as well, which should be interesting. Both teams trying to claim labs now, so that does mean Acorn and Bolts gave up Uncon Mountain split to P to then be conned on labs. It's kind of brutal, but we'll see. We got Josh and Yomzo conned by Dash and Cam again. We got triple conned next to Sandy. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Jado, my Simple Let It Go versus Jace versus Liam. That's going to be very messy. We got Velo versus Kodak versus Clays. Another triple con split. Then we got Mopey versus iDrop, Castle versus Listen, and Prism versus Jez and Jerem. I mean, Ages is just a green square in a sea of red, which is a very good sign. That's kind of good. I feel like that's the spot you want to be in, honestly. Good third-party potential. Depending on how Age and Richie play it, I think they could do really well today. Then we have Visual and Braids, Uncon on their split. We got Cold and Veno, Uncon, North, Battlewood. I'm glad they went back. I don't know why this team was so quick to give this up and go labs. I feel like it's genuinely better. We got Muzz and Sphinx, Uncon, Noxy Mason, Uncon, Golden Ozone, Virgo Harvey, Shadow G Money, Rapid Kanata, CLIX Higgs, obviously, Pete and Poyo. We got two EU teams going at it up here, which is Queasy versus Damus. So I don't know if Pete's going to go super aggro onto CLIX over at Wonky, but I feel like even if they don't, this is going to create some engagements for sure. This is definitely going to get some fights going. Because CLIX might push that, Pete might push that, Pete might push, then CLIX pushes, etc. Like, this would be good. This would be good. Reem Booga Uncon. Let's go. Booga on 0 ping 2. The Lion is finally back in the den. Taki Verta got half clawsy. Bucky conned by Scarebear again. But no W plays at least. No W plays. So at least it's only one team conning. Then we got Cooper Curly Uncon on their split. Age Richie at Sandy. It's going to be a good-ass finals, bro. My top 5, I actually don't know. I think CLIX and Higgs, not in any order, but CLIX and Higgs, Rapid, Kanata. I think Cooper Curly been looking real good. P Poyo. And then do I want to believe the 0 ping buff is enough for Reap Booga top 5? Probably not. So at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think no. Yeah, I think I'll go a P Poyo, CLIX Higgs, Ages Richie, Cole Veno, and then Rapid Kanata. I think that's my top 5 probably. We'll see how we go. I do think Pete is going to look pretty good today. I was watching their opens games. Man, they had a way better strat. So again, well, not in order. We'll just do not in order. It's just too hard to pick an order, man. We'll do not an order. We got Rapid Nada, Cold Veno. I think Veno will play better this week too. I'm not sure what happened last week. Who else did I say? Cooper Curly. Did I figure someone? No, that's right. Yeah, sweet. Virgo Harvey? Virgo and Harvey been looking real good. Top 5, I don't know though. Don't know. This will all be insanely stacked. It's good. 11 EU teams makes it a little bit strange, but they're good EU teams. Oh, no Age is Richie. Oh, I had Age Richie, not Cooper Curly. Wait. Do I think Cooper Curly have a better chance than any of these 5 teams, though? Cooper Curly, I'm liking a lot. They're looking real good. Mally Pans, you think Mally Pans are top 5? Nah, I think that's better. I think Cooper Curly are looking real good, but I'll leave Cooper Curly off the list. I would not be surprised if Cooper Curly top 5, though. They're looking good, man. Looking good. This lobby is very stacked, though. Yeah, this lobby's looking good. This lobby's fun, for sure. I think CLIX will top 5 because Pete will fight or tag him all game. I mean, Pete will try and tag him. Whether they actually fight or not will be interesting. I don't know, though. Whether they actually fight will be interesting. This is the most stacked I've seen in a while. It's good because even the EU teams are in here are good EU teams. So we'll see. Like Dexy and Twice here. We had Malabuka and Panzer. We had Eyedrop and Marius. Prism and Casper. There's so many EU teams, bro. There's so many EU teams. Acorn and Bolt switch PYs. They did. They left the mountain to go labs and then Curve and Craze. It was a bit of a weird situation. So Pete took mountain, which forced Acorn to go labs. But then Cold wanted to go labs. So then Curve and Craze went from Riptides to go Cold Veno's drop. Now Cold and Veno have gone back. It's forced Curve and Craze to drop on Acorn and Bolts.
Disappointed than to never know and always wonder.
Yo, Rivet, thanks for the 48, bro. Appreciate the 4 years, man. Think CLIX and Higgs should be in higher? I think you should read. I think if you read, it'll make more sense, bro.
Yo, who do you think's winning now?
Think with the 500 biddies? Thank you, dude. Yes. He's winning NA? Probably say Rapid Canada, I think, is a pick to win it. Back to back, I think they'll avoid a lot of the drama that's going to kind of like cause issues for the other teams. Because Pete and CLIX is hard to predict right now because it depends on how like weird Pete wants to play, basically. Like, if Pete starts griefing CLIX, it griefs both of them, you know? So it's kind of hard to know. Colveno split? No, Colveno's still together. Why not Conreed and Booga? Latte's pretty shit to be con. Like, Booga and Reed are also solid, but it's just like, Latte sucks being con, bro. Latte is awful. Yo, King Shan, thanks for the YouTube membership for three months. Thank you, dude. Sorry I missed that, man. Thanks, homie. I was very focused on my predictions. No Josh and Zoe. Well, they're conned. Josh and Zoe versus Dash and Cam. And Josh and Zoe didn't do that insanely well last week, even while uncon. I was a bit disappointed in that, so we'll see. Pete will grief CLIX? We'll see. Maybe. Pete might grief CLIX. We'll see. I don't know whether Aids and Richie stay uncon, though. I feel like someone will try and drop on half Sandy. I feel like Sandy's just... It's too big of a POI that's too easily split. I feel like someone's going to want to drop on it just because of like... If you're struggling on some shitty other split, Sandy just makes sense to fight over, you know? How'd the 11 casting go? Good, man. He was fun this morning, bro. He was very fun. Yeah, it was good. Hey, what's up, Repairs? Good shit this morning, bro. You played well. Hey, I feel like me and Jacob hold it down, though. I do love, like, 11's casting, but I feel like Jacob kills it. I take more of a backseat when I'm casting with Jacob versus Levin. Levin, I do more of the play-by-play casting, and then with Jacob, I do more of the color casting. Levin's great, though. What is your top 5 EWC finals? I mean, did I talk about that last night? I did. If you watched last night's YouTube video, bro, I got that in there, man. Jacob's too professional? True. That's right, I'll do some smack talk. Yo, that shitty-ass repairs guy, no way we let him talk. It was good, Opie. I enjoyed it a lot, yeah. Marathon was good, man. Malibu and Vic is the last 2-game GOATs. They are, man. 2 weeks in a row winning the last 2 games back-to-back is insane. That is actually insane. Peel some gremlin shit today. I mean, Raz being back with him, maybe he's going to help him be on less gremlin shit. You know what I mean? Like, maybe. Like, maybe Raz is going to want to keep him a bit more locked in. You know what's actually funny, bro? I swear every time I hear in the calls, I swear it's actually like Poyo who's on the gremlin shit too. I used to feel like it was Pete and Poyo was just going along with it, but I actually feel like Poyo loves this shit now. Maybe Pete's infected him. I don't know what that means, Milo. Like right now or just like in general, man? No ages to win it, bro. You really got to read, man. My God. I'm taking away the numbers because this is that hard, apparently. I don't care, Matrix. Wouldn't Curve do better calling Riptides than Labs? I mean, you got to imagine Noxy Mason's easier than Acorn Bolts, I guess. And I mean, the loot is like quite comparable. Honestly, I kind of would rather Riptides than Labs, to be fair. But I guess we'll see, man. They kind of have to stick to it maybe now. I'm not sure. Why is Oliver not conned? Yo, chill. What do you mean? Because it's the big motherfucking OG, bro. He's crazy.
I lost the last.
You want to con OG? All right, let's do a full NA load. Let's do NA. Let's do this. What job you watching off spawn? All of them, bro. CLIX being con by Pete? No, but yes. He doesn't get con by Pete, but he often gets dropped on by Pete. So we'll see how we go, man. We'll see how we go. He's kingling on Booga's team, is he?
Yeah, they're all one. They're all one. Go, go, go.
Go, we actually need to.
How's Booga been looking on 0p, Chaz? Has he been moving? He been looking crazy?
Double pickaxe.
Has Booga been moving?
I'm breaking. I can't, man. Yeah, edit window.
Dead.
No, my roof. Fucking no.
In the rail.
I'm doing replays anyway, bro. The title's casting, man.
All good, all good. Hey.
Wow, they're actually one, man. That's so good work.
Bro, box fights is just so boring, though, no?
No, just play the same, King. I know you're in your head and everything.
CLIX been
but
moving in
come
this
on,
toke,
bro.
has he? I just can't stand box fights.
70.
It's just the same thing over and over again. I guess the comms kind of make it funny, but it's just the same thing just over and over again.
Things low ground.
I guess you could say Zone Wars is the same a little bit, but I don't know.
Claim low, by the way.
I like the skill expression in Zone Wars so much more than box fights.
I just want to
just
be
sitting
even.
on floors
I
right
don't
now.
want to lock on them anymore. I just want to get out of here, be even, bro. Fuck this toad.
It's been so many box fight tokes? No, I know. I think it's because it's just better for like trying to compete. Like it's just better as a skill expression for if you're a competitive player, you know?
He's just spraying my fucking feet, bro. I'm getting too.
Yeah, I know,
You gotta fight back, AJ.
I'm trying. He's
I can't. 50 on
Yeah,
me.
CLIX taking his time to go live today. He might just be going live right for the tournament now.
Bro, I can't even fight.
Yeah, I know. I really can't fight this guy either. He's just sitting behind already on floor.
And he's been getting on the reels recently?
I'm
Really? I haven't seen any NA players playing reels. Which NA pros have been playing reels?
We gotta do some AJ. They're both low.
Full box, right? 100?
Spam. Nice.
Booga's
Finish
180.
him. Finish
Yeah,
him.
hit King 50.
It's basically a 2v3, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my
You're all
God,
alone,
I'm
so
scared.
Lurking, spawn.
Dude, like, thought he was below us.
Kind of nice. The CLIX's still super close to the tokens a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's just content, bro. There's not much to do really outside of that, and it keeps you kind of primed up playing a lot at least. It's more fun to play than like doing ranked or something, you know?
Vito's lurking, spawn.
No, not really those days. Charlotte's at her nanny and Poppy's today.
That's what he said. Right above you, King. Right above you.
You're in.
Yeah, but those are like handicap ones, Soups. I wouldn't say that's NA playing tokens. That's just when it's handicaps.
This is bottom right, 30 HP.
Oh, but I guess maybe. I wonder why they get more into reels then, though. I'd prefer... My ranking is definitely Zone Wars the best. Reels, then box fights. I hate box fights the most.
CLIX is lurking on that wall right there.
I don't care, Motion.
Low. 60 on him. 60 on Adrian.
Adrian's at 106 now. Vito's
68. 68 cracked Aders.
You like reels more than Zone Wars?
30 and 190.
I'm sure he did, Cry. I'm sure he did.
Vito.
Someone crouching behind.
Off spawns are decent. Off spawns are good if the storyline's there and it's actually teams that are going to be playing off spawn.
70.
You know?
70,
That's good.
30.
Off spawns are the best when they're actually like when they matter. If it's just two random people dropping in a POI, or like one of them knows the POI and one doesn't. I mean, it's kind of fun. Depends on the POI though, honestly. You know, the OC, not at all, man. Like, we've literally watched King just like walking through walls right now and just pumping walls for the last like minute. Like, there's no way people enjoy watching this. I think it's just the comms. I think it's honestly people just want any comms and like personality from the players.
I think one of you guys
How lows Vino? AP.
Vino's one on the dot. 130.
Like literally, like what have we watched for the last 2 minutes here? Watch CLIX instead. Let's see what CLIX is doing. Going crazy as shit.
That one now.
Intense as fuck.
35
Oh my
Bugatti,
god.
51 crazy.
Oh, playing box fights versus watching them, definitely. I'm talking about watching them. Like, dude, we've like... Have we seen anything happen in 3 minutes?
Oh yeah, I'm about to. Mid.
King is just claiming low ground. He's
Fuck, man.
with 85.
Let's go, boys. Y'all are fucking crazy.
Come on, boys. That's
Let's
what I'm
go.
talking about, boys.
Guys are fucking different, man.
Sorry, crouch all the time. I mean, that zonies is just where it's at for me. But I know I fully understand why the pros want to play box fights because it's just better. It's better skill to practice for competitive players. Restocked like 300. I don't think the amount makes any more exciting for me though. I'm gonna be honest. If the player cares more about the amount of money, I guess that makes it more exciting. But I don't know why people are like, bro, this tote for 1,000. It makes them more hyped because like it's not your money.
I agree. King, you want to run him?
As long as the pro's trying, I don't care.
Ready?
I'm just dead,
Take it
bro.
over.
If anything, when it's for more money, they bitch harder and they're like, the vibes are way shittier.
Not gonna lie, boys.
Boys looking rough.
Okay.
We're gonna like
Make a power play. Yeah, I know. Give me a second. Let me reload. I can give you fish, Grace. You want Grace?
Yeah.
But I say the same thing about competitive prize pools too. Some people are like, bro, the prize pool used to be 100k, now it's 60, and they're like, boring. I'm like, but it doesn't change anything for you. As long as the pros care, that's all that matters. Like, oh.
Hey, damn, Vito.
I got one point.
Dead.
Get my loot. Fuck.
I remember one time there was like a land and was like, bro, what is this Mickey Mouse land? First only makes 100k each. And I'm like what? Like, does that really make the content worse for you?
He's 6 HP. 6 HP.
On which, on which.
Great.
Come back, 20. We play Rise.
Not funny dying at Booga. There's money.
They have a
money
body
on the
too.
line,
They
bro.
have a body too.
Alright, kill yourself. How about that?
They haven't started resin yet.
In game.
20.
80
I
HP.
got the wall.
I'm one off the road.
Running.
He's 80. The other one's 30. Nice. 80 HP.
Oh, you're well.
You can play me if you want.
It's Bugatti Siphon.
He's resin right now.
Clicks the
He's
solid clutch.
more reses.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be intense. Let's go. Intense box fights.
He's resin all the way in the back. He's 24 HP. 24.
Too many,
Starting res again. He's like 3/4 way. He canceled it. Oh, okay.
Fucking. Like, how's that not a fucking kill, dude? I think it's smarter if we fucking. I take a 1.
You've just compared it to the World Cup, bro. What do you...
And 20 had mini speed. 20 had mini speed.
Keanu Reeves. Yes, you are correct, bro. The World Cup was only exciting because of Booga making 3 million. That's definitely what I was just saying. Keanu Reeves. Drummer's final say I showed it before, man. So is this not count now?
What's wrong with this guy?
Big milestone. Thanks for the years of entertainment,
Hey,
Mr.
Sam,
Antics.
with the 2 on 48. Thank you,
You are
dude.
exceptional at what you do.
Thanks, man.
Aussie your heart.
Thanks, dude. This is the drop mat right now, chat. That's my prediction for top 5. Not in order. Just the 5 teams I think will do well. But a P and Poyo on CLIX and Higgs, I'm a bit scared on predicting because it depends on what P wants to do. But I think Cold and Venom should be able to do it. I think Rapid Kanata and maybe AIDS Richie are probably the safest bets right now. AIDS Richie, I think there's a chance they get conned. I think someone will try to take some of this loot. I don't know if they'll just get it to themselves. But I think Rapid Kanata are a good safe bet too. I think Don's the prime for 10. Actually, let me get a... Wait, we got 20 minutes. All right, let me get some predictions going for channel points as well, though. All right. Who places highest this game? Now, you guys did miss a banger this morning. The game 6 of EU this morning was... Oh, it was a hype one. I'll talk about it in tonight's video, but if you guys missed it, you missed a good one. Maybe worth going back in the VOD and watching. All right, CLIX Higgs, PETERBOT Poyo. Let's do Cooper Curly. Cold Veno. Rapid Nada. Do I want to do Acorn on that? I mean, but the prediction usually ends by the time we go into the next game anyway, but if they insta-fight, We'll do Reed Booger. Now let's do Acorn Bolts. Let's do Acorn Bolts at least. It's a tough one. It'll be good odds if they win and then go on to do well. Maybe Muzz Sphinx. Aegis Ritual. And then what's my last team? Virgo Harvey, maybe? Taki Ver, Visual Braids. Yomzo, but Yomzo's cons. I'll go Virgo Harvey. I'll put an underrated one on there. See who's jumping on the Virgo Harvey hype train like I am. All right. You got 20 minutes, chat. 20 minutes.
W13 months.
And yes, we will be joined by Mr. Jacob today. We're going to be in replays casting all of it, chat. So we won't really be watching streams that much because I think streams are going to probably be a little bit not great. I think streams will be a little bit iffy today anyway, so. Based on the fact that 2 people alive. There's OG, oh my god. WOG. Moving tomorrow? Where's OG moving? Is OG moving to the dig house? I saw Kanata re-signed. W Kanata. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Dons. Thank you, Spirit. Sam. Apollo. Josh. Chemical. He's subsat. Appreciate y'all. It's good to see Burger doing well on the Shadow. It is good to see. It is good to see. Streams like the last few cups. I mean, I would imagine from your guys' point of view, like, it takes me a lot more effort, but if I was a viewer, I would much rather just watch someone cast in replay, especially if they're going to cast it properly.
Love you, Aussie. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it, dude. Who's even living in the dig house? I think it's Kanata and Cooper right now. I think Kanata, Cooper, 50, and then I don't know if any of, like, the dig staff guys are in there. Replays way, but yeah, especially with only 5-minute delay now, because, like, CLIX is going to have, like, a 3 to 5 minute delay on anyway, so it's like... Oh, Acorn's there too. Oh, cool. Acorn's there paying the rent? Because he's not yet. True. 50 moved out. Wait, 50 doesn't live in the dig house? I wonder how that even goes. I wonder if that makes it worse or better. Zen's live? Yeah, Zen and Bucky probably just went live. They pop you. Oh, no, I didn't have Zen. I only have Bucky's POV. There we go. We can watch them for the off spawn, though. That as well. That too, Azzy. That's too. He's still there. I'm pretty sure Acorn was complaining about how 50's always screaming. Nice. Bucky said he isn't going live today. Okay, so it's just Zen. Interesting that Zen's going live, but Bucky isn't. I always find it interesting that happens. I've talked about that before, but I feel like once your teammate's live, I mean, if you're someone who's Bucky who's streamed everything, like you've already had the pressure of extra eyes on you, I feel like once your teammate's streaming, you might as well just stream. I don't know. Kanata EWC? No, it's Kanata Curve for EWC, and it's Ark and Victor V on West. I thought he was already at 1 million earns in.
For this comp
I could have. Thomas
Hopefully the storylines is half as good as last year and we're in for a good one.
I thought Thomas hit 1 million. Oh no, Tayson was 1 million online earned. Wait, so Thomas officially hit 1 million earned online today from today's Div Cup win. W, what a goat. 1 million earned sitting on his ass in his bedroom is crazy. Like $1 million earned out of not including LAN events, just from your home setup is wild. Like no other esport can do that, bro. Thanks, Zano, the Prime. Thanks, dude. See, Stacks tweet about new duos. I mean, there's basically been no new duos, so I'm guessing it's just full impression farm, right, chat? Just gonna be a full impression farm, though. Ritual leaks, there are two new duos' eyes. 2 new duos, chat, apparently Cold Rapid and Nada Aegis. What? Why do you say apparently when one of them's his teammate? Why did he say apparently? It's literally his teammate. Like, what do you... What? Like, Aegis is his duo. What do we mean apparently? I mean, like, if that eventually happened, I wouldn't be surprised. But based on how they're playing, I don't know, man. It's just Richie impression farming, I think. Apparently. So yeah, we'll see how this Div Cup goes. Bro, only Fortnite pros would do that shit before an actual tournament as well. Why am I not surprised? The Acorn knock on Acorn qualified. He's conning Curve and Craze at his new job Labs. CLIX not streaming. I don't know why CLIX hasn't been live, bro. Not sure what happened there. Doesn't Aegis not like Kanata? I don't really know. I mean, they won an FNCS together. Do you think Acorn fights off spawn? I think they'll probably try, yeah. Splitting Labs is not that great. Going from having Uncon Mountain to splitting Labs would be brutal. Got Cooper winning game 1. Bro, Cooper and Curly have been looking really good. Really good. Am I tweaking or did Pete and Poyo not qual? Chat, you use your eyeballs. Pete and Poyo now up here. So Pete and Poyo now have Uncon Mountain. Acorn Bolts versus Curve and Craze at Labs. CLIX and Higgs going wonky. Colin Veno still their usual drop. Rapid Canada their usual drop. Age Ritual their usual drop. Oh, really, Selvey? Okay. To be fair, I think Canada wants to, yo, what's up, Sky? How do I always miss your messages, bro? I think, Canada wants to frag right now anyway, so I don't think he'd want to IGL ages. How does the Call of Duty Launch fight go with 2 teams instead of 3? It's a quick fight, and then at least one of them go on to win. Nah, you're a good pop. He's up here now, man. One Acorn Bolts, Connie Pete. Anymore Acorn Bolts were never going to con Pete, bro. As soon as Pete said he wanted Mountain, Acorn always planned to just switch. The only problem is now he's getting conned by Curve and Craze because he didn't claim it quick enough. Clicks on live now. Noise took his time. When are the reload tourneys versus normal? You can go on Fortnite track and check the schedule if you want, bro. But we have DIV finals today, and then we have Elite finals tomorrow. Elite finals tomorrow is going to be a 6 stream. I just voted Acorn without realizing he's conned. Conned at a brand new drop, so we'll see. That's why I don't have Acorn and Bolts predicted. It's not just them being conned, it's conned at a brand new drop. And mid-map is a totally different playstyle to edge map right now. So I don't think Acorn and Bolts are going to do that well today. I would love to be wrong. I love that duo. It's 2 of my favorite people in the scene. But I don't think they're going to do well. We'll see. Reload over Battle Royale right now. Just so much action and good storyline. Yeah, I mean, there's just more on the line for Reload too. So much more fun to watch when land qual's on the line, you know? When's the next round of Reload stuff? Like the next full. So tomorrow is finals of Reload. The finals to see who goes land. And then the next actual Elite Series tournament, I think, is in May, I think. Do you think Pete and Poyo will cause a problem for CLIX and Higgs today? It really depends on how well Pete and Poyo are doing and how poorly CLIX and Higgs are doing. I think they'll fight around their POI at least a little bit. Just especially with this fight over here, they'll try and push over. But I think mostly it'll be I think they'll fight, but I don't think Pete's just gonna run at CLIX. He fresh max with the 32. I don't think Pete's just gonna run at CLIX like he has been though. I think Pete was looking really good in eval opens. I think he's finally figured out this meta a bit. I think Raz has got him whipped into shape. And I think there is a world where Pete and Poyo could win today, so we'll see. Their drop is so much better. This drop is just so much better than Labs. It's not even funny. Especially if they play it the way they played in opens. Like, taking early fights around the POI, getting early surge, sitting up on the mountain, and then late flying in. Like, it's such a good strategy, man. Zones were weird today, though. Did KXR post the zone stat? Let me check. The zones this morning on EU were, they were interesting. They were definitely interesting. KXR didn't post the zones. No. Damn. The zones were very north focused today. We'll say that much. There was a lot of zone bias to the north. So many zones north, Sky. Still a good trade for Acorn. If Acorn got this uncontested, honestly, uncontested Labs compared to fighting Pete and Poyo for the mountain definitely could have been nice. The fact that Curve and Craze have come in is a little bit unfortunate. So weird that a random mountain's best drop on the map. Well, the main thing is this area of the map is rumored to be changing next season, but it's also only good because of the mobility in the season right now. If we didn't have the wingsuit, that mountain is nowhere near as good. Still good, just not as good. It's because the mobility lets you just ramp up and fly into 5th and 6th zone. Like, that's the strength of this drop. The main strength of it, so... If it's so much better, why did Acorn leave? Because he doesn't want to compete, bro. Because it's Pete. Zone bias to Teeny and Shark. Hey, Folks and Thomas still want it. Labs in a 50-50, is it? It doesn't have to be, no. You can drop, one team can drop here and then go underneath, and then one team usually claims up here. Yeah, well, so Acorn did say he thinks Labs is better. I would question that. I don't agree with Acorn there, but Acorn is extremely smart, so he must know something I don't know. But I don't think it's better. Yeah, exactly, Aaron. Without the jetpack, I think the mountain is 1000% maybe a top 5 drop. I just think I think right now it's the second best or best drop next to Wonky Land. I think these are the 2 best drops. And I think if the jetpack's removed, this drop is still amazing, but I think the mountain loses a fair bit of value. You could always fly off the mountain too, though. You can always Fizzberry launchpad off the mountain. You don't have to use the glider. The glider just gives you so much more horizontal distance, so much quicker. You have Pete over CLIX. Oh my god. I'm making my coffee. I'm gonna need it today. I was gonna save it for game 3, but I'm gonna need it. Okay. There we go. The essence of life. My coffee. Scared for CLIX? We'll see how we go, man. It's a div cup. It's a div cup. I feel like...
Who do you think is going to win today? I hope
CLIX not refresh from
hope you and her family are doing okay.
That was weird that CLIX didn't refresh. I don't know. I think the more that CLIX wins these fights, though, the better it is for their long-term confidence. You know what I mean? Oh, really, Zays? That's unfortunate, man. Hey, coach, I have 1 coffee a day, and then on big days like this where I'm casting again, I have a second. I'm also going to the gym after this, so I'll burn the extra caffeine off. Yeah, maybe. I feel like, I don't know. I think Pete will be less inclined to grief CLIX today just for the sake of it. I think there's still a chance they fight because they're going to be trying to third party this fight, and Pete and Poyo need to get some damage around their POI. So I think Pete and Poyo will play aggressive, but I don't think they're just going to straight key CLIX like to try to grief him like they have been. I don't know. I could be wrong. It's very, very hard to predict Pete's behavior right now, but we've got a good chance of actually winning this tourney. It looks like we've got a good game plan going with our mid game, our surge development. We've got a way better off spawn. I would like to see Pete try and just lock in and win the tourney, but we'll see.
Preds for today?
I've got my top 5, but not in order over there. But it really does depend, man. You mystery with a prime for 8. Wyman on top 5. Ah, it's just too easy. Welcome in there, chat. We're going to have some good vibes today. I'll see if Mr. Jacob is free. I'll message him ready when you are, sir.
Who do you have winning UKTMR on EU?
Thank you, Jack, with the prime 2 on 12. EWC tomorrow in EU. I went through my press, didn't I? I think it was Vico and Mally and Chap and Flixie looked the best, right? Oh, yeah, or Shark and Teeny. No, so I didn't do Shark and Teeny. I didn't do Chino Pablo. Probably Shark and Teeny. Shark and Teeny, all of Dirty Docs on a hot streak right now is very hard to beat. We'll see. Thank you, Baker. But I think the 3 land spots are going to go to Vico, Mally, Chap and Flixie, and maybe Akira Kurama. Maybe. That was based on the drop map, but we'll see. They're not bad at all, Kara. They're not bad at all, bro. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how Acorn plays the new drop. I kind of want to see Acorn uncon to see how well he would do at labs uncontested. Oh, Mr. Jacobs free. Let's see. Did Mumsy say to qual? They did not. They did not, unfortunately, after doing so well in the first one. Hello?
What's up, brother?
Yo, what's up, dude? How we doing?
Doing good.
Very
Woke up
nice.
from a nap, so you know I got energy today.
Oh, you had a nap. Wait, are you a frequent napper, bro? I can't nap, man.
No.
Okay.
It just happened.
One of those
honestly.
natural naps. Those are the best ones. Then, if you're not a napper and you actually do manage to nap, it's just like new life. You know, it's just a new person.
Yeah, it does one or two things. It either kills me for the rest of the day,
Yup.
or
you feel good.
Like new life.
You rolled the dice and you feel good.
Yeah.
Nice. We got a pretty exciting finals on our hand. Have you done your predictions? Or am I going to put you on the spot again?
I did a little bit more thinking, but I
Ooh,
also,
okay.
you know how I think about predictions in general for the most
fair.
part.
Fair. Having some fun. But
we
Aussie
got.
from me, subbing to
I think in no order. I got
Nikoski?
Peter Pollo, even though I would put them likely to be first.
Okay.
I got Rapid Kanata.
Yep.
Can't slow down the hot streak.
Yep.
Ages
Yeah.
and Ritual, same
Yep.
thing. They've been on a hot streak.
Yep.
Holden Veno, they're
Yep.
back to their uncontested drop spot, and
Yep.
then CLIX and Higgs.
literally
But
my
I
exact
think
top 5.
one bad game for PETERBOT and Pollo, it's like I don't care, and then there goes them. And
Yes.
CLIX and Higgs.
Yeah. I did the same thing. Exactly. I was like, Pete and Pollo and CLIX and Higgs in my predictions rough because it's like, that's just how's Pete feeling. Like, did Pete feel up did he wake up griefy today, or did he wake up like he's gonna play normal? Like, it's kind of so hard. But my predictions are literally exactly the same. I have the exact same predictions.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see.
I also think.
How do you think it's gonna
Go
go?
ahead.
How do you think Acorn Bolt's curve craze gonna go? Do you have any thoughts?
I don't think it's gonna be like a smashing fight like that where
Okay.
they're just actually fighting. I think there's a good chance at least half the games both of them are alive.
You think they're gonna try and split it and make it out? Yeah, I'm just interested to see how Acorn and Bolt plays his mid game because it's just gonna have to be entirely different to how they've been playing. Like, they've been able to do the storm tank, fly off the mountain. Like, they could not have a more different playstyle or drop now. So I'm a bit worried. I also, my prediction, just a random one, I think Aids and Ritual might get landed on. I just cannot see this many splits being conned by this many teams. And even after a couple games, you're not thinking, like, let's just try and get, like, half of Sandy. Like, maybe we'll get the west side. They'll take the east. Maybe they'll leave us. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's the POI that looks like if you're having a bad 20, maybe you can just sneak in there and try and make something happen. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. No, I can agree with that. That drop, for some reason, Reet and Booga's drop.
Very
usually up
thin
there.
sockeye with
Somehow
butter.
CLIX always
Very
ends up
thin with
somebody
butter.
near him, and I think maybe one more
Hey,
team
Flux?
can float around like Battlewood between Golden, Ozone, and Yuz and Shark. And I don't even know who just left, dude. What the?
Literally, as I'm talking about it. Yeah, sometimes it just feels too good being this smart. You know, like, you think it'd be hard being this intelligent, chat,
Yeah,
but it's really
listening to
not.
you,
It
yep.
feels great.
Noah
It feels really
Northern.
good. Noah Northern.
like, you
Before
know
the
what?
tournament even starts. Like, you know what, mate? Aussie's actually, this is kind of smart. That makes sense. I feel bad because when I never want pros to think I'm the one, like, pushing for them to be conned. I know Age Richie, no, I wouldn't. I love those guys, but it's just all of Sandy. It's not even just how much loot it is. It's like the way the POI functions. It's one of those, like, tilted. It's like the big city POIs you never get to yourself because someone can always convince themselves, like, maybe we just take that 2 building. Maybe they give us this half. Like, it just feels more splittable, you know?
Yeah, and especially since that wide road across of it in a POI like that, to where
It naturally splits
it's almost
it.
built for
Yeah.
that side. Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
almost built for this side and that side versus some of the other drops. But I get what you mean. Like you said, tilted, mega
Yeah.
city, like
We had a bunch
another one.
We had
Cloud
Boney, but
Condos.
Boney was a little bad. Yeah, Condos was like that for sure as well. Yeah, I think this is any of the city POIs just feels so much more splittable. Are these guys live, chat? Now, we are going to be watching replays today, chat. The plan is not really to watch streams at all, but we might as well watch at the start because, you know, just for a bit of funsies. We do have at least 2 of these. No, OG's not conned, actually, I've just realized. I wouldn't say conned, but Oliver OG and Carillion. They said it couldn't be done. Oliver OG uncontested. For now.
For now.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
We wrote the same thing. For now.
They got 2 EU teams right above, bro.
Yeah.
That could change in a
Yeah,
second.
exactly. And I mean, I think it's going to create some fights with Pete, CLIX, and Hicks too. I think Pete's going to look at that. Maybe CLIX might look at it. I think even if Pete's not just running it down on CLIX, I think this is going to create some nice engagements up in this area of the map, most likely.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Even
Exactly.
like below,
Appreciate it, man.
Like above Canada, below Rangers team, it's like how are we triple conning that? Somebody's
conning
going
that,
somewhere.
triple conning that. Like it's just crazy. Double conning this, double conning that. Like Aids and Ritual were just the green square in the sea of red, but now they're con. But it's, I mean, yeah. So Pix and Scroll. Wait, so Noah W plays at Northern were conning Pix and Scroll. Now they're unconned.
Yep.
EU team on what is quite a good split. Wow. Interesting. Not even a real EU team either. An EU team that isn't actually a team. Now we do
I feel like it just drops like that. Like if you know you're going against the EU team, why don't you just play aggressive?
Yeah, and just like know you're gonna have the ping advantage. I guess it's because like if you drop here, they drop there, and then maybe it turns into a grief. I don't know. Noah and Northern probably have their reason. I think Noah and Northern, like, they're not scared of a fight. We've seen what they were willing to do over at Clausey. This is a good example of like when we talk about like why is Noah not leaving or why is Bucky not leaving? Like where do you go? You're then stuck in this now where it's like why are they conning Aids and Ritual? Like it's like where do they con though? So we'll see. I'm excited to see whether Bucky, Zen, Scarebear, and OSID, now there's only one team, goes a bit better for either of them. Because Scarebear and OSID, the 1 week being uncontested, coming third, has got to be so frustrating being conned every week. But we know how Bucky is. Like, Bucky's not leaving, and Bucky fans are seeing it as why is Scare and OSID not leaving. So I mean, I'm interested to see whether Zen and Bucky can actually win a couple of these today, chat. We'll see.
Now I want to see how it's going to play with like Peter on the mountain instead of like Acorn, who Acorn's going to go for shots, but he's not going to get aggressive.
Yeah.
Pete, on the other hand, if he cracks the shields, he can probably join the fight.
My man's getting active for sure. It should be good. I think because Pete and Poy, I don't know, did you watch the eval opens at all? It's eval, so like I'm guessing probably not.
No.
Yeah.
I usually skip the opens and watch the finals, but then finals didn't even happen.
Just didn't work. It opens, they looked
I was right
good.
there about to get on too,
going back
and then it just didn't work. I was like, thank God.
Yeah, would have gone live and then just been like awkward. Oh well, I'm out.
What do we do now? Play reload.
Yeah, well, they played extremely well. It was like they got like the 20 bombs, but it wasn't you just like brainlessly running at people and they just won more fights. They were like camping storm more, playing meds, late rotating, like. Raz's either Peter's finally started caring or Raz has whipped them into shade, but their play looked much better. So I'm excited to see whether they implement that today in finals because we know opens versus finals obviously a very different story. So we'll see.
And I like certain aspects of this because like whatever happens here, the Fortnite community will carry that straight into tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and the finals tomorrow. Now, do we get to? Are you streaming tomorrow?
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna be casting. I'm gonna casting the rest of the qualifiers.
Okay, amazing. I didn't know if that was like fully confirmed, whether we could share that. Nice. Okay, cool. So we got Levin tomorrow and we got Jacob tomorrow. Very nice. And some special guests, which Levin didn't share. Blake's already announced that he's an analysis for EWC going forward and stuff, but Levin said it's on an EU and he hasn't shared who.
He is? No way. I did not know that.
Yeah, really? Wow.
Oh my God. What a blessing, dude.
Chat, no POV stakes. I'm going to be in replays. We're going to watch this spawn fight. Replay starts in 2 minutes. Then we're going to jump in. But we have Bucky and Zen toe-to-toe with Scare and OSID. This fight has normally been a 3-way up until now. Who do you think wins, Jacob? Go.
I think
Zen?
right now Zen. I mean, he's got the gun.
Say,
Yeah. What a good pick,
Yeah, fair. Oh. Have you have a really good feeling? And 1 HP. Literally one, Bucky.
He needs a siphon, but he can't waste the shot on the siphon. Yeah.
Go!
Okay.
Get the fuck out!
1-0. Okay, 1-0.
Fuck out!
I do like.
I
love Zen's passion energy, bro. Zen's like, it's been so fun watching Zen because you can just tell he's enjoying comp. So like the pop off end games that he has the passion for it. And wait a second, Noah W Plays goes live midway through a fight, stuck in the stairwell. Do you know how depressing this has to be? Going live and you've lost the spawn fight. Your stream kicks in and it's you dying, and then 30 minutes now until next game.
The aura on that attempt, though, the aura would have been out of this world if he would actually start the stream, wins the fight.
Yeah, just instantly puts them down. Looks crazy. Yeah, that was interesting choice of Noah to go live there. But okay, well, that's good, chat. At least we get to watch. This is actually perfect. 2 stream spawn fights, and then we just jump into replays in 1 minute. That's actually perfect.
It's a tough one.
We get to see whether OG gets con because He's forever con. Let's see. Is he uncon?
I think we're con too.
Wait, are we conned? I mean,
I would say, what was the POI? What was the damn one? I forget which one that was, and right in the middle of the map.
Oh, yeah.
I know on West for sure and on Central. I felt like no matter how that looked uncon going into the tournament, I felt like 80% of the time you're getting contested.
It just turned into a con. I mean, it's just OG though. It doesn't matter where this guy is. He just has to be con. It's just the rule. We literally said like for now, and he didn't even make a one-game uncon. All right, who's dropping on OG? He's got a shotgun. Guess the minis too. Krillin got down quick as well. Their drops weren't too great, so OG might be able to do this again. The other Dig Oliver OG chat is Krillin. That is his
I was just tripping right now. Okay, so like I was like my head turned sideways. Like, wait a minute, is Oliver playing with himself somehow? Like, one
of my favorite sentences to say over the last week as well has been always catching people off guard as well. OG's playing with himself. I mean, he gets down first though. Did they swerve off? Where are they? Oh, they're out.
I think they went deep.
Who are they showing? Who's shooting at them? How is there two teams here?
At the south building.
Where are we?
The south building, low ground. I have to get an AR.
It makes me wonder, maybe, is there a world where the EU guys contest this?
Definitely, Queasy, there's definitely a world. I mean,
each other.
Yeah, I mean, EU is probably more likely to con OG than another EU team in an NA tournament. Let's be real. It's Civ.
Civ 7. Okay, never mind.
You wanna chime in on that player? He's.
I honestly do not know who that is.
I have no clue who that is. Yeah, it's genuinely zero clue either. I was hoping you might knew a single thing. I don't know who Civ 7 is.
In the nicest way possible, dude. I have no idea.
Did not even know that guy was in finals. And then we have Enough goes... Okay, no, Enough goes down. That's fine. So who is Civ chat? He's tier 3. Who's he playing with? All right, let's just watch him replay stats so we can see what's going on here.
I know that I've seen the name. So, like, I'm not going to pretend like it's the first time I've ever seen Civ. I just don't know who it is behind. It was almost like Lum Bum Dum Bum. That
Lum Dum Dum Dum?
No, it could have been absolutely nobody.
Yeah, and to be fair, I actually haven't heard of Civ before either as well. So we'll see. All right, chat, we're getting in. Now we're going to watch another spawn fight first. If you guys just got here, we have a big one. We have Acorn Bolts. That was me with the USB sound chat. Don't panic. We have Acorn Bolts versus is it Craze and Curve? Craze and Curve, man. The different EWC duos versus BR is like hurting my brain. It must hurt so bad for you in your official casting, trying to like not slip up with the wrong teams, or you might just be better than me.
Sometimes, bro. A lot of people didn't even notice like the first cast. What was it? CLIX goes down, leaving Iamzo by himself. Like,
oh, really? You just defaulted to it. You just kind of fell into the old habit.
Yeah, just sometimes it happens, and if you just go past it, 90% of the time, nobody notices.
No one cares. No one cares. All right, here we go.
Especially, I'm spitting like Eminem out here.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. With you going fast, anyway. And then it's into the next thing anyway as well. You didn't like build up. I mean, Craze. Wait, Craze might get picked up out of the sky. Craze almost hands Acorn and Bolts a bit of an assist there. Curve and Craze both get beamed. And Acorn Bolts maybe already showing a bit better drop knowledge. They went for the short drop rather than trying to stay high in the air. And then they get sprayed a little bit now as well, though. It's Chud. Chud getting some shots in. Visuals also. But Craze and Curve, looks like they're splitting it east to west.
Yeah, I feel like when you're splitting it like this, you want to get all the loot up top, but like you want to race to the bottom, and the Craze is already at the bottom.
Yeah, there's so much loot down there.
That's good for them in terms of getting loot. It's just they need to be able to heal up.
I think the problem with this PY though, if you race to the bottom, you then get a bunch of the loot, but then the other team gets the priority on the mending machine, and they can play really awkward for that. That's where a lot of the value of this PY comes from. So it's kind of like, depends how you play it. As Acorn getting super active. Acorn getting involved in this fight. It's worth mentioning, chat. Acorn has come back to Dallas just for this weekend. He normally spends Ramadan back home, but he's back on the 0 ping. Doesn't matter. Curve pushing him aggressive with the shotguns. Acorn's trying to create space, trying to back up, but he's struggling to get away from this one. Acorn, I thought he had a plan there, or he did. He got Curve out of the building. Bolts comes to back him up, and now Bolts has the res potential, and he has the blue shotgun, purple AR. Craze. He's got a tough order here.
Yeah, he either has to run away or fight, and already he's pressing forward, trying to stop the revive. He does just that. Box is on the Bolts, tries to go to the outside. Bolts back up against the wall, quickly gets out as well, but Craze has no builds. He cannot play for piece control against Bolts, who already has one siphon. Maybe whatever Acorn was able to drop him. So it's almost like a cat and mouse game, and that first shot's going to hurt from Bolts, and the second one is going to send him back to the lobby.
I mean, I think the slamming the head into the wall probably hurt even more. Damn, Bolts getting PC with it. Okay, Bolts with a beautiful pre-fire into the piece control. Bolts and Acorn take game one, and Bolts, as soon as he's done the res, hits the emotes. Okay, Bolts had to wait. I like that he waited for the res first, but our favorite player, the man, the myth, the legend, Lum Bum Dum Gum, coming in with sales to maybe try and third party this one. So they're sneaking their way into the low ground. We'll come back and see how this one plays out. I do want to see Pete and Poyo's plan. So Pete and Poyo have rotated off the mountain to the north. No one's going to try and claim this loot, but they're not developing their gameplay over towards the west, which it was Damus and Hari that came over here. So OG gets conned. It's one of the EU teams, but where did Queasy go? Is he even playing?
He's next to the Bucky drop.
Oh, he's over here. Oh, there he is. Okay, so okay, that's interesting. So Pete's got some good targets lurking around the mountain, some high ping ones. As we speak about high ping, Marius iDrop, one of our EU duos here, fighting over at the golf course, and iDrop is in Narnia right now. He luckily flies in, but Marius having to hold his own in a 1v2 on EU ping, and why do I feel like Marius and iDrop win this?
Yeah, it's the way he's just holding his own and not running away is just confidence right there from Marius. Able to kind of cloud himself with the Fizzberry smoke, though, so that's good for him and iDrop to kind of close. And this is where I'm talking about. If you know this team is from EU, obviously not everybody is 0 ping like the pros, but you have to spray. You have to get aggressive because right now you're giving Marius all this freedom to lurk around. On this high ping, this is exactly what you need for Marius and iDrop. They don't know exactly where they're at. iDrop hiding in the cone, and this is where, I mean, if you're Viper, you sit on high ground. You don't drop down low. You don't give them any opportunity to hit any shots.
And then once you get that big damage, you got to play aggressive. Close it out quickly if you can. And yeah, I don't know what Viper and Mopey's ping is. We just know it's better than Marius. And iDrop and Marius on the lurk gets dropped on. But I think Viper misses opportunity. Dropping down there and only hitting such a weak tag on a player who doesn't even know you're there. That could have been their chance to open up this fight. And now it's going to stall out. That is very, very unfortunate.
Yeah, especially since you can kind of see two different teams. They might be busy with each other, but just north of this fight, and it does look like they're coming south. Whether they're chasing each other or not, the longer this fight drags out, the more time they're going to have to hear all this and potentially third party it. And I think Viper may be getting that signal. Let me disengage off of that high ground. And he's even choosing to potentially leave Mopey behind. Luckily for him, you're able to create a little distance, but you can kind of see they don't necessarily want to fight this fight. Doesn't look like a lot of teams outside of maybe Marius and iDrop want to fight this early on in the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams here. I don't know whether iDrop and Marius know that there's two separate teams here. Another EU team. There are actually 11 EU teams in this finals chat, so you're going to see quite a lot of them today. Prism and Casper being the other one coming on the east side here. But yeah, 4 teams over at the golf course. So very contested as Age and Ritual still got Sandy Strip locked down. Pete and Poyo up on top of the mountain. They're kind of chilling. CLIX and Higgs in Wonky Land. Nothing crazy there. Josh and Iomzo. I'm sorry, I missed their spawn fight. Looks like only 1 kill from Josh, though. I forgot that was happening against Dash and Cam. It looks like Cam fell. Dash is still going. Looks like we have Cold and XZH. Mr. Harry, Veno himself. Northside Boulevard chilling. Donnie Chance win their spawn fight. Oh, no, they don't have their spawn fight. They're meant to. Meant to be contested. Muzz and Sphinx out of Bumpy. We have Mason and Noxy who now have Rip Tires. Now the Craze is left. And looks like the rest of the maps happen pretty standard. And wait, the golf course, the fight is still happening.
Wow, they actually chased it towards the back. Even with third parties coming in, they went all out. That's Marius and iDrop. And kind of like what we were talking about, they're actually winning the fight. Viper probably sprayed down for so long. He goes down, but at one point I saw 0 AR ammo in his TAC AR. And already there's somebody else hiding. That's higher. He's in the box as well. I'm not even sure they know he's there, but eventually they're going to see him peeking through the cone. That's an easy spot. He drops down trying to run away. He's doing a good job of creating distance, but eventually he's going to have to fight back.
27 builds. He's going to go for the Hail Mary play, try and fly. He gets caught in the cone, the piece control, and oh my gosh, EU just disrespecting. 3 eliminations for Marius and iDrop is insane. There's just, you had a feeling when you first tuned in. Like, I don't want to be those guys, but like, I don't want to hate on NA and kick the teams when they're down, but somehow I should never tune into an EU team and think they're going to win the fight. But wait, it might take an EU team to take down an EU team. Marius turns. He has a feeling. Oh, hello there. It's like a little Spidey sense tingling there. Prism and Casper behind the wall, and Marius luckily spots them out. Otherwise, we could have had some EU on EU violence here.
Yeah, we've been there for a second. Like, maybe they don't see us. Maybe just maybe. But I like the honestly the trigger discipline from Prism and Casper, because if they would have shot that shot, they would have been ahead in the fight, but it would have caused a fight that could have potentially stalled out in the zone where they're just wanting to sit and control the vending machine.
Yeah,
so
they would have got
that's
keyed.
Great patience coming out from them.
They would have got keyed for sure. Marius and iDrop right now clearly playing very aggressive. As I talked about it leading up to this, we talked about it in the pre-show kind of section. Pete and Poyo, they're not playing the way they have been the last few weeks. This is good. If you're a Pete fan, this is what you want to see. If you're a drama fan, you probably want to see Pete running CLIX down. But if you're a Fortnite fan and you just want to see Pete playing good Fortnite, potentially making a play at winning the tournament, this is how Pete played Eval Opens. Just very methodical, staying in zone, getting early tags, waiting on top of the mountain. You guys keep asking why do so many of us say this drop is a top 3 drop on the map. It's because of this. It's the high ground position. They can wait here now, get their early surge. Once they've got damage up, they don't need to deal any more damage. They can sit and wait, build a giant staircase, usually up off this peak here, and then just fly to the other end of the map if they want to. And as long as they're a few hundred above, it holds the rest of the game, and it's a very, very consistent strategy.
I wonder if like part of him choosing this drop only because not because of the high ground, the mountain, and it being a good drop,
CLIX.
but you literally just stole it from Acorn.
Oh, stole it from Acorn. I thought next.
All
to
you have to
CLIX.
do is all you do is copy paste what Acorn and Bolt are doing. Obviously, throw your flavor in there a little bit, make it your style. But I mean, the basics and the blueprint is already down for PETERBOT and Pollo by one of the best IGLs in the game. The bonus is CLIX, though. I will say that. So it just almost makes me wonder how smart is Pete really? Oh, I don't want to think of a strat in this meta. Let me just steal somebody else's.
I mean, yeah, that could make sense as well. I mean, the Acorn, I was gonna say the DMs got leaked, but Acorn just shared them himself willingly on stream. But Acorn was showing the fact there was a bit of communication with Pete there around it. Acorn actually saying he thinks Labs is better. So Acorn actually happy to make this swap, which will be interesting because if leaks or anything to go off, it looks like that area of the map, Wonky Land and the mountain, are actually going to change in the new season. But Acorn, unfortunately, maybe not feeling up to his words now. We're contested, but right now Labs is not looking better than what the mountain is. But we were contested, so we'll give Acorn a bit of a pass there. They got their 2 elims. Surge is going a bit against them now. Pete's still chilling on top of the mountain. Also, I think Pete and Pollo, especially Raz, I think they would have actually still stolen the Vico Malibuca playbook too. Vico himself telling me yesterday on stream that their early and mid game has been flawless all season. It's their end game that was letting them down. And when they get their end game figured out, like we saw today and last week, they get wins. They've now gotten 4 wins in two Victory Cup finals. So one of the highest win rate teams in the game right now. They know how to win when they get to end game.
Need to make it there, and I feel like Pete is kind of like a similar thing of almost the opposite. Can't make it through the mid game as much, but when they get the end game and they're actually healthy, they're one of the most dominant teams in the game. And I do kind of like this switch up right now, just kind of playing it slow, playing it steady. And even if things do change, in the next season, like the FNCS season, I think this is good for PETERBOT kind of playing the other side of that coin instead of always being fast and aggressive, because you can always switch to playing fast and aggressive later on.
Yeah, I mean, this is the new surge. I think Pete's going to have to figure out a way to kind of just adapt to it at this point. He said at the end of last year, like, this is the new surge. We're going for 5 kill wins. And he talked about it, but then I think this season came around. It just seems like he just wanted to go back into old patterns. But maybe Pete finally recognized this might be the time to start, getting into it a little bit. I think maybe the announcement of LAN. A LAN announcement's really a good way to start making the pros wake up. Like, we keep talking about next season, but there's not long into next season. You've only got a few weeks into the season before FNCS kicks off. FNCS only lasts 2 weeks, and there you go. That's your chance to LAN gone. So we're going to now know who is going to LAN in what? A month and a half, I think? 2 months? Not even 2 months, we now know who is going to LAN. So it kind of gives the pros who have maybe been a bit complacent a wake-up call.
Yeah, because by the time, like, if you wait until, like, FNCS, April, when it actually does roll around, it's almost too late compared to the rest of the teams right now. But PETERBOT in a peculiar situation, King and Rise towards the outside, and PETERBOT has no extra HP in his inventory, so he has to either end this fight quick or get the help that he needs. Quickly takes a peek onto King. I'm not sure if he landed the shot or not, but he does. He cracks the shield. Now he's going after Rise. Another shield cracking moment. Oh my God! PETERBOT with the down onto Rise, already damage onto King. You see he's no shield, maybe 50 HP, and now the Siphon, the Bigs, and the extra shields here, putting King on the back foot, because Pollo, he's in the mini-map. He's already closing that distance to lend that helping hand.
Yeah, Pollo's coming in hot right now. Not that I think it's needed. We might as well let Pete just run the ones for the respect. I mean, PETERBOT takes down Rise with King right there after slamming King. But wait, King maybe gets a bit of a play. Gets some payback onto PETERBOT. Can't quite find it. The spray's coming out. Pete under a bit of pressure from a third party. Someone in Latte landing. That might actually be Reed. But PETERBOT now has to hold off Kingling, and an aggressive Kingling is still one to worry about. My man's trying to put in some big damage. This is one of the most mechanical players on the region, but with one build, there's not a whole lot you can do. Still has the one build to his name. Pete and Pollo struggling to put him down, but Pete and Pollo win that fight. That's 2 eliminations. That puts them 600 above, and they just get to sit on this mountain for even longer. They get to just stroll their way back over to the mountain and then make the rotate whenever they want.
Yeah, and I like the way Peter played that. Honestly, instead of just going and giving him the 50-50, he knows the Storm Surge, the damage. He probably would have won that fight if he challenged him in the one-on-one, but what's the point when Pollo is right there? They're actually playing this smart. I feel like they're actually starting to lock in, and it's exciting in his own mind, because these tournaments so far, on NA at least, have been exciting week after week after week, going down to the 6th and final game, and even though Pete and Pollo weren't in the top 5 last time, I mean, come on, rejoin the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends. Obviously, like I said, there's Pete fans and there's drama fans. I think if you're a Pete fan, you probably want to see Pete just playing properly, pushing for the win. If it comes down to CLIX in first, Pete in second, keys him, takes him down, I think most Fortnite fans can find that quite thrilling. But I think the just flipping the table, I'm not doing well, I'm just going to kind of, you know, throw it all out there and just go after someone doing well. I think a lot of people didn't want to see that one again. So I'm happy to see Pete and Poyo locking in and maybe playing for the win. We'll see. Can't jump it too early, but already, like I said, based on the Eval Cup and now based on the start of this game, there is clearly a very different strategy from Pete. They are adapting. Rapid and Kanata don't need to adapt. They've already been doing it, but 300 above, looking okay. I'm going to get some surge checks in. Let's see how Age and Richie doing. They won the early fight. 700, nice. Acorn and Bolt I'm a bit worried for. Okay, never mind.
Now this has got to be a good zone for Muzz, Sphinx, Cold, Veno. It's got to be a good zone for them at least.
Cold as well, you're right actually. Sorry, Cold I need to check in on too. Cold Veno probably still inside. Yeah, Cold Veno still in Storm. 300 above? 371 above, nice. Looking good. Running the Enforcer AR actually, and Pete, wait, Pete just died. What the, wait, Pete versus Booga? Wait a second, we gotta watch this back fully, chat. Wait, we gotta watch this back fully. Oh my gosh, wait. The lion is roaring. Okay, it looks like Ree got the kill, but Booga on 0 ping. Let's see it.
Oh, the super lurk. Oh, no. Yep. Just a beam. 3, 2, 1. Going up. No HP.
Yep. And what's Poyo got to work with now as well? I got to kind of see what Poyo's loadout is. He's got to try to 1v2 right now. Is he running? He's not running. He's popping the med kit, trying to at least get topped up. We've now got Booga on 0 ping. I don't think ping made a big difference there. Big beam from Reed and Booga, but Poyo now has to 1v2. Can he do it? Purple pistol, green pump, got good meds. He might be able to do it. Maybe part of Poyo thinking like, maybe they let me just get the card here. Maybe they disengage and maybe they do. Wait, maybe they do. They might actually let Poyo get the reboot here. Interesting.
Don't think it's necessarily smart to give PETERBOT a second chance, but at the same time, I mean, where the zone is going, Booga probably has some sort of a plan in mind. You know, he always goes dead side, so he's probably going to go all the way to the west, maybe towards the water before he starts to rotate in. Poyo, on the other hand, I mean, this looks like a free revive. He's on the clock, though, because 5th zone going into 6th zone, it is going to turn into 5 tick. I'm not sure the success on actually getting both of them in zone, but, I mean, you have to rotate that anyway. I just wish it was easier to see the gold, because I think that would give me more of insight of can he make it out, can he not? I
mean, based on the fact that Poyo's not even trying, I think the gold might not be looking too good right now. The 5 tick's going to initiate pretty soon. I like Booga not taking that fight, but Poyo coming in, trying to make a play onto Queasy maybe, actually. Poyo, find someone else in here. That's a free siphon, potentially. Queasy going for the mending machine. Poyo has to fight him now. I'm loving the respect from Booga. No, he tries to buy from the vending machine, and Queasy takes down Poyo on NA. I mean, I don't think there was much mechanics in it. It was much more of just a decision-making process. But if you had told me that Queasy was going to take down Poyo today in finals in a 1v1, I mean, it's a technicality, but it's happened. It still happened, Jacob.
I'm pretty sure that he bought the med kit and dropped his shotgun for the med kit as Queasy took that peek. The timing on that couldn't have been worse for Poyo. And I like the idea, you know, put pressure on the wall. Most times players will kind of back up, for especially being that deep in the zone and it being a 1v1. But Queasy not backing down, man, getting the perfect peek, getting the elimination. But that is what we're talking about to start the show. One bad game can probably start to do things mentally to PETERBOT and Poyo in terms of, I don't care anymore, let me go and ruin somebody else's game.
But there is someone who caused us to not have a good game, who is also uncontested very nearby. Does Booga become the target? We'll see. Maybe. We'll see. You never know. I think P will still stay locked in for one more game, but Rapid Kanata down below. We got Muzz, Malibuka Panzer, Visual Braids, Cold and Veno, Bolt and Acorn, CLIX and Higgs. A lot of our big teams making it here. So P and Boy are down, but it looks like this finals, this first game, still looking very, very stacked.
Yeah, and you can see CLIX and Higgs, even though they haven't had to deal with it. You talked about the contested fights. Oliver being uncontested, maybe surprised. They didn't spend a lot of time over there. Queasy instantly rotated out. So Higgs and CLIX maybe not having as much surge as they would like in a situation like this, especially with the zone basically staying on their side of the map. Yes, going south. Everybody rotating out. It's not a far pull for everybody, but timing is crucial to be able to dodge the most shots. You see CLIX taking a ton of damage, drop down to about 40 HP. Him and Higgs forced to land late, but Higgs landing on top. I think that was Hari getting the elimination, and that's a big elimination there because how much damage they took along the way.
And looking like it was a healthy refresh as well. Both 555. They've got one full chug jug, one with only 20 though. I thought they said 200. I was a bit more excited. I drop Marius, Scroll, and Pix. Am I watching EU finals? What is happening? Marius, Queasy, show me NA teams. Skivvy, come on. Damus. This is just bad luck, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of EU players, but come on, this is ridiculous. Braids takes the high ground off of Scroll. So Braids and Visuals get that high ground potentially, depending which way Zone pulls. EU versus NA. Which way does Zone go? South versus North. Who's going to get it? Oh, and it does. It pulls slightly in favor of EU. I actually think it's none of them. Skivvy and Queasy actually have front side advantage now. Malabuka's also there. Aged and Ritual. 110 builds and 120. Aged and Ritual looking really stacked.
Yeah, they're looking the most healthy as well. Really don't have to worry about Storm Surge unless they kind of get cracked somewhere throughout this rotation. It's kind of a non-factor. And already you see Ritual peeking through the cone, getting information. Donnie's already going out. They try to get an elimination onto C. Then Ritual actually cleans it up. They heard the noise from all around, bolstering their Storm Surge before this rotation. So even if things go bad, they will still be okay. Rapid getting in front. Acorn Bolts trying to get ahead of the zone. And this is where it's going off the mountain into this open land. If it goes any other direction from here, it will continue to be a roller coaster of emotions.
I think we've lost Veno and Cold there. I saw them go down to Kanata a little bit earlier. So Veno Cold having a bit of a rough one, but this zone is really not too bad for him. Could have been a solid game. Bolt and Acorn trying to prove the new POI is the best, apparently, according to Acorn. OG and OG still in this one. The double OG, Sphinx and Muzz. This is their territory. Just south of Humble Hills is their drop spot. This is their backyard. Muzz maybe trying to find a refresh. Not that they need it, though. Still got 90 builds apiece. Malibuka and Panzer looking good. Eulogy now taking a fight, and it's CLIX and Higgs on the high ground. 65 and 85 builds. This might be a game one win for the XZ boys.
Yeah, Aegis Ritual clashed with Acorn and Bolts, and while that was going on, CLIX and Higgs stole away the high ground. Zone is still moving forward. Plenty of time for anybody to try to make a play for it at a moment's notice, including this team here. But in front of them is Acorn, and he's trying to get his revenge potentially because it was them that took down Bolts, but they have no worry about him. They just want to get to the front side of the zone, and that is where their primary focus is at. And as soon as they get there, immediately look back. Acorn, on the other hand, going through a whole different show. 2 builds left. He does no extra HP, so he can't stagger himself out of zone, so he has to play this one perfectly. Dropping down might be no other option. Instead of going for the shot, he continues moving forward, but he runs into a wall on the other side, a whole nother team. This is just getting worse as OG and OG take down Acorn.
He didn't even try and shoot. He just threw down the grenade. I guess it was, hey, it's low gravity, it's shield. Honestly, it's a smoke effect, too. I think Acorn actually tried to use that as a bit of a smoke screen, give himself some cover, but unfortunately couldn't really find his way around this one. Rapid Kanata finding their way through this endgame really well. Gold pistol for Rapid, purple pistol for Kanata. Both have very good fighting loadouts now. 16 teams, 28 players. That's Aids and Ritual right ahead of them. They don't open up. Zen goes down despite winning off spawn. Ozone now scrambling for this one. The mid-ground layers are looking very, very messy.
Yeah, that was a big find, though, for Kanata to take down Ozone. Ritual and Agers continuously on the hunt. And you can see they do have good materials. They have med kits, but they're trying to be proactive so they don't have to wait until they're down onto 0 builds. But with so much chaos going down up above, they try to make a play down low on the front side of the zone, trading shots with visuals. But even Agers is weak, so they have to slow their roll here, or at least for a second, so that way they can pop the med kits. The Flowberry Fizz start to heal up. Rapid and Kanata, though, flying underneath the radar. That is how they've been getting these eliminations. As soon as zone pulls forward, Rapid immediately goes. He gets the green light, but it's not only the team in front he has to worry about. There's another one down below, but any crevice is good enough for Rapid because he finds another way out. On the backside of the zone, you see in the chaos that they're dodging. Ritual, Elim, Ritual going after another knock. Ager's still alive with 6 eliminations. They have already 11 in the double digits, the most aggressive team in the lobby. Well, let's make it 13, Aussie.
13 eliminations for Aids and Ritual. I know I have not been watching CLIX and Higgs on the high ground. Normally, that's the way this goes. 6 Elims looking solid, though, with all the actions being on the low ground. I'm actually surprised CLIX and Higgs have found so many as Kanata finds Muzz. That's 7 Elims for them, too. So, two very healthy duos. Aegis right now stuck in the duo sandwich. Aegis versus Rapid Kanata versus CLIX and Higgs. I could see either of these duos winning it. I don't see Aegis winning it, though.
Yeah, Rapid Kanata are going to have to win this if they are through eliminations. They have no extra heals, but down comes CLIX Higgs. This is the opportunity right here because Agers and Ritual have already left. They're in the backside of zone. They're starting their heal off early, but it's only one player, so you almost have no other choice with 4 superstars trying to get that elimination, but CLIX puts his back up against the wall. Zone pushing him in. Kanata goes in for the Elim, but he bites off more than he could chew. Rapid goes down. Kanata follows. There's no Agers or Ritual in sight, so game 1 will go to CLIX and Higgs.
9 9 elimination win for CLIX and Higgs. What a good first game. This is again what we want to see. I want to see Pete and Poyo in the mix here. I want to see Cold and Venom. I want to see all our big teams making the end game because my God, it is so much more exciting. But hey, almost multiple double-digit games there from our big teams. So everyone's kind of finding their footing now, getting a bit aggressive. Most of those kills were in the end game though. I feel like everyone kind of got all their kills in the end game, at least as far as what we saw. And a good first game. That was a good one. I noticed
definitely a good first game.
That was a great first game, but Cold and Veno went down early. I'm surprised. So chat, what did we miss there? Did Cold and Veno just mess up their rotate? Did you guys see? I guess they're not streaming, but Agent Ritual actually in first because that 13 Elam second. Kanata Rapid didn't get the second. It was actually Aegis. Aegis played the heal off long enough to secure the second. That is big.
And with that, maybe, you know, CLIX shouldn't have won the game. You know, he should have just ran into zone, let them get away with it. Because when you see your name at the top of the leaderboard, you know, it might do things to other people.
True as well. True. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I think after that last game, if Pete's fuming over anyone, it's definitely going to be Booga. Even though they kind of let him go get the res. Now, so if I say let, and then people always just going to instantly be like, oh man, it's teaming, it's this, it's that. It's like, I think it is also a bit of a respect thing and a bit of a fear thing. Like, I think if I had the chance to be like, yo, let's try and finish off Poyo here. Like, it's A, you got a 1v2 Poyo, which easier said than done. And then B, you are going to be a target for the rest of the tournament now. That has to be a factor that goes through pros' minds. It's half the reason why Pete does these mind games with certain pros.
Yeah, because even if they kill Poyo, let's just say he does 100 damage each, like good one pumps, right? Then they're not necessarily progressing in Surge. They stayed longer in zone. They have to use resources. So is the risk versus the reward? You know what I mean? Obviously, if it wasn't Poyo, I think it's a much easier decision.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's something that's in the back of players' minds. I mean, it's not about fear. It's just about making the right play.
Yeah. Booga said he voted and Pete usually leaves the mountain a minute early, so he didn't expect him to be there. Damn, Booga's got exact, like, rotation timings. Yeah, you go, bro. You go. Yeah, Booga's got exact rotation timings down. Okay, the Lion is back. He's in the VODs. That's crazy. Thank you, Benji. Thank you, 9 Lives, Les, Vibes, Josh, Denny's, J King, Race, Nin, Natch, Tom, Offer King. Thanks for subs. I appreciate you. I hope you guys enjoying the show. Again, we are joined by Mr. Jacob today. If you guys haven't checked out Jacob, please do. It's Jacob MVPR.
We're ahead of them just by a little bit.
And we got game 2 of Div Cup Finals now. If you guys missed EU this morning, I'd recommend the VOD or keep an eye on tonight's YouTube video. It's going to be a banger. That was a very fun EU tournament this morning. Oh.
I'll run in.
All right, we've got 1-0 right now to Zen and Bucky. They managed to beat Osid and Scare game 1. Game 2, though, might be going against them. Zen trying to pre-fire. Gets behind the trolley. The luggage right now, keeping him safe. He runs forward. And Matt actually managed to make it back to the lobby here, unfortunately. If Bucky doesn't clutch, that's what I meant to say, because Zen goes down here on the cross. Bucky has to somehow 1v2. And it's going to be 1-1 over a Clawsy. Unfortunate.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, 1-1. Bucky Zen lost it.
Main, we would have been on them way sooner. Just unlucky.
All right, let's see. OG now knows he's con because, of course, he's con. I mean, I don't know why he even ever gets into a game thinking he's not going to be con. We'll see.
He's like Blake, you know? You can't reach a finals without getting con.
Blake was always there for that one, too. Blake, you still in my chat? I saw you earlier asking with the Major 1. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, Summit 1, the first LAN, you qualify to purely through the first FNCS. It's top 20 on EU, I think, and like top 13 on NA. It's crazy. It's technically the best chance any team's ever had to make LAN. Like, it's the deepest LAN qual's ever gone into a final. So, it's going to be a big tournament. This first FNCS is huge.
I can throw it on roof if you're up here.
And the thing is, you can't even celebrate if you win, because, you win the money, but you're still not going to globals.
Up on ice. I'm bombing us. I'm with you.
Nice.
Build our head.
Castle goes down. I still don't know who this is. I don't know who.
That's Civ and Castle.
Okay, Civ and Castle. Yeah, of course. They are the duo. They play together. Fortnite. Yep. NA Central.
They talk to each other.
Yeah, they probably do. Yeah.
Communicate.
Tip Top Terrace, their choice of drop spot right now. I think that's a very Civ-like drop spot. Honestly, Tip Top, it kind of like fits into his playstyle of the things that he likes to do on Fortnite when he plays. Yep. You want to chime in at any point here and save me? He's gonna let me keep going.
Yeah, dude. He lands on the map. He's hiding right now. That's kind of his strategy when his teammate dies.
Okay.
That's his main strategy. Honestly.
He likes to hide.
When his teammate goes down, he likes to hide.
Okay, cool.
And then he'll get the reboot card a little later.
Chat,
honestly, he's probably not even here. He's at a different POI probably.
Any of you guys chat want to help us out here? Anyone here know anything about this duo?
Somebody has to know them.
Someone has to know something. Tell me something. Anything that we could actually not just know from watching this game. Civ's Mexican. There we go. Vamos. Okay. Hell yeah. Very nice. Thank you. Okay. He doesn't like losing. Well, I mean, okay. Zero ping. Okay. That helps. Toronto. Okay. Castle. Yeah. All right. They exist like Fortnite. Breathe air. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong game. Whoops. What am I doing? Okay. So he's Mexican. We gained something. Thank you. That is comms.
Okay.
I like that. What happened
They
here?
got 49th at a 50th, which isn't. It's. I mean,
It's not
it's
last.
making the finals, bro. Well, it's just to me how many kids play and just don't even make finals.
True.
Like me.
Yeah. How's the comp grind been going right now? Popping off?
Haven't played in a little bit.
Okay.
So I mean, we'll see. But even like the start of the season, I played 2 divisions. So I was like 6 points off of Division 2 and West. Yeah, I'm that good. So what?
Okay, crazy.
You know
yeah,
my
crazy.
damage ratio.
Okay.
You know what my damage ratio was. You could probably guess it, but it's really two Division 3s in a row, same damage ratio.
0.67.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually?
Yes.
Wait, genuinely?
Two
my.
in a row, 0.67. Or at least that's what my teammate said. Maybe he told me before I didn't fully load, but first one it was like 0.67. I knew I played bad. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then he said it again, and I was like, no way, bro. You can't even do that on purpose if you tried.
We got Yomzo and Josh dropping in. Hopefully going to have a better damage ratio here than Jacob because they're conned again. They managed to take down one last game. Couldn't get the double finish, but they are conned by Dash and Cam. And I believe Dash might have best drop right now. It's pretty close. Bumpy Bay's not normally a quick fight, but we'll see. Cam flies past, gets a shotgun. Dash gets the Enforcer. Shots through the window on Yomzo, and Bumpy Bay might drag out. This fight dragged out a lot today on EU, at least, between iDrop and Hari.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened before, but Yomzo and Josh might have got some early damage, so they were able to clean up one, and you saw Dash kind of ran away. I kind of agree with you. This one does tend to take a while if it is contested. There's just too many buildings to hide into.
Bolts and Acorn inside labs now. Bolts gets the gold SMG. Not the SMG we want, though. This SMG is getting outshone a lot by the flex. And it looks like Bolts and Acorn are going to split this north versus south. Craze and Curve are going to rush down the bottom, like you said, get the extra loot underneath. But it's kind of progressing through like a split unless one of them takes a really aggressive fight once they get healthy. I don't know. And Josh and Cam kind of in a standoff as well. Both the PYs just stalling out. But I think Josh and Yomzo looking like they're playing a bit more aggressive.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta take a I would say take a different approach and kind of push these teams off. But he's running out of builds, barely makes it in with 50 HP. Yomza's now taking the pressure. He did a good job of trying to fight back. He did land some damage on a Dash, but Dash is just feeling full confident right now, trying to push over. Yomza slows down the roll, cracks the shield, and now it's his turn to get aggressive. Back-to-back shots, not even 100 damage, though, as the third party comes in to slow the roll of Yomza, but out of nowhere, Josh gets the down, but it's only a trade. 1-for-1, Cam versus Yomzo now with a third party closing in on the distance on the east.
Yeah, Yomzo's got the shotgun now, trying to get close. Gets one, nice. Yomzo takes him down, but does Yomzo get to live to tell the story because it's Barker and Paz. It's the NA West boys showing up. Typical NA West, just slinking their way in the fight, snaking around, not taking straight fights. Just inferior region, honestly. It's just unfortunate to see them ruining the better regions tournament over here. Avenger and Sniper here too. Paz and Barker pushed in. Yomzo on the low ground. 24 builds. Can he do it? We know one central player is equal to at least 2 West players. Can he pull it off though?
Huh? Dude, Baka Par is about to run down every... Yo, Baka! Hold up, let me give him a phone call right now. Come on, Pars, bro. I know we didn't qualify the Reload Elite Series finals, but...
Yo, don't start with that. Don't open with that.
We got it right now. Come on, dude. This is our time to get elimination. Just wipe this easy NAC, and I don't mean it fully, elite player off the map. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. You kind of got like one foot in both camps here. We got Elite Yomzo too. Okay, Barker Paz, the third party, the successful third party, managed to close this one out. Avenger and Sniper Dude Rip. Enough is kind of sniffing around the edges as well. Pete now, I'm noticing Pete maybe angling a little bit more towards Latte. I'm probably seeing things that I just want to see here. I don't know whether that was his strategy last game, but... Bumpy Bay. Unfortunately, both teams losing technically, which is always a frustrating one off spawn. Going down the third party is that much more annoying, and we've got Veno and Cold playing quite aggressive. I mean, in a different meta, I would have thought this looks a bit suspicious, but not in this season with the new Surge. I don't think this is a trade. I think we're just getting real close and intimate.
Yeah, especially with, I mean, depending on what happened, obviously. Going down a little bit earlier in that last game. Maybe it was because of Surge. Maybe it wasn't. Depending on how it went, you could see trying to make micro adjustments to their game plan. Early Surge, though, it's almost kind of what you see in the mini-map without actually seeing it, with PETERBOT going a little bit more towards the right. There does seem to be a little bit more action over there. You see Carbone, DK, Booga, King, and another team towards the south, so maybe he's just seeing more players rotate and walk around, but those are the kind of the little intricacies that do happen and change up the game. Scare and Osid winning the fight, which means they got it all to themselves as King. somehow is down.
Kingling falls and Rise is nowhere near him. I think maybe a lurk play. Looking based on the teams here, Dexy and Twy, the Europeans. I feel kind of, I mean, I do feel a little bit rough for the NAC guys here. I don't think Div Cup should be region locked, but man, it's just, there's just so many international teams running around. It always feels like they kind of got less on the line. I know there was a lot of complaints back in the day. I think it was around DreamHack when people got really annoyed, especially that teams from other regions were qualifying and they weren't taking it seriously. And it seems like EU's really given Central some struggles here as Rise. Last game, PETERBOT maybe ruining the confidence a little bit for Rise there. 0 points on the board and Kingling goes down again. This is a rough start for a team that has a good drop spot, or at least had. I don't know. There's a lot more people here than what was supposed to be based on the drop map.
Yeah, and going down like that, I feel like slows down your game plan. He has more than enough gold to not get the reboot card and kind of dodge the entire fight, find a reboot van and purchase it. But I mean, you know, everybody plays for those mending machines. It's about what, 250 for the actual big pot, 200 for the med kit. So it's like
100 for the med kit.
Yeah,
but it's more trying to find them, trying to get onto them and have people just jump on you. It just feels there's no free mending machine. You'll have teams just completely camp them into like 3rd, 4th, 5th zone sometimes as well. As I thought maybe Booga might be making a play onto Cooper Curly, who is still inside their POI, but maybe not. I've noticed again, Booga and Reed have made a bit of a different rotate this time, going further south to east. I was saying, well, you were AFK. Apparently, Booga said that they weren't actually expecting Pete to be there because Booga's been hitting the VODs. He knows Pete's exact rotate timer, and he was 1 minute slow on his rotate last game, and that's why Booga ran into him. He didn't actually expect him to be there, as Cooper Curly maybe identifying that Booga's a solo and just jumping on him, but Reed's here too. I'm not really sure what this fight is. Cooper Curly playing extremely aggressive.
Yeah, but even if Booga survives this, look how many resources. He's probably used like 500, 600, 700 mats there just to stay alive. Good thing he did reunite with Reed, and he's getting onto the high ground, so chances of team pushing him there are almost slim to none. But somehow we tune in. Curly's already down. Cooper's trying to make space so that way they can get the revive, but 0 ping Booga is already on the heels, and it's solo versus solo. Maybe some sort of a trade, because no longer do we see Reed into the game. Booga looking to get aggressive, but without Reed, it's almost... You can't get it, especially since he started that revive early.
I gotta see what happened to Reed here. I skipped forward chat because the mini-map map was bugged. I tried to skip to get rid of the replay bug, but yeah, what happened to Reed? I thought I'd skipped like a minute and nothing would really happen, but Reed, here with Booga, 197 health. It's not full damage, right? Oh, nope, he just lands directly into their box by accident. Oh my gosh, Reed actually managed to trade Curly out there. This is his ex-trio, by the way. That is Reed's global trio, Cooper and Curly. Reed actually does a good job to even make it a trade 1-for-1 rather than just going down for nothing. But that means Booga now got to do something to get Reed back in the game, and he's going to go deep back into Storm. But as we know, like we talked about with the many machines, there's a lot of people in Storm. Storm's not what it used to be.
Yeah, and Booga had no builds right there. Remember early on burning the 500-600 materials just to stay alive, and that's kind of the result of it. It's one thing leading to another that leads to another for things like that to happen. PETERBOT Pollo still around their mountain. Civ all the way from Oliver OG's treetop ends up in the wrong path. I wouldn't want to be here either. Good shots from Pete, and it does look like Pollo has an opportunity to follow up with more. He saw exactly where Civ was using that wingsuit to get around, and you can see him holding that mountaintop to continue to fire down. Castle is there. You do see him on the minimap, but it's just where exactly.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to want to get involved in this one. Pete hasn't quite spotted him. He has a feeling.
Maybe not.
Oh, Pete just had a really good feeling that Civ is sitting behind the rock here. Just Spidey sense, you know, his competitive experience, you know, it's all that. Just kind of has an idea of where the players are roughly. Really confident, but Civ is there, but unfortunately Pete ends up taking a fair bit of damage. As far as Surge goes, that wasn't anywhere near as clean of a fight as what we would have wanted. I think they actually went even on Surge. They don't get the extra damage on the down body, but hey, it's Elims though. It's 4 points. That's 12 points on the board now for Pete and Pollo, and they haven't lost their composure yet. Pete and Pollo still playing slow, methodical, taking fights, but still on the mountain. We haven't seen, you know, Pete like we've seen the last few weeks. We'll see. Maybe one more dudded game, and then maybe.
Oh, Rise died to the Storm.
Oofed.
Rise just went down to the Storm. Probably trying to get King back. We saw him in that situation, looking over the reboot card, maybe getting chased by Viper and Mopey again, but there was some damage being taken. Higgs took a few shots right there. Probably not positive for their Storm Surge. Remember, when we tuned into them late last game, they were barely 200 above.
Yeah, that is true.
For CLIX and Higgs, even though, I mean, it's not a terrible strategy to dodge a lot of the Storm Surge by staying in their POI, if they're not accumulating those numbers, I mean, it still keeps them with their back up against the Storm Surge wall.
Bolt and Acorn, very different side of it this time. I guess maybe they do want to split labs because they're 5-5-5. They've got good meds. Their weapons aren't exceptional, but I don't think that's going to matter that much for this duo. It's not really, I think Bolt's maybe, but less so. I think Acorn's pretty happy with anything as long as he's got his fundamental loadout to just play the end game. Richie and Aegis inside Sandy Strip. Notice they didn't fight this game. I don't know. Did Noah and Northern fight? Richie and Age this game, chat? I can't actually. I mean, they haven't got any elims at least. Kanata Rapid also chilling. So a lot of our big teams still developing well here. 150 builds for Kanata, 150 for Rapid. It feels like the pros are starting to really figure out the surge. They're starting to kind of make the games look a bit more consistent.
Another south zone, but it's over towards Battlewood this time. So as this one continues to rotate, I'll kind of have my ears locked on. I wouldn't say eyes, but locked on Cold and Veno to see if they can actually really perform. I mean, just like PETERBOT and Pollo, they're essentially down a whole game trying to play catch up. Cooper took down Reet in the feed, and this is where it's just like the zone's getting smaller. All those teams that are trying to wait as long as they can around the vending machines that you're talking about.
A little bit confused, Reet, yeah.
Starting to be a little bit more action-packed around that side.
I'm noticing here, Veno, gold pistol, purple pump. Cold, blue AR, blue pump. I mean, Veno, crazy. One of the best players this game has seen. But we're playing with Cold. The confidence you got to have to run this loadout when you're playing with the Twisted Minds Cold. I like it from Veno, though. I want to see Veno kind of put this to work here. Prove why he's the one carrying the big weapons, the big damage. Good loadout as well for Veno. 129 builds, 106. Battlewood Boulevard. This is their zone. This is their chance. And Veno actually making use of the invis splash. He just runs into all these medkits. Veno's just collected a stockpile of extra meds. It looks like we're back in Surge Trade season. I don't know if we need this many medkits, but I mean, I'm guessing the plan was in case zone pulled off them, they could then tank for longer. By the time they're not in zone and they need that many medkits, it's going to be a 5 or 10 ticks. I don't know if they're going to get the value, but I respect them playing for it as Pete and Pollo rotating into Wonky Land late, and maybe these European teams are kind of causing issues here. Hari and Damish are also very deep in Storm, probably more than I would have expected any other team to be this deep in this Storm.
Yeah, and if Bugha is really sitting there with a stopwatch timing people's rotations on the VOD review, you got to imagine everybody's doing the same thing. So when you do throw an EU team in the mix, you might not necessarily have their timing because they're not even playing from their actual drop spot. Then essentially they're kind of wigging it. Hari's just trying to land some free shots on the PETERBOT, maybe not even knowing that Pollo's here. He spots him out. 500 damage above the threshold for Pete and Pollo. So I'm not sure, I'm not sure them taking this fight is going to be a smart decision. Even if they win it, it still puts them at a risk to taking way too much damage. They're instantly going to try to wingsuit out. Very minimal shots are going to connect onto Pete and Pollo. So they're just going to make their way on over to another one of those vending machines instead of fighting for the Wonky Land. It's like playing connect the dots.
I know, it makes sense, but also it is worth pointing out, in previous weeks, I feel like Pete and Pollo would have taken that fight just for the sake of it. Like, the fact that we don't know who that is, we're willing to disengage out. It could be CLIX and Higgs for all they know, and they'd rather go over here for the vending machine, play it safe, play the rest of the game out. It's good. It's a good sign, but we've got to start making our rotate pretty soon here. I think we're going to rotate onto this old Surge base. There's already a ramp built up there, and they should be able to just leapfrog from, I was going to say from that base straight into the next zone, but no, Pete actually chooses to go past it. Maybe recognizing that he can get further on his rotation by just not landing and just keeps going further down to the right. Zone ends up pulling that direction as well. Pulls onto that side of the zone. Teeny, you actually missed E this morning. You weren't here for E this morning. Me and Levin are convinced Teeny has zone hacks, by the way. Kind of a joke, but kind of not a joke. It's actually insane. Like, it is ridiculous.
There has to be some sort of intricate, like I'm telling you, the day and night, as much as it sounds like a joke, there has to be something because every single zone is different. So if there's something programmed in the game that changes with the zone in terms of like game after game, if you could just figure that out, I'm telling you, there's something. I don't know what it is, but I'm just gonna say it's that. I'm gonna tell everybody that to where everybody's gonna think that it is that.
So Levin apparently said he found a TikTok that has something to do with the flags. You know, like these flags. Something to do with those flags. Apparently, it does something with zones and stuff. But like, he couldn't actually remember what it was. But I was like, okay, like there could be something. There could be something. As Pete and Pollo again, they make that far right rotate. Now zone does pull back towards them. They're 300 above. This right here, what you've just witnessed from Pete and Pollo is everything I was trying to describe to you guys about why the mountain is so good. They didn't use the mountain with the big ramp because I had to go down into Wonky. But depending on the zone pull and depending on how good Pete and Pollo get at this playstyle, it is being able to play like that. Just getting your early damage, getting a bunch of meds, just sitting on the edge of the POI up on the mountain and just flying straight into zone. They just basically dodged the entire mid game as Cooper and Curly trying to make the same rotate just that 15 seconds later, and now CLIX and Higgs on top of it, and they take damage.
Yeah, Demus went down to the zone. Probably some damage from somebody else starting it off, but it was the zone who actually did get the knock. So even though Cooper, Curly do get the elimination, they are going to get the loot. They're not going to necessarily get the points. Aegis Ritual finally making it in all the way from Sandy. Such a long journey. 43 HP, though. You're seeing the pain they were going through just to get to this point. but immediately pausing here, trying to heal up. They got another max pull, but luckily for them, even though they have a max pull, you can see the majority of the lobby also has it. You see players still coming in from the outside of the zone, so they can take this moment to breathe, try to put out some damage. They see Craze is by himself, only for a short time, because Curve does figure out a way to reunite into the same box, but that was an ample opportunity, and I like them for continuously trying to capitalize on it.
Good mats for Richie and Ages right now. They took the damage. I was a bit scared into their loadout. I thought maybe coming a little bit late, things would be a little bit worse off. But Veno still hasn't given Cold the purple pump of the gold pistol. I thought maybe he might, but again, I think we're going to see Veno go crazy here. I want to see it. 115 builds, rotating in 924 above. So whatever's been happening with how they've been getting their surge has been working. Whether that's Cold with the AR, Veno with the pistol, I don't know. But Veno is forced to land early because Viper taking some shots on them. Cold's probably going to try and maybe land near him. Lands a little bit off to the side, but I think they'll both just try and wingsuit rotate together again as this zone's going into Ripped Heights. I don't think we've seen too many of these zones.
Nah, not at Riptides at least. We've seen as close as like Battlewood, but going as far as Riptides is kind of is a little scary because there's mountain ranges on the south of Riptides, there's mountain ranges on the north, and depending on how east, you got this little hill that everybody's dropping down just to try to get there. And you're now seeing the majority of the lobby, the north, the eastern side overall is as stacked as can be. Teams on top of teams. And for Cold and Veno, they did a good job of coming in last, which means they have the outer edge. They could choose to go up players, they could choose to stay down, wait for the next zone, but you know Veno, so proactive, he immediately goes up for height. This has kind of been their side of the map all game long, and they didn't capitalize on the zone coming here last game, so this one has to be one that they truly execute on.
Pete and Poyo dead center of the zone right now. CLIX and Higgs, our first place team, looking really good. Or sorry, our game one winning team, not technically first place. We got Age and Ritual still 7 points clear of them. 274 above. CLIX and Higgs are 200 above as well. Rapid and Kanata, 400 above. iDrop, our fourth highest team, Europe, but unfortunately, 360 below right now. 70 builds, CLIX on the wall, and I thought maybe there was a chance that maybe he just didn't know he was there, but the giant purple lightning beam, usually easy to spot.
Do you see the lightning beam? I thought you don't see storm surge, but you hear the crack.
I think it depends on the season. I'm going to be honest. Maybe you don't anymore. I know at a certain point you 100% did in-game. I don't know now, but you definitely hear the sound of it. So they would 100% hear it, but okay, you don't see it now? Okay, never mind. You don't see it now. Jacob, you should be on.
You hear the you hear the crack though.
Yeah, you hear the crack. You should be professional, this man. You know a lot about this game. CLIX, 42 below, and 10 players have to go down. They need some damage.
I remember that little bit of damage from Demus and Hari back in Wonky Land.
Yep.
I mean, that's the difference between above and below. Higgs gets dropped, or at least his shield on that rotation. So from barely below the damage threshold to 160, essentially needing a full elimination worth of damage. CLIX immediately going to work, landing 2 shots, but still not enough. Over 100, triple digits below. Oliver OG, thing 1, thing 2. They're rotating, 1 above, 1 below. CLIX not able to land shots there. Those are the little moments. If you're CLIX and Higgs, you have to take advantage of, because sooner or later, look, they're just going up. They're going for the full fight against Cold and Veno while being below the damage threshold. It just needs to activate, which I will think in this zone. Storm Surge will activate every 7 seconds, 25 damage. Higgs and CLIX are officially on a clock.
I like this play, though, because they have the heal grenade that's going to heal up both of them. And by taking the high ground position, all they have to do is wait for this zone to pull, and then they'll get guaranteed damage. But no, they get chopped out. Higgs instantly turns that into an opportunity to get a bit PC, but now Craze beams Higgs. CLIX is a solo, 281 below. I liked the high ground take. I honestly didn't think they were going to get chopped out. Obviously, Higgs not thinking they're going to get chopped out there, but it's going to be a tall order for CLIX here to pull something out of this game.
Yeah, you see him thinking, do I go for the revive? Do I go for damage? 200 below. You have to go for the damage. He makes the right call, but not able to connect with any shots. 7 seconds, 25 damage. It's just doing so much to him, but luckily he did find the shield fish, the big pots, and a couple of extra mats. So if he can out-heal this, he may not be in the worst position in the world, but he is still taking tick after tick after tick. 156. All he needs is one good shot. Yuds is around the corner peeking. This could be CLIX's only opportunity, and he does not take it. He drops down a whole nother layer, goes on a flank. I think that's Ages of Ritual on the other side. I may not have taken that target, but at least CLIX is trying.
Yeah, Ages and Richie, definitely a team you want to go for right now. Not just because of how good they are, but also because how close they are on the leaderboard. Any kill you give them is maybe just 4 points that could end up biting you later in the tournament. And this is a very unfortunate game number 2 for CLIX. Surge does turn off, managed to out-heal it. You got to wonder where the CLIX and Higgs would have done the same thing if they just stayed down, but hindsight, it's a crazy thing. You can tell what someone should have done after it happens. CLIX now at 90 health, 24 shield. CLIX had some good solo clutches this year, though. He's had some good solo clutches this season. It's going to have to be a legendary one, though, because no meds is also what scares me. Doesn't stagger there and try to get the heal grenade. Just uses the low gravity to get to front side, but he's got very little to work with, as I think we have Veno maybe back on the high ground based on the feed there. Let me see if we have Veno back up on above. No, Pete and Pollo actually on the high ground right now. Looking very good.
They haven't really made any noise. I almost forgot they were in the game for a second, but that's kind of the biggest mistake anybody in this lobby can do. Forget the Kings that are back on their throne up above. Oliver OG taking a lot of that pressure, but you see they're quickly running out of builds here. Anything going wrong could cost them this fight, but right now it looks like they're putting pressure on to CLIX. They know Higgs is nowhere in sight, but it's Pete dropping down, clearing the path, letting Pollo follow shortly after. Good shots on Donnie, good shots on the Chance, but they just completely evade that by going down outside of the box, and this is the opportunity just slipping through their fingers in order to get the material, the siphon. They're trying, but it's just escaping them time and time again. Even Agers and Ritual waterfalling down the edge, they don't want to go down either. Dexy, Twy, they're next on that list, but will they escape as well?
Everyone's running from Pete and Pollo right now, and it is just so frustrating to watch them put down so much damage, apply so much pressure, and they just can't get the refresh they need. Enough and Wages dropping back in the box. PETERBOT now lands into Chance and Donnie's box. He's gone down, but Pete now takes Donnie, gets a little bit overconfident after taking down Pollo. Maybe thinks the high ground's for free, but you can never count Pete out, even as a solo. 35 builds up above. Age and Ritual, they drop down early from that pressure to avoid PETERBOT. They're looking quite healthy down below. Can any of these duos take down Pete? Because he's got the loadout he needs now. Gold SMG. He's got the 3 medkits. If he keeps his mats topped up, Pete could actually win this.
Yeah, it just has to be careful, though. How much damage in the storm did Pete take? How effective are those 3 medkits actually going to be if it comes down to storm sickness? It's Rapid with the 180, getting the elimination onto Twy, accidentally closing the build onto Kanata. He's going to fall, but 3 medkits have been found, and that's extra time on the board for Rapid to get those placement points from top 7 by himself. Another player's going to fall. Lobby filled with solos as Freaky Bob gets an elimination. Another shot, trying to go back to back, but he gets 180'd on by Sphinx. It's almost all solos left in this lobby except for EU, Panzer, Malibuca, but I spoke too soon. I cursed them as well. This is looking like a solo FNCS with PETERBOT on high ground.
And why does it feel like we've been here before? Why did it feel like as soon as Pete got that 1 refresh, he was somehow going to win this game, but only has 1 build, sees Rapid goes down. Rapid delivers on the refresh, but he has active Storm Sickness. That's not warning. That is active. 30 damage a second is what Pete's going to take if he steps in a Storm. Panzer and Sphinx dragging this one out. Panzer's got the medkit, playing on the backside, doesn't have that Storm Sickness, has the luxury to be able to stall it back there. Sphinx on the low ground, 3 builds, but he's running out. All 3 of these players trying to stall this game out, but someone has to make a move. It's Sphinx onto Panzer, and now it's PETERBOT 1v1 against Sphinx. 6 builds, 21 for Sphinx, but he can't get up. Pete can't take Storm, though. He only has 1 build left, needs to find the angle, holds the high ground. The SMG, letting it spray, trying to break through what little build Sphinx has. Pete needs to hit 1 big shot, 14 HP. And Sphinx manages to do it. The solo clutch from Sphinx. And PETERBOT gets second.
That's huge by Sphinx to make sure to secure the win. Big games by Pete, though, but only 4 eliminations. So you see they missed out on the bonus points for first, and they didn't get as many as they typically would through eliminations. But hey, slow and steady wins the race. Does look like a big win for Sphinx. Is that Muzz and Sphinx, too?
That's Muzz and Sphinx. That's the new duo. Out of Bumpy. Again, they didn't do as well when they had the zone, but then that zone was actually pretty favorable to them as well now that I think about it. So that's a 2 elim 5th and a 7 elim win. So Muzz and Sphinx jump up to 3rd. Ace Richie holding on to 1st. Rapid Kanata in 2nd. And that's going to jump Pete and Pollo from presumably almost last up until 7th. So 3 elims 2nd. It was a good game as far as how far they went, but the elims are worth a lot. That's usually why Pete and Pollo have been getting carried through some of these tournaments. 4 points in elim, and they've only got 5 in 2 games. That's very unlike Pete and Pollo.
Which is crazy, actually. Hey, I'm not too mad. I mean, even if they somehow don't win this tournament playing how they're playing, I mean, again, this is a good... I don't want to call it like a learning lesson because, I mean, they're experts in their own game already. But, I mean, this is a little bit of a learning lesson. New drop, different surge, playing it slow. Even if that drop spot itself does get changed up, at least they can take a lot of those fundamentals with them.
Yeah, I agree. Still got to learn. I mean, they're 2 of the best players the last few years, but it's an entirely different meta, entirely different surge, which is why we're seeing some of the biggest pros around the world, not just NA, but especially on EU struggle. Like, you still got to learn it. You can't just jump straight into it. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Owens. Barkers, Pink. Zevi, Rubney, Mark, Ben, Drip, Rhino, Cuddy, Benji, 9 lives. Thanks for the subs, chat. Appreciate the subs on YouTube. Appreciate the follows on Twitch. Hope you guys are enjoying the show with me and Mr. Jacob. You guys having fun. Sorry I'm not reading chat as much. I'm sorry I'm slow on the alerts. Yeah, I thought they were landing Sandy. It looks like they pulled up short. I'm not really sure here.
Maybe they go for the AR that lands, that floor loot that spawns there.
Maybe. Could have just been like bad drops too, and it was worth just pulling up. I mean, yeah, it looks like they're just going to try and loot all this now and then maybe fight them. I don't know. We'll see. This one's definitely going to be a straight fight, though. We know Bucky. Bucky is not looking to try and make any weird splits or land on the outside. Bucky wants to land straight into Clausy.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Is this? No, this is the drop for Clausy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, wait, what? They're going to contest Booga.
Yeah, I was like, we're looking over at Latte. This drop kind of makes sense, but Zen, wow, Zen's drops are dialed in right now. We talk about, obviously, his creative pedigree and how those mechanics, you know, some carry over, some don't. A lot of people always ask me, like, you know, how can you be so good at Zone Wars, but not just instantly the best player in comp? And it's usually things like drops, but man, Zen's got it dialed in.
Give me that mini. Give me that mini.
A little bit of a different approach this game around, though. A little bit slower. Playing to heal up, playing to take a little bit of a fair fight. And this is honestly a big win for whoever actually does win this because the boss is here this time around.
Yeah, they've got extra. Yeah, whoever wins this one gets the extra loot. And I noticed then Bucky giving Zen the pump shotgun. I mean, Bucky knows his position in this team as much as Bucky does have. Still, in my opinion, some of the best pump aim in NA. It's playing with Zen. You really want to make sure your Zone Wars warrior, your mechanical demon, has the best loadout possible. I think Bucky might have a shotgun too, though. He didn't pick up the dual shotgun, so he might already have something better. But Bucky and Zen are taking this fight. They're giving Scare and Osid the advantage, though, by trying to farm in here and letting them lurk on him. But maybe they're in the other building? I'm not sure what's going on here.
You should get on top. Farm all the wood.
I'm not sure they actually know either.
They can.
They seem confident they're not in this building with the way they're playing. I think they've pushed out to the north, and then I guess it's going to be a bit of a fight here in this building. Or maybe it's going to be pressuring the boss, I guess. Hopefully not a split. I don't want to see them split.
I don't know.
Just a creative match, bro.
I just
run away probably.
Wish I could hear I hear the audio, but I wish I could hear like the shot audio because there were shots coming from the direction you would think is Osid and Scare.
Oh
my gosh. OG wins. Sorry, Chad. With the OG curse. I forgot to check on OG. Takes down Civ, our Mexican GOAT.
Right away, yeah?
One of the Mexican players in this lobby.
Yeah.
Unfortunately going down. You know, it's a bit unfortunate. Mexican pride there. It's just it's hard to see. You know, it's rough.
Yeah.
Not bad. I'm like, how do you end up under here, though?
I don't know what we're doing here. I think we've gone through the teleporter. We've ran from Richie and Age, and we've now gone in the teleporter straight into another team. I'm not really sure. Want to see, are we in yet? Let me see.
And that is why I do think that, you know, just land your drop. Wherever they normally drop.
I think they got severely outdropped. I think their drops were just somehow horrific. Like wrong marker or just they dudded something. They were like, yeah, it looked like they were just going to die if they went into to Sandy. It's so unfortunate. You go down off spawn, you wait 30 minutes, and then you make one slight mistake, and then now you pretty much got another 30 minutes of just pain, it looks like. I want to see Acorn. I want to see Acorn Bolts. I want to see the Acorn Bolts. I want to see him kind of fight here. The split seems to be going okay, but I feel like if they split it, they're just committing to the fact they're going to split it this season, next season. Like, I think, are they going to make a stand? Like, I feel like you have to at some point, you know?
I do. I feel like eventually, but...
Acorn's not really one for
it
making
hasn't
big
started
stands.
yet, so I still think there's time for rosters to switch up.
Yep.
The new season coming with the new drops, so
True.
I mean, maybe there's a better drop that people will go to.
And then this, obviously, you wouldn't have any information on whether this is POI stays the same or changes, right?
Yeah. I think, yeah, it's just tough because you know how some players just go for the best drop, or depending on how the meta is, if Lethal Labs is the only drop that drops mobility of a certain kind.
If hypothetically that were to be a thing to happen, okay, maybe this would be a POI worth taking. Okay. Acorn Bolts though, they're splitting at this point. This is split jobs right now, north south. Looks like they are splitting it. As Vet. Is this Vet Chan? Not Vet, right? No, VRT, sorry. Wait, it's Vet J and VRTC. Okay, yeah, it's fine. I'm not even going to attempt to figure out who this is. Wait a second. Decay, Carbone, Booga, and Reet taking a fight outside Latte. They're sick of losing a little bit of their loot. It looks like Booga and Reet want to take the fight to them and actually lock down all of the loot at Latte. As Reet trying to get shots in through the window on a Carbone. 4 points right now in 2 games. Not really the big performance I think Booga was hoping for in his entry to Dallas.
Yeah, and I think this is a good play for them, too, because you got to think game 1, they had a pretty good game, and Carbone and them were there in game 2, so probably cutting off not only loot, cutting off rotation paths, probably tagging them for Surge. So if they are able to get some early damage, because this is also one of the drops that you can get an AR and try to get early damage, and I think that's what potentially happened. I'm not sure the likelihood of Reet and Booga having landed at Latte Landing for a long time, if any.
Yeah, I mean, Latte Landing is such a sketchy drop to fight over. After watching, I think it was Queasy that week. I don't know if it was with you. I think it might have been on EU I was watching. Maybe it wasn't NA. But there was one of those weeks where it just, man, Latte just looked miserable. I think it was EU with Queasy, and it just looked like every time you fought it, they stall it out. You do well, and they grab it, and the team third parties, and it pushes out. And I don't know, it just looked like one of those PYs you just don't want to fight. I think Booga and Reach just want to condition this. They just want their loot, and they just want any team around them gone. It was Reet, wasn't it? It was that week with Reet, was it? Maybe it was that one, yeah. That's Reet, though. Wait a second. Carbone putting up a solid fight right now. Gets the damage back on him. Booga's here to back him up, and there it is. Booga distraction. Reet comes through, gets the second elim, and that's 12 points. They've just gone from 4 points to 12, though, with that wipe. So there's a lot on the line as... Ooh, this is what Osid and Scare were going for. Queasy's lurking too, man. Not looking too fun over Clausy. They did take this other building.
Yeah, the only thing I'm going to be looking for, though, on Reet and Booga is how much damage they actually took during the course of that fight. So even though they won it, you got to think it's off spawn, how much damage they give, how much damage they take. So it might not necessarily be in their favor as of now, but that fight right there is crazy because there's another team rotating in. Already 2 people are Clausy, I feel like, or 2 teams is already too much.
And Josh and Yomzo winning their fight. Missed that one, Chad. So it looks like Josh and Yomzo, make sure it was Dash and Cam they took down. It was. Dash and Cam go down here. Josh gets both the elims. That's very good. They've claimed it. So without the third-party intervention, it looks like Yomzo and Josh are coming out on top. We'll see. We've still got a fair bit of tournament ahead of us, but I think that's 2 fights they've now won out of the 3. One was kind of due to a third party, and the other 2 they have won. So Josh and Yomzo looking like the kings are bumpy, but Dash and Cam have dropped here a few finals now in a row and not done too great, and they still keep coming back. So I don't know whether Josh and Yomzo are going to be able to claim it at this speed.
This would have been a perfect time for Pete to be on that mountain shooting down at Clausy.
Yeah, he's
still
kind of
rotating around, but
Yeah.
he probably doesn't know, or maybe he didn't pay attention to the feed of Dozier and Carbone going down, because that is the team he was shooting at last game.
Yeah, that is true. That was a team that was kind of up here, rotating, looting around this edge. Maybe this extra loot here, he can kind of figure it out. But yeah, that is a very good point. And because Bucky hasn't really done much in the feed yet, maybe he doesn't know what's going on over here. That's very true. Pete paying attention to the feed kind of tells the story of how he should play his Surge. I mean, Poyo's up over on the other mountain, but yeah, I think on EU at least anyway, it looks like Vico and Malabuka have more options for teams to get Surge on in this area. It seems like there's more teams around here, but even Queasy and Skivvy should maybe be one of the targets for Pete, but he's moving his way over towards Clausy.
Probably not hearing the same noise. Nobody's actually fighting. This might be one of the rare games because the way Osid and Scare are playing, that there could be a potential split.
Ooh.
Potential. Ooh, Cold took down Muzz.
Yeah, I just saw that. On the hill, it looks like maybe Veno and Cold want to lock down extra Surge positions for them. And not only they're not taking Muzz and running away with it. Exit on exit violence. It's going to be Sphinx now in the crosshairs too. Sphinx dodges back inside Humble Hills and maybe he's trying to hide. Probably not expecting Cold and Veno to key in this hard, but he's looking for it. I think he knows, yeah, he's going to chill and just wait. They're going to make it very, very difficult here for Sphinx to get this reboot off.
Yeah, this is the first time anybody's keyed over like that, especially for Cold and Veno, who's kind of just been sitting on the mountain. Business as usual. Battlewood, both of the zones in the last 2 games going towards the south. This one has a little bit of a switch up. It looks like north or center, so that's why you might see a little bit more rotation this game than the previous 2 coming out from Veno and Cold.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Sphinx and Muzz currently sitting in 3rd overall. Age and Ritual in 1st. Looking good inside Sandy. They got all to themselves now because we saw Noah earlier again having to pull off the drop. So Age and Ritual probably not sure why they got blessed with the whole PY this game, but they've got it, so they got to make the most of it. CLIX and Higgs, 4th place right now after that last game. Still inside Wonky Land. CLIX has got my favorite skin on. Higgs actually wearing a somewhat normal skin today as well. I've just noticed. That's a big deal. It's a very big deal.
I know I saw BloodX tweeting something about they need to do something about like the skins and stuff, like competitive mode, where on Pete's screen this is his skin, but maybe on our screen it's default.
I've seen that.
My suggestion was like just switch skins to skins you don't normally use, but I mean the reply I got was kind of like with the replay mode and coaches going in.
Yeah.
And then the only thing I could say about that is just don't be that type of person. I don't know if you want it done to you, don't do it to somebody else.
Yeah, it's hard.
No, Fortnite is.
It is worth pointing out, like World Cup, like competitive back in the day, World Cup did have that system where the players' lockers at World Cup, they elected, I think, like 10 skins, and it would pick randomly between one of those 10 skins. So, like, they took the skins out of the loophole that would be a competitive disadvantage, like Brutus and stuff. And that's why, you know, Bucky was randomly, like, the skin that he was when he won that one game and stuff. So, they've done it before, but I just think, I was talking to Chad about it earlier today, it's just, it makes Fortnite too much money. Look at the percentage of sales every time Pete mains the skin. Like, it's just having comp players claim a skin and that be their skin, and then kids wanting to idolize them just generates too much revenue. So even though I do agree for competitive integrity, some kind of like skin swapping or display system would be better, I just don't think Fortnite ever will. I think it's the point of this conversation. They make too much money. It's Cold and Veno, I think, trying to find Sphinx, have maybe found a full duo. They have Sniper Dude's duo, which is maybe them buying off a bit more than they can chew, but Veno and Cold could get 8 points out of this if they want to fight it, but I think maybe identifying, wait, this is a duo, this isn't our target, are going to disengage.
You see on the hills, the Humble Hills word? That's Sphinx right there, just running away. He led them into Avenger and Sniper and to say, you know what, you deal with them while I go over here. I do think there's another team all the way at the bottom that he did get shot at trying to rotate past. I'm not sure what his gold actually is, but I mean, he could return back to Mud's card, save the gold, get it that way, but at least now he has options because he's out of the line of sight of Cold and Veno here. Avenger and Sniper, I don't see them taking that fight either. The same things we were talking about before. Is the fight worth it when the vending machine's right there, especially if the zone is showing that it's pulling north? So then they potentially could be timed on how long they can actually hold down that vending machine.
And Bucky and Zen still fighting over this house. They farmed out half the walls of the house, just trying to find where Scare and Oasted are lurking. And this is what Bucky does. Bucky is just not going to let this be a split. He is going to either win this fight or he's going to die here. That's how Bucky's always been. That's why when teams con Bucky, I don't know what they're expecting. I guess maybe just hoping he doesn't qual, I guess. But Bucky will take this fight until Storm is on them and taking them out here. But still going down. No, I've noticed Oliver OG and Oliver OG over near Noxie and Mason. And Mason, whew,
ooh,
the loadout. The loadout. I think we found out who is the most respected fighter on this duo. That's for sure. We are not sharing the loot right now.
Just double mythic up. Got the extra bigs, the chug jug. So you know they got the boss.
Yep.
You know they got the Riptide RNG. They got the wingsuits, and you see the zone is on their side of the map. So they probably haven't taken a ton of damage up until this point. The likelihood of that being same in terms of them dealing damage is true, but it puts them in a good position compared to some other players in this lobby. Like here's Zavi, Virgo taking damage. Virgo goes in trying to get the one pump, but he takes another shot and barely getting the med kit off in time. Luckily for him, Viper and Mopey don't know how weak he actually was because all they had to do was pressure him with shots, cancel the med kit, and that would have been a knock.
Yeah, honestly, interesting to see the fact that Virgo and Harvey are in such a weird situation. They're just fighting over the vending machine, I guess. This isn't really that close to their drop spot as far as I remember. I mean, it's kind of on the edge. Virgo and Harvey dropping down south of Classified, but again, like we said, every vending machine, they're probably in their head thinking this is fire zone. It's the golf course. Like, there's not many teams here anyway. Like, they're fighting. Let's just go through and get our free loot. But it's never a free vending machine. As iDrop and Marius are now lurking on this one. 3 different teams involved in this fight with zone on the opposite side of the map, but this is how it goes in this meta right now.
It's four now. 2 are actually fighting, 1 north, 1 south, and they're just like, yo, you guys done with that yet? I just need to use it for a second, bro. You don't even have to leave. Just let me get the wall on the other side. Viper, Mopey doing a good job of pushing them back, but Virgo got the wall. Look at this. I just need a second. He grabs the double med kits, gives them extra time here in the zone, and you can see the gold still infinity for Virgo. So I mean, he has over 1,000 gold still in his inventory. Seeing Clays and was that Perceive over there in the distance where Marius is going to get one of those 2 knocks. Marius already rotated out, and he's taking advantage of the aftermath.
It's so many EU teams as well. We got Marius and iDrop rotating north. We got Passive Spanish duo, I believe, over here as well. So just so many teams on the edge. AIDS and Ritual could maybe take advantage of that. They might hear the commotion, but I think it's even too far away for them to hear it. And it's not too far away for Aegis to see it and hit it. Gets a bit of damage on the way through. So first place, still getting more surge up, looking good. Playing it out from Sandy Strip. Kanata Rapid, much closer to zone. They're in much better position. This is just a rapid repeat of solos. Sphinx does get Muzz back up. So third place, back to a duo, but not the greatest loadout for Muzz, as to be expected from being rebooted.
Yeah, if Sphinx is able, I'm not sure how many eliminations. I know there was a fights that he was rotating through in order to get Sphinx back, or in order to get Muzz back. But if he could somehow remember where actual eliminations went down, that'll be huge. I don't know how big his brain actually is and being able to spot that out, but that would be huge. But this time around, zone on the mountain, favoring PETERBOT and Pollo inside Wonky Land, and luckily for Bucky Zen, Osid, and Scared, but. They're right there. They're right there. They don't even have to move. So
I want to say
300
unlucky.
mats, that's okay.
I want to say unlucky. The Storm could have been the ref here, man. Break it up. Like, just someone do something. Like, come on. Just someone take the fight.
Right?
Do something. We got 24 and 28 builds. Scare's got 27. Osid has 35. We've both griefed each other. I just want something to make them end it. Like, just, this is it. Someone do something. But... yeah, Clausy looks like they're still chilling. Queasy's up behind Pete and Pollo, so this should be Pete and Pollo having 2 good games back-to-back as Venom and Cole find themselves right on top of another team as well. Under another team, I should say. Not on top of it. Maybe gonna make a play here? Oh, it's Yomzo and Josh. Not sure what's happened here.
They're in zone. Again, I do believe Cold and Veno above the damage threshold. You know, 4th zone, 5th zone, 6th zone. That's where I think if you're in the zone... you can't make as many risky plays or as many plays without the risk coming and kind of increasing with each and every zone that does pass. And it does look like they're just going to try to disengage on out. And honestly, I agree with them. You don't want to sit and box up with a team just above you. And it's not like they're in a surge tower 5, 6, 7 layers ahead. No, they're literally like 1 or 2 layers ahead. So that's not necessarily the position I would want to be in either, because all it takes is one of them being below the storm surge threshold to go for some pre-edits.
I got Zen in my chat right now, just, you know, very clearly happy with the way this game has progressed. I think Zen's clearly going to take them down. I think he's going to have a good game, and he's coming back in my chat in victory. Definitely not at all upset by whatever's going on at Clausy. We thought the triple Clausy fight was bad. Somehow, only 2 teams becomes even worse. Yeah, Zen, I don't know, man. I mean, yeah. Welcome to competitive Fortnite, bro. This isn't Zone Wars. You're not forced to run at each other. You can just die in a box if you really want to.
If we're lucky, the zone goes over there for 5th zone.
No. The zone I need the zone to pull off them. I need to see someone win this fight, for the love of God. If they pull zone and they just sit there and wait and die to surge as zone just pulls on them, I'm going to be so sad. As Pete and Pollo, such a good position. Normally, I would say they have this whole mountain. The fact that Skivvy and Queasy actually in a position to maybe play spoiler if they make them on top of the mountain and catch them off guard is kind of crazy.
Yeah, just... I was gonna say, as long as they don't keep their back exposed, but it seems like they do. They do see them back there.
I think they spotted them.
Pollo saw them building. Yeah, Pollo just saw them building right now on the backside of the zone, and where their ramps are, they're just kind of blocking it off. So they kind of have some sense this is happening. Oh, the Bucky's end fight's finally gonna end. Boo-hoo. But let's see right now. Somebody's finally making a play, and it does look like it might have been Bucky. Bucky and Zen drop down, getting the first knock and elimination onto Scare, leaving Osid by himself, and Osid has to go for the elimination onto Zen. This is the only good opportunity you get with them being as weak as they actually are. But he only has 19 builds, though. That's the thing. They've been here since the start of the game for 5 zones. They have almost absolutely nothing to their name.
I mean, I'm not happy with the way Osid and Scare are playing, because they're clearly playing it to grief, Bucky, but at the same time, I do have to feel for Osid and Scare, who have gotten a 3rd place finish from this drop. Like, proven what they can do with it if they're uncon. So in their mind, again, you always got to see it from the other person's point of view. From their mind, Bucky and Zen are the griefers right now, so they're making them pay. And he's just going to stay in Storm, not even give them the chance to get extra damage, extra surge. I think right now for Osid, as long as Bucky and Zen lose, he's happy. He's holding down the grief as Ages of Ritual, 500 above in Storm, eating the small fry, and Richie has Aloe rotating straight into him. This could be bad right now for 1st place. Needs to pop to make it. If Aloe cancels that, Richie has no more white meds, and luckily for him, Aloe decides he wants to rotate off this and not try to fight Ritual. That could have been really, really bad.
Yeah, but I think that was a smart play by Aldo, depending on where his teammate's at. Even if he has a teammate, probably saw the audio visual, Ritual's healing. It's the only opportunity he's realistically going to get to disengage off of that fight without Ritual himself landing any shots. Obviously, he has to worry about everybody else in the distance, but I think timing right there was actually pretty good. 23 seconds, 2-tick, going to turn into a 5-tick zone, so medkits here from Rapid and Kanata before they eventually wingsuit to try to find their spot in. But one of the max pulls is not only for them, but you're seeing a bunch of other players inside of the zone. Bucky does go down to Acorn, which is unfortunate. All that waiting for almost nothing.
CLIX and Higgs, 40 below, like... how much of an impact has Pete just being on the mountain behind them had? Like, you know, I don't want to be that guy. Like, it's just, I feel bad for CLIX at times, but you can't talk about CLIX and not bring up Pete, and I'm sure CLIX fans will be annoyed at me for that. But how does their surge look so different today? I want to talk to Higgs potentially, or even CLIX. Maybe it's not Pete, but I see Acorn and Pete switch, and then all of a sudden CLIX and Higgs start struggling on surge. Never mind, 168 above. We got to back up. We're okay. Never mind. But I feel like every time we tune into this team throughout the previous weeks, their surge has been so comfortable. And I feel like with these zones, it should be like that this week. So I don't know. Maybe it's just, maybe they used to get more tags around the mountain around them. Now they don't want to move over there in case Pete's just playing more aggressive. I don't know. I don't know.
Avenger and Sniper dude just took down Cold and Veno.
Ooh.
That's the same team they've been floating around throughout a good portion of this game already. So, I mean, the struggles continue for Cold and Veno, even with a couple of good zones. Obviously, this one wasn't as good as the first two games, but even with a couple of good zones going into this one, there's still some struggles, some things they need to work out. I know you were mentioning, you know, the loadouts and kind of the duties for the team with Cold going for surge tags. Maybe something switches up going into next week or the second half of the day, but with the way things are going now, there's not a ton of confidence, I feel like, for the rest of the day on that team.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a feel bad as well. Veno had a lot to say about NA and how easy it was as a region. I will defend him. He did say in the finals, to win the finals in NA, he actually considers harder because since the lobby is easier, technically you have to do so much better to win it. But I don't think the performance Veno is expecting to have here, as AIDS and Ritual 1,000 above in a great position. I was going to point out Pete and Poyo, first team in this zone. Beautiful rotate off the mountain, highlighting again not just how strong the mountain is, but how much they've adapted to the new meta. Pete and Poyo just looking like a Shark Teeny Sky Scroll, just kind of adapting to just that Storm Tank late rotate as Reed and Booga 66 below. We need some damage out of Reed, or we need to see that 0 ping from Booga get active.
Yeah, somebody needs to start trying to make plays, and I think it has to be Booga here. Even though they're both going to get their shields on up, you see the HP differential here. Reed could use the elimination for the Siphon, but that just goes with the risk. CLIX and Higgs is the ones on the other side. Booga steals the wall, trying to steal away the loot. They do find success in that regard, but they're still 68 below the damage threshold, and now Storm Surge has activated. Every 7 seconds, 25 damage, and they're hoping with the resources, they did grab a few of those big pots that they're able to out-heal it. They have the Flowberry Smoke as well. Zone is going to pull far away, so depending on how they play this situation, there is going to be plenty of chances for them to get at least AR and pistol shots.
I mean, we have one heal grenade. That was their best chance to out-heal the Surge, at least getting double value. Now they've only got 5 in the Fizzberry jar to tap for the mobility and 3 big pots. So yeah, the Surge out-healing is not looking great. 14 players have to go down for this Surge to fully turn off as well. 60 builds. And we need a couple tags here from Reed. He has to jump, can't hit the shot. Now we've got Storm and we've got Storm Sickness. One more tag onto Reed, one tag on a Booga. They both go down. Storm Sickness, the way it works is you don't get knocked. You get insta-finish. Booga and Reed have to land, stand, and try and get their damage. And it's Pete that gets the double kill. That's 8 points. Pete just gets 4 free. 2 bullets, and he gets 8 points. Very, very well spotted by PETERBOT.
Yeah, and this is where if you want to come back from PETERBOT and Poyo, they got to start to come online in this end game. Very low eliminations in game 2 when they played well, going down early in game 1, so they are definitely below the curve. Glad to see, though, for CLIX and Higgs. You saw a little bit of a struggle throughout the course of this game here, trying to get the Storm Surge damage, but 152 above. CLIX did find himself with at least 1 elimination throughout the last couple of seconds, and it was on Mason and Noxy. Yep. Both of them, or at least one of them, would have went down, and honestly, this is a scary sight. You're pointing it out, the mythic pump more so than the SMG in Higgs' hand is deadly.
I mean, they got the loadout. We've got double mythic on Higgs, and I'm thinking, man, we got to share some of the goodies with CLIX, but I think CLIX is feeling just fine. Gold pump, gold tac AR. I don't think he's going to be too mad about it. They're on the high ground. They got the loadout. Try to have a really, really big game here. Jump up a little bit. Everyone is still above them, though. Rapid Kanata still up, 59 above. Sphinx has actually jumped up with those 2 elims up in a second now, 155 points. Asian Ritual, 158. So very, very close leaderboard at the top, and CLIX and Higgs could maybe take a chance to get some good shots on an Aegis Ritual, but no, they make the rotate straight in, landing in a very questionable position. Aegis almost gets boxed up, has to get back to Ritual. We had some acting like Tommy moments there. A lot of teams landing in each other's boxes. Pete now on the receiving end of the pressure from Aegis, and 26 HP, 1 more bullet, and Aegis could have taken Pete out just then.
Yeah, luckily for him, Poyo is there, quickly grabs the walls. They stop their rotation in the blink of an eye, and just kind of ready to two-hop it, essentially. One rotation, pause, next rotation. Ritual and Agers, they're still stalking them right above. You saw that they were knocking on the cone for a minute, and even though they might not necessarily see, but Agers is just locked in on that direction, and I think PETERBOT knows the risk of going up is going to be there. He drops down, goes around towards the outside, gets in zone, and he's waiting the next couple of seconds before it pulls on over towards Bumpy Bay again, and he's going to be one of the first players to rotate on out. The Flowberry Fizz from Poyo, they get the low grab effect, they change lanes, players and immediately start to go on the move.
Oh, it's PETERBOT and Poyo versus Dig OG and Dig OG. That's Carillion there, and only a little 67 tag. Nothing too big there to open that fight up. Acorn, though. Acorn across the way. Bolts gets that refresh. So Acorn and Bolts been a little bit quiet at Inner Loop Labs, but they're still doing it as Muzz very unhealthy right now. Muzz and Sphinx looking like they might fall soon. Ages has gone down. Ages and Ritual first place down and out while we're watching PETERBOT. Rabbit and Kanata with a chance to jump up, and it's Muzz and Sphinx in the driver's seat. First place here, but they're not looking very, very healthy.
Yeah, one elimination can really change things, or it can at least start a cascading effect of them just steamrolling the opposition. But a couple of missed opportunities down below. They're going to connect with a shot, but not enough to get the knock. Sharkman Yuz, they're going to rotate on by. Well, with all that action going down, CLIX and Higgs, they still figure out a way to get the high ground. Game one, they got themselves a win, and they're looking to repeat that here. But they get chopped once. Lucky for them, they do have the low grab effect, but their high ground is now going to be taken away. Mythic this, Mythic that. It only matters for so long because Rise and King are the ones on top.
Rise and Kingling taking the high ground. Up until this point, a pretty rough tournament for Rise and Kingling, and now it's CLIX and Higgs on that low ground. They're going down to enemy territory. 6 builds, 5 builds. They need a refresh. We talked about the weapons. They've got the loadout to do it. Got to try and pop these meds to at least give them a little bit of time to go for it, and CLIX opens the edit onto Freaky Bob. Can't find the knock, though. Eventually gets the loot at least, but no, it's OG that lands on that one. Higgs goes for it. CLIX goes for it. It's a scramble right now. Everyone's getting split down the middle. CLIX and Higgs losing that high ground is going to cost them so many points, and the Elim goes over to Sphinx. So not only is it the points they lose, it's the points Sphinx gains, pushing the lead forward, but Sphinx is a solo with 0 builds in first place.
Yeah, for a moment there, he was the only solo in the game, but somebody joins him in the next couple of seconds. Braids and Vigils towards the left, and then the Storm Sickness warning on top of that with no extra HP. Sphinx has to go, and he has to go now like a green light. He is just continuing to push forward. The zone barely touching his back, but now he's just running into Brick. 2 players up above. They hear all the noise, but he's still figuring out a way to stay alive, fall underneath the radar, but eventually he runs into one, dropped to 20 HP, but he is hopping around. He is making sure to get every single placement out of his efforts, but it's Poyo and Peter from up above that solidified that elimination and have turned the tables on the rest of the lobby. Vigil and Braids down below, Josh Yamzu as well, and then Acorn and Bolts, the only duos left in this game. And then you have Sniper Dude, a solo off to the side, trying to make sure nobody can tell where he's at so he can get those extra points as Poyo gets a knock onto Josh. PETERBOT gets jumped on onto somebody else, dropped to 21 HP, but while all that's going down, Poyo gets another elimination. Acorn's going to go down as well. Yamzo's left by himself. It almost looks like it's Visual and Braids versus PETERBOT and Poyo.
You have to imagine they're the only duos right now, but Pete's not looking too healthy. They've only got 5 in that Fizzberry. They're going to tap it just for the low grab effect. That's not going to top Pete up too much. 21 health, 5 shield. Pete's coming down. 1 build. He's 1 shot. Can Pete land the big shot he needs? Get the Cypher. No. Bolts ends up taking 1 down. It's a 2v2. Pete doesn't have the health advantage. Has that gold pump. Needs 1 big shot to open it up. But Visual and Braids, they've been here before. They've gone toe-to-toe with this duo many times. Usually going the way of PETERBOT, but they have every single advantage. Poyo's healthy, and he's playing confident. Pete falls, but did he get any damage? Based on Visual's health, it looks like he did, but no! Another second for Pete and Poyo as Visuals and Braids take it home.
That's a big win by Visuals and Braids right there, but for PETERBOT and Poyo, with what happened in game 1, I think they only had 2 eliminations, maybe 3 worth of points. They do get far, second place. They get second place. They pick up more eliminations here, and this is exactly that. 168 points. It's beginning to look like the same old song and dance that we're used to.
Muzz and Sphinx 217, a 6th, 1st, and a 5th. Looking insane right now. Rapid and Kanata 11th, 4th, and a 3rd. Pete and Poyo, again, bad first game, but then back-to-back seconds, and those 9 elims doing very well. The 3 elims, unfortunately, last game held them back a little bit, but then we had CLIX and Higgs at 4th. We had Ages and Ritual in 5th, looking like a star-studded top 5. Visuals, Acorn, though, OG in 8th, Malibuca in 9th, iDrop in 10th. 2 EU teams in the top 10, but good leaderboard right now. I mean, CLIX in his usual position right now. Only 1 point behind, though. I think CLIX will most likely finish on the podium today. That could have been their huge point game, unfortunately, for them.
It's looking like our predictions are almost on point today.
We're
Let's
looking
go.
Good. We're looking good.
You put a little bit of effort. You take a little bit of emotion out and see what happens.
I mean, it's also Pete playing properly right now, and yeah, I mean, I don't think it was just the Labs versus the Mountain chat. I think it's Pete playing the meta versus not. Like, the Mountain, he's playing the meta. Labs, he was not playing the meta. It's harder to out of Labs, but I do think it's just, again, whether it's Raz or whether he just woke up and was like, yo, land's coming up, I need to start trying. I told you in the Eval Cup, Pete's playstyle in Eval Opens was entirely different to every other Battle Royale tournament they've played this season, but I didn't know whether it was going to work in finals, but it looks like it is.
I'll be right back in between these games.
No, you go, you do you.
Figure out this air conditioning. It's like a sweatshop.
It's not winter for you. Yeah, you go. Zen and Bucky taking the fight now. This is where it goes into Zen's and Bucky's favor. Usually the quick fight. When it was drawn out, unfortunately, I wouldn't say it was anyone's favor. Only a 30 tag from Zen. The ADS is the shot and just clears it over the head, gives him a haircut, and no, they lose.
Bro, the best off spawn game.
Damn.
Best off spawn gun.
I couldn't go from my side, bro.
Damn. Zen goes down. Let's see if Bucky's got it.
I don't think we're con.
Thank you for all the subs, by the way. Thank you, Peg. Thank you, Axel, Noah, Skullsy, Meeks. What's up, Meeks? Thanks for 50, dude. Thank you, Ual, Sioski. Thank you, Cries, T-Neils, Skriz with the gifted. Thank you, Merits, the 2 gifted as well. Johnny again. Thanks for the subs, chat. I appreciate y'all. Sorry I'm not as quick on them as usual again. Obviously trying to focus on the casting during the game, but thank you. I love you all. Thank you for the subs on YouTube too. You guys are great.
Over and they're getting shot out of the air by the split. By triple chest. Okay. I mean, they could have swerved. That was the team that got shot out of the air.
I swear the points are bugged. I think Pete had 4 kills game 2, and they 100% said... Yeah, I swear it said 11 kills last game. I thought I saw that too. Did you guys see 11 kills on Pete and Poyo? And then it showed 9 on the leaderboard. I genuinely thought that, but I didn't want to say anything. I'm like, you know what? It's been a long day. Maybe I'm just going crazy. I swear I saw that too. What's going on there? Is the in-game kills bugged, or is the leaderboard bugged? Something is bugging. I do agree. I just thought I was going crazy and didn't want to say anything. I was like, you know what? I'll just ignore it. But something's off here. Something's funky. It's because the winning team leaves?
Be careful of this split. They might come into us this game.
Oh, so the winning team leaves, and then it gives them credit for the 2 kills because they were still in the lobby, even though they didn't actually get the 2 kills. That's smart. That actually might be it. So my chat is pointing out, which I noticed as well, we saw that Pete and Poyo got 11 kills that last game, but then on the leaderboard they have 9, but my chat is pointing out because Pete and Poyo stayed in the lobby after dying, and the winning team left, it would then register like they died and give them the kill count, but it doesn't actually count, you know? That does make sense. Yeah, that makes sense. But I was a bit confused too. Good catch from chat, because I was like, I still want to say anything. I was like, oh, I'm just going to ignore it. You know, it's been a long day. Maybe I'm just stupid.
I'll never forget. It was back in chapter 3 when I first times like casting, and they implemented like the little points up there.
Oh, yep.
And the points were glitched.
Oh, no.
And I'm new to the game.
Yeah. And you were like kind of sure, but you're like, I don't really want to be the guy calling out the broadcast here. Like, I'm the new guy. Yeah. Did you say anything, or you just went with it? You were like, screw it. As long as Epic's happy, that's all that matters?
No, everybody already knew back then.
Okay, gotcha.
I was just new, so I did it, and they were like,
oh, that's... The other one was the kill feed bug was so annoying when the kill... What? What's happening? What? I guess Booger and Reed are landing on first?
Where's the beef? They have beef? I didn't think they had beef.
I don't think so. I don't assume so, as far as I know. I mean, other than beef outside of Booger dropping Muzz on his head after winning FNCS, but like, we're talking years ago. Like, I don't think that's still beef, but damn, I mean, Muzz and Sphinx just, I think they got complacent, used to being uncon, just have all of their loot taken from them. They just lost the entire POI. They're now homeless, and Reet and Booger have just moved in.
Wow. That's, I mean, it's not gonna, I feel like, shake up too much. But at the same time, that's actually more than half the loot, I feel like.
Muzz dropped Reet for Rapid. Oh, yeah. We did have Muzz and Reet literally being a duo recently. I forgot Muzz and Reet were a duo. And then Rapid asked Reet. Reet said no. And then Muzz said yes. And then Rapid, yeah, okay, we did have all that recently. I guess, maybe? I didn't think Reet would be like that, though. I don't think... This doesn't feel like a Reet trying to be like, yo, get back at shitty-ass Muzz. I hate that guy. I think maybe it's like, yo, I'm just sick of Latte. I want a new drop. And this is maybe their statement that they're going to claim Humble Hills. I wouldn't be surprised if Booger and Reed are just going to try and go Humble Hills for the rest of the tournaments now. I think, but...
Have teams done good from that Latte landing?
No, not really. I can't think of a single team that's done well from Latte landing. Every single team that's gone there is then left. Venom was doing okay there on EU, but he didn't want to go back there on NA. I haven't seen a single team do well there. So yeah, I would not be surprised if like, yo, I just don't want this shitty-ass POI. Yeah,
some just POIs, like,
hey,
it can have 46. All the loot in the world uncontested, but it's just in a bad spot on the map.
Yeah. Acorn, though, we finally have a Labs fight, and maybe not going the way of Acorn and Bolts right now. A-team builds. Acorn's got no shotgun, 2 ARs and an SMG. Bolts has only got the green Sovereign, so it's a shotgun, but kind of not really. Curve takes the wall. Bolts flips the stair, blocks off the angle, pulls the pistol out to try and get through that wall. Acorn's going to try and battle stuff with his weapons, but without the shotgun, he can't help much. And Bolts, though, connects with the shot, and Acorn falls. And I think it's going to be all she wrote for Acorn and Bolts here in game number 4. Craze and Curve, in the first proper fight we've had at Lethal Labs, end up taking it.
Hey, a win right here. We could see a different leaderboard. Maybe a win, let's say, you know, 10 elims, 100-point game, 158, put him on top. And then that just kind of gives them confidence, Curve and Craze, because it's like, why leave?
Yeah, Reed and Booga, though, they've come here. They need to try and back it up now. And I've noticed Booga, despite getting the whole POI, hasn't ended up with a shotgun. Sorry, Reed hasn't. Booga does. Purple Sovereign, but no shotgun for Reed. So I actually think Sphinx and Muzz have ended up with better loot. They do double iron pump right now. So Sphinx and Muzz have the fighting advantage. Whether they can actually execute on it and win this 2v2, like, I mean, I like Sphinx and Muzz taking this fight, not just dealing with all their loot being taken. They're trying to make it happen.
Yeah, and this will kind of keep it interesting, you know what I mean? Instead of kind of writing one team off late in the tournament, Booga, Reed trying to go for a 2v1 on the Sphinx. They immediately turn around, trying to turn it right back onto Muzz. Muzz doing a good job defensively, landing that first shot onto Reed, getting up and even getting the knock. Big plays by Muzz, but he turns around. Booga in a 1v1 against Sphinx, gets him down to just 30 HP, but he has to disengage off of that 1v1 fight. He turns right back around onto Muzz, cracks the shield yet again. Booga is putting in work here, but it's just the numbers games that seems to be a little bit too difficult from one target to the next. He tries to go after Sphinx before him and Muzz finally reunite back into the same box.
Jacob, you keep going 1 sec.
All right. I like Booga staying persistent, trying to stop the heals. Sphinx did get the shield off, but he's trying to stop Muzz from doing it. But Sphinx is doing a good job playing defensive, holding onto the build, denying every opportunity from Booga. Quickly makes a peek. Both of them missing shots, but the second one is going to find a connection. Booga gets the down, but the numbers game is just too much to handle. Muzz drops back in, and they stay on the top of the leaderboard.
Oh, look, I walked back, and Muzz is doing the dumbest emote I've ever seen. What was that? I just looked back over, and I just see Muzz's character's face. I don't know what I've just seen. Thank you. Dad Judy called. Okay, so Muzz and Sphinx win it. Oh, wait, yeah, what's happening there? Wait a second. Ritual Age, I keep forgetting they're actually meant to be conned. It's been such a weird day of, like,
the best region in the game taken down. Okay.
That's the okay, definitely not griefing NAWS, just ruining tournaments in the proper region. Then no one cares about their regions. They go try and get some attention, you know, whatever. It's all good, so it's fine.
It's all right. It's all right. Ritual's gonna go back in, think it's easy. Bam! He's dead. You know what I'm saying?
Bam! Richie, though, solo. So wait a second. Okay, so we got some big moves on the leaderboard. Richie down to a solo. Aegis gets taken out, presumably by Barker Paz. Let's see. Is that what happened? It was Barker. Let's see how it actually happened. And then Muzz and Sphinx fight off Booga and Reed. Again, not really sure what the play was there, but they fight him off, and this was an actual fight. As Barker was just lurking, though, but I think Aegis and Ritual knew they were there, and Barker stands tall. They try to double him, and he... Okay, in, you know, NAWS defense, they do win the fight. Actually take down Aegis in what looked like a fair fight. I thought it was going to be a lurk play, but it wasn't. Richie's stuck in an awkward spot now, though. We're hiding in the rooftop. This is not looking great at all. We'll see how
they check the rooftop, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's only broken.
They're not going to check it. There's another team there.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's broken the one build to come up here, so they could figure out he's here if they look at like these ramps and stuff, but he's going to know if they start breaking in through the roof, and I imagine this has a bit of an awkward build grid. Barker, or maybe Ritual, someone's farmed some of these floors, though, as Barker Paz is set up on top. And I wonder why Barker Paz playing so aggressive on Richie Aegis. West jokes aside, I'm actually not really sure what they're going for here as Barker breaks in. He spots him. Now he knows there was no hiding for Ritual. My man was just in an open room. It was very easy to spot him. No hiding, especially with this skin, as Richie now needs to run as they know he is a solo, and this could be a 1v2 that could be putting Richie and Aegis way down the leaderboard.
Yeah, and Ritual is ready for the long haul, though. You see him drop some shield, pick up those bandages, and it's not a bunch. It is only 15 HP, but sometimes what you got to do when you realize Bakam Pars are here, just like Ritual does stay at this mending machine. Sometimes it's just the strategy that goes all around the map. So even though whether they get the elimination or not onto him, I see them staying at Sandy Strip for as long as possible because of that mending machine.
It makes sense. It does make sense. Peepo do the same thing, stay in the storm as long as they can. They've got many machines ahead of them. Too many machines. It's got to make sure people go off them. Peepo playing cool, calm, collected Fortnite right now. Might not be the favorite for a lot of the P fans, but it's what it's got to be. The new Surge, I want to see P and Poyo adapt to it, and they are. Poyo's got the MK. That's how you know they're playing for Surge right now. This is the Surge weapon of choice from all the pros. The first shot damage is still really solid. Most pros aren't using it to spray like this, though. Most use taking a single shot. Poyo does have 420 assault rifle ammo. It shows how much loot they have on this split. Higgs and CLIX still inside Wonky Land as well. They're doing well. Not the greatest loadout, though. CLIX and Higgs usually seeing a lot more firepower than this from Wonky Land.
Yeah, and I can see, like, with PETERBOT landing up on top of the hill, they're probably making teams hide, like, box up, you know, rotate out a lot quicker, and I think that could be part of the reason why we're seeing CLIX and Higgs zone after game, I should say, down below the threshold, or maybe just like 100 above. Like, I think that's like a true impact around the rest of the lobby. Just like so many teams, I know it was the Raph coin, it was different. We're running from Pete and Poyo. They didn't want to be near him at all. I think, you know, when you're going against the best fighters and fighting isn't your strength, or at least fighting them, sometimes you just continue to run away.
I just want to where Cold and Veno are right now. I know they haven't been that big of a name on the leaderboard, but oh no, mine's still over here. Veno's got his gold pistol again. Cole's got the gold enforcer. That should help a lot with their surge. But I do agree. If you watch EU, Shark and Teeny, they have a no entry zone. There's just a circle around Wonky that no one will step foot in. So there's definitely a lot of conditioning areas on the map. As Ritual, I think, gets hit by something. He's down to no shield, almost no health, and man, Barker and Pars just a thorn in the side of Richie and Ages right now.
I think Pars is under. Yeah, I think Pars might still be under him as well. Baka's across. Yep, Pars healing up. And this is where it does kind of get scary if you're Baka and Pars, because there's no way they could be getting a ton of damage onto Ritual in terms of Storm Surge. But on the meantime, Ritual has two different targets. So even if they do win this fight, they disengage. You got to question and wonder, where is Baka and Pars at when it comes to Storm Surge? Ritual trying to create distance, using the wingsuit at the last second, and it's seemingly working out for him. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, Bark and Pars making some enemies out of Richie and Ages here. They've been having a good few weeks of Div Cup, so I think they want to do well, but at the same time, it was going to come down to them having to fight them going forward, and Pars taking that fight right now. Richie committing to the reboot here, knowing he's going to get pushed, and the toe shot comes through. Richie made jokes about the update with bandage drop rate being increased, but it was the only chance Richie had, but it was a slim chance. Pars finishes him off without even the assist of Barker, and Ages and Ritual go from being first place a couple games ago to now being lucky if they'll be inside the top 5 going into the last few games. I don't think they will be in the top 5 by the time this game ends. CLIX and Higgs right above them looking good. Braids and Visuals right behind them looking good. It's a rough couple games here for Ages Richie.
Okay, nice. Make it a little bit more interesting, at least for the top people on the leaderboard. But hey, PETERBOT, Poyo,
nice,
I got to imagine they have to be feeling like really confident on Surge, and because they're on the back mountain, yes, teams can shoot back at them, but I mean, it's a lot of focus. You give away your position. You kind of, you know, the contested drop of Clausy, CLIX and Higgs don't necessarily have the angle, so I think that's just such a good drop for Surge. And then kind of add in the fact that the Acorn rotate on top of the mountain all the way to height limit. They're just going to take no time at all, or very little damage making it to zone off this next one.
We got a many machine fight again. Ryzen Kingling gone up against Scare and Osid. This is pretty much our mid-game objective. We did have Ted Timmons talk about how next season we'll hopefully have some more mid-game objectives, which I'm not mad about in competitive, but right now the vending machine fight of who can claim the wall, who can get the ramp is pretty much the closest we're going to get right now. Doesn't often create engagements though, unless both teams kind of want there to be. With one team, it lets the other team buy and rotate off, and then they take turns, and then they rotate off. You pretty much just see this happening, which is one of the stupidest fights you can watch, but it makes sense for both teams. They're in Storm right now. It is only a 1 tick. They need their med kits. They want to try and get as many as they can. They just buy more, take them out, cycle them, and then I think, hopefully, for Kingling and Rise, they've gotten all the value they want out of that one. Is Pete and Poyo still in Storm. This is the value of the mountain here. We're going to see, maybe this will be full display here of, oh my gosh, we're back in Surge trade meta. The ramp out of Wonky. I mean, we talk about Pete, Grief, and CLIX. If Pete and Poyo wanted to, they definitely have the play of spraying out CLIX's gigantic wood ramp. But at the same time, I think Pete and Poyo could actually make a play to just land on this and then go again, maybe. I'm not even sure.
No, I think that would be the smart play. I think they would have to wait a little bit for the wingsuit to recharge because it is pretty close by. But I think that would be the smartest play, because then you can go to the next zone after 4th zone. I know they're waiting for the 5th zone either way, but it kind of gives you a better options in terms of where you actually want to land. Plus, since you're using the wingsuit farther than the mountain, which is closer to the zone. You're going to be out of redder distance a little bit quicker, but maybe Aussie was right, bro. You must be good at this.
I mean, Vert and Taki, though, it wasn't Pete and Poyo, it was Vert and Taki who end up spraying out the ramp. CLIX gets beamed, almost goes down, reacts in time to pulling out the wingsuit. I thought maybe as he activated it, he would then take more damage, but they don't take CLIX down here, but that puts them down to 91 above. That is going to make their game develop so much slower. As now Pete and Poyo going to try and make a similar rotate, but they're high in the sky, and Taki, man, Taki and Vert right now not making friends with anyone. Freaky Bob, I should say, sorry. Kind of making some enemies of the biggest teams in the lobby, but Pete and Poyo off that mountain just get to soar straight over it, and it looks like going down for that ramp was not the play. CLIX and Higgs now have to be the last team rotating in, and if they take a few even AR tags as they come in, that could be bad, but I do like CLIX and Higgs getting a bit of damage before they rotate.
Yeah, I see only 110 above the damage threshold. So even though they get so much loot, all their resources, and sometimes even like the boss, the minigame at Wonky Land, it just seems like the biggest struggle for them is their Storm Surge game after game. 110, at least they're going to be above the damage threshold, but you know that's not going to stay the case as long as they don't continue to at least get that damage. And they still got a far journey to go before they're even close to the zone, let alone finding a spot inside.
Sorry, I got an important message. CLIX and Higgs. I mean, do you think right now CLIX and Higgs pulls? Oh, Pete and Poyo, though. Pete goes down to Storm. He's still got his shield, which means he's either died to fall damage or he's died to Storm. He hasn't taken any player damage, and he's lost all his health, and now Cold is the one taking advantage. The ex-teammate stepping in the box, and Pete and Poyo go down, and it's a fumble. I'm going to be honest. There's no real way to put that. I'm going to watch from Pete's perspective just to see maybe if it looks any different from his POV, but man, I think it has to be a fall damage or Storm death. Either way, a sad one.
Yeah, Storm.
Oh, wait, no, wait. Was it a visual bug with him showing him having shield there? Oh, it's because the heal grenade.
Yeah.
Heal grenade. He does go down to Storm, but it's just because there's too many players here. It's Vert and Taki right now just playing spoiler on everyone, messing up the rotates. And then now we know how this one ends. Cold drops down, gets the double kill. Pete goes down early, and CLIX and Higgs now have to be careful to not go the same way because they're rotating even later, and they're in the same boat.
That's just tough. That is tough. I mean, they put you in a situation there, another bad game, you know, depending on who wins this. Is it a Muzz and Sphinx? They go ahead and spread that lead even further. It's funny, almost out of every tournament, we're wondering, like, is Pete going to land on him? Is Pete going to land on him? Is he going to push over here? It's still possible to go back to his old ways because, I mean, he won a tournament. One of the biggest moments in history, landing on Acorn, Poyo, and Agers to kind of take it all in the biggest moment. You lose that, and everybody's talking about how dumb it is. Everybody's probably talking about how dumb the play was. Why would you do that, especially with how well they've been playing on the tournament? But it works out.
I know, Scroll.
Creates a different dynamic.
And I mean, it's the Pete effect now. We saw it on E this morning. Game 6, we had Shark and Teeny landing on Focus and Thomas. Second place, trying to take tournament to their own hands. Won the spawn fight, but unfortunately ended up not winning the game. So they dropped down to third. Actually lost money by going for that play. If they just landed their drop, they would have at least clutched up the second. But hey, it's what's making it worth watching right now. You got to call it the Pete effect. Teams are always going for that top spot. What can they do at the end of the tournament to try to clutch up a win? We saw Vico and Malabuka 2 weeks in a row in EU get double-digit wins back-to-back to clutch up. So we are going to be going to Game 5 after this, but anything can happen. CLIX and Higgs survive that early damage from Vert and Taki, causing issues, slowing down their rotate, which could now be, you know, a knock-on effect. It could make that next rotate harder, the next rotate harder, the next rotate harder. But if they just get that one big refresh pretty soon, they should be fine. But their loadout doesn't look too bad, just a lot less meds than what we're used to seeing.
Yeah, the only thing they actually need is those meds and maybe some damage. 51 below. Higgs did take some shots on the way there. So did CLIX. They were barely above, and now you're seeing the result. Does look like Higgs might have been able to answer back, only dropping 1 or 8 below the damage threshold. One shot, it's all it's really going to take, and he has that opportunity on to Taki. Misses it as Taki resets the build. Full pressure coming in from the other side as they still been unable to capitalize up until now. Taki kind of returns to the scene of the crime. They get the elimination, but a full spray coming in. Higgs getting dropped down to 2 HP. He was able to make it out of the zone, but not out of the path of Demas, who gets the elimination there. They got to be careful. Active Storm Surge. That's what actually probably struck Higgs down altogether because there was no knock. And now every 7 seconds, 25 damage. CLIX is only 1 shot away from getting above the damage threshold, but it's not going to be a safe attempt at it at all.
This Surge is so brutal. The damage Higgs took him down to 2 HP. He was in that hero grenade on regular Surge. Would have been fine, but the damage taken is what dipped him below. And then, yes, the Surge bolt, 25 damage, but it also makes it so you don't get knocked. You're instantly finished. So CLIX had no chance trying to clutch up and get Higgs back in the game. And now CLIX is solo clutching, but if he gets his Surge on the board, if he gets a slight refresh here, don't say I'm coping, Jacob, but he has 130 builds with a gold pump. Like, the loadout is there. We need a Siphon, and we just need a bit of material. Not material, sorry, bit of Surge. But I don't think that's happening. 200 below. We've landed on low ground. It's going to be a monumental clutch from CLIX here. I want to believe 100+ builds and a gold pump, but I don't think we're going to see it. And it's Cold and Veno again, maybe, taking down P-Poyo and now CLIX.
If this was somebody else, maybe I'd have a little bit of belief, but he jumps into the box, somehow misses. Yeah, I'm a little scratching my head onto that one, but either way, Cold and Veno able to capitalize on that, get the elimination. Even Yamso going down to King, but all these players are going down. The Pete, the Poyo, the CLIX, the Higgs, even Agers and Ritual. This is a moment for either Kanata and Rapid to close the gap, or for Muzz and Sphinx to run away with this tournament.
Kanata Rapid 240 above, Muzz and Sphinx 260 above, very similar position. I mean, Sphinx and Muzz, this means even more for them. If Reed and Booga are going to keep dropping on them, if they are going to try and claim that POI, then I feel like at this point, Sphinx and Muzz need to make every point count. Because if they go down early here, they go down one of those 2 games on spawn, it's just very, very hard to win once you're contested. They might be able to hold it down again. Good showing this game. I'm still not sure whether Reed and Booga will be going back there. 229 points to 186 though. They have that buffer, but a really big game here from Sphinx and Muzz will at least push that gap even further. It'll give them a bit of a cushion as Kanata Rapid rotate over the top. Rapid's dominance right now, not just in multiple game modes, with multiple teammates too. Solos and duos, reload and battle royale with Cold and Kanata is insane.
Yeah, I'm not sure, you know, what it's like on Zen, but somebody needs to get him the max contract if they want to win EWC. I'm not sure.
He just left Zen today. Literally left Zen today.
Ooh,
yeah.
See, he's getting the max. He's getting the max, the super max.
It's hard,
bro.
Though. It's hard because Cold on Twisted Minds, and then Twisted Minds made the play to sign Acorn because they have Acorn bolts, but maybe they get Rapid for the insurance policy. I don't know, but Sphinx goes down. Maybe Muzz needs to take out insurance policy, but yeah, fall damage or storm. I think fall damage based on where we are. He still has the shield. This could have been a huge misplay as Sphinx steps into storm, pops the med kit, but that's just going to delay the inevitable. Oh no, we might have to come back and replays, chat. Remind me, we all know I'm going to leave the replays, but I'm trying to remember to see what happened to Sphinx there, because that could be the play that just lost them first place.
Yeah, and this could be the moment right here. If Rapid and Kanata win the back-to-back, this could be exactly why. But Muzz, 6 builds left, top 20 situation, plenty of placement points still left on the board, even without eliminations here. But he has to be precise with only 6 builds. It is very, very risky. Any single turn that he does takes. Full team right in front. That's Civ, that's Castle, but that's also Muzz hitting a haymaker into old builds. Gets the knock onto Civ, continuing to try to fight this one out, knowing the Siphon is just around the corner. He's going to try to clean up that elimination, but he needs the med kit first. Sees Civ on the other side. He knows I can get that loot later, but not knowing he's going to roll away now. Zone pulling further and further north over Humble Hills. In normal situations, Aussie, this would have been a perfect zone for Muzz and Sphinx, but getting contested, getting cut off, forcing Muzz to go down. No Sphinx in sight. 0 builds. He finds some more. Scared gets eliminated there. That's bolstering Muzz's confidence continuing in this game.
Muzz is just still going. We talk about solo players. I was gassing up Rapid, but everyone, you think solo players, you think NA, you think Muzz. He's been doing extremely well. 10 builds though, 4 eliminations, needs a big refresh as Kanata goes down. Wait a second. Rapid solo, Muzz solo. This is 2 of the best solo players on NA. It isn't solo series, and solo clutching and duos is an entirely different skill. Does Muzz have it, or will Rapid continue his dominance right now? Looking like almost no one can stop him, but if anyone can, I feel like it's Muzz. I'm biased towards my boy, but I feel like he can maybe do this as he gets the zone pull. Fantastic zone pull back for Muzz.
This is huge. You got Fate on your side, but Rapid, he doesn't need Fate. Rapid seems like this season he is Destiny. Still 300 materials, able to make it across. Only 10 left on the Flowberry Fizz, so when it comes to shield, he does not have much. Looks down, doesn't know, but Muzz is another solo player down below. There's only 3 overall in this game as of now. Make it 2, so it's only Muzz and Rapid as the only solos as he misses a crucial shot on the King. He's still shadowing, stalking down both Rise and Rapid, but taking that opportunity with only 3 builds might not be worth the risk for Muzz because he's getting these solo points before before, especially Rapid now feeling the pressure all around. 3 HP a dream as he finds his way into the cone, but Virgo's still hot on the heels, trying to get that elimination. He finally secures it, but it's Curly who steals it away, leaving Muzz still alive with a chance to build that cushion.
The fact that he almost survived that is just insane. Rapid feels like he has plot armor. You hit it right on the head there. He feels like Destiny, but he goes down. The tables have turned. Muzz now pushing on a Cooper and Curly, his ex-teammates. But Rise is the one who swings through another ex-teammate of Muzz. But a 5th place solo clutch is huge. I feel like he's done enough to hopefully give a bit of a cushion. It's Virgo and Harvey. The underdog team right now has been doing extremely well in both game modes. It's Chud and G Money on the low ground. That's Sales. Kingling and Rise. Really rough start for Kingling and Rise, but maybe a strong finish. We've got 3 duos. It's now a solo, though. Rise needs to make something happen. Has the dually shotguns. No big pump there. And Virgo and Harvey shooting fish in a barrel. But Sales and G Money, they're still up. They're still a duo. Right now, High Ground has the advantage, but they could lose it.
Yeah, and they have a chance to make a little bit of space down below. That's exactly what they did. Virgo drops down, trying to cut him off, but he's just 2 seconds too late here. So they're going to have to reset here for a second. And while that happens, it does look like Shadow takes a bunch of damage, dropped to 30 HP. G-Money as well, 52. They trade shots back and forth, but it looks like Virgo and Javi are getting the best of the mix, but I might have spoke too soon, but not soon enough. Javi and Virgo, they finish the clutch. They win the game with 8 eliminations.
And it's Shadow, not Sales. My apology, chat, but if you're the Chud, no one cares. Let's be real. The Chuds are all the Chuds. I'm doing my best. G-Money plays with Sales in Reload, though, right? I swear this is just too hard for me, man.
I think so.
The
no,
2 different teammates,
it's their fault
the different
with the
names
and the
is
bums.
killing me. Like, come on. There's no way. This is ridiculous. Oh, sorry. I left for Sphinx. Okay, 1 sec. Leaderboard, and then I'll check what happened to Sphinx. Muzz and Sphinx, 277. Rapid Canard, 234. CLIX, 171. PETERBOT, Poy, 168. Age Rich, 164. And then back into replays. I'm going to check what happened to Sphinx there. Sorry, chat. My bad. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. I've never once, ever not left the game after saying we'll check it in replays at the end. I never do. I never remember. I'm so sorry. I'll check now. Because I'm not sure that I feel like that was bad. Maybe I shouldn't expose Sphinx here, but I mean, Muzz solo clutched it, so it's okay now. He did solo clutch it.
What was that one Twitter page? It was like the good plays of the pros.
Was it the bad ones? Was it? Oh yeah, Cells.
Yes.
House of Cells. House of Cells.
Oh, House of Cells.
Yeah, that one could be here. Where is it?
spots.
Sphinx. Wait, where is it? How early did he die? Am I too far back, chat? 20 minutes. Oh, there it is. Sphinx. Here we go. Sphinx did it. Let's see if Sphinx did it. This. I hope it's just him. Just like, you know, someone chops him out or something. Like, I hope it's not just a straight just. Oh wait, it might be Storm. I thought it was fall damage. It's looking more likely to be Storm. Oh no, it's not. Oh. Okay, could have been much worse. Half a second of difference. Feel like he didn't need to hit the slide there. Could have tried to catch himself. Definitely avoidable, but could have been so much worse. That's not that bad. That could have been much worse. I thought fall damage is the ultimate one. Storm doesn't feel as bad as dying to fall damage.
All right.
Just a jetpack moment, I guess. Zen, here we go. Back to this fight. Woo! We haven't seen this before. We're going back to Clausy. Thinking trading, thinking Stars V, Art, Crumbly, Control, Axe, Peg, no one. Thanks for the sub chat. Appreciate y'all. What's that, the shirt you're wearing? All the shirts I wear at the moment, bro. All my oversized tees. They're called Muscle Nation. They're Muscle Nation. I love them, bro. I just have them in gray, white, and black, and it's all I wear right now. Don't know if they're an Australian brand. My wife buys them for me.
He's laying outside. Pistol, running in the open. 24.
Oh, here we go.
I don't see him.
They're in the field.
Sorry, chat. Let me hit the pred.
I have big pot minis. I can full heal.
I take a 1 minute on the pred. Don't pred on someone who died. That's my bad. Sorry.
I have a pistol too.
That could have been a good opportunity for Zen.
Big barrel?
Yeah, it could have been. I was looking. I saw he had the cross angles. Well, he's got the MK, but no shotgun. Ooh. Big pot twos. At least they got good shield, but this is just going to drag out now. I feel like it's up to Zen and Bucky to force the fight early, and then if they don't, it's just over.
Yeah. It's almost, I know they probably won't, but I'm thinking like it's almost worth leaving because you got everything good out of here. If you rotate towards Clausy, maybe try to get the boss, but I don't know.
Yeah. Which is it? Okay, with the boss spawns, is it set which bosses spawn near which POIs? I know they just jump out of the bus at the start, but is there like a set one which they drop at?
That I don't know.
Okay, I'm not actually entirely sure either, because like some of the bosses are better than others. It is random. Okay, so you don't know which boss it is until you look at them. Can you tell without looking, or it's just you got to see them in the bus and just know?
Yeah, I think it's the bus.
Yeah, okay.
It's all that skull.
Interesting. I mean, this is interesting. Osted and Scare actually kind of taking the fight a bit early here. They're not dragging it out. It's actually them pushing on to Bucky and Zen right now, but I think Bucky and Zen are gonna be the ones who want to try and take this fight even more.
They just got control of main. You gonna run around the right here?
Ooh. Yes.
I have 8, 10 bills
Scare and
and I'm
Osid are
with you.
playing for the loot and playing to drag it out. Bucky and Zen are the ones playing to close the fight out. Even now, Scare and Osid take main and try and take the loot priority rather than trying to finish the fight onto Bucky and Zen. Muzz wins off
Might
spawn.
be like smart because like if you make them restless, you maybe force them into make a mistake as they're trying to make a play.
Yeah. I mean, that's what... I mean, Bucky's not known for being the most patient player, that's for sure.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder if they were to disengage,
I'm just
like
free
obviously
falling.
get all the loot from whatever side they can, but disengage might even be worth it for them. But I can understand, you know, I don't want to even just call it egos, but you know, it's your job.
Yeah, it's just that you can play a certain way when you're versing Bucky or Spawn for sure. You can make him get emotional. Bucky is known for being a very emotional player, and I feel like and Zen as well just doesn't have the competitive experience. Like you can tell, like even in my chat, like you said, the frustration. Zen's just not really used to being in these scenarios. Off spawns, you just got to commit to the fact that your day is probably going to be a rough one. You just try and do the best you can. I think if you come into it thinking you're going to 6-0 and it's going to be this breezy affair, like it just very rarely happens that way. All these players are pretty damn solid. All right, let's see it now. I want to see. This is the big spawn fight chat. Does Reed and Booga go back to Sphinx and Muzz? I'm a little bit concerned. Do we still have any word on what's going on there? Are they trying to claim the POI? Is it just Reed holding a grudge against Muzz? Do we have any word on what's going on there? I could just DM Reed and find out, honestly. He'd tell me, but I'm not really sure.
He's just gonna tell you it's personal.
Yeah, I mean he would. Yeah, and Reed doesn't sugarcoat either. But okay, no, they're not here. All right. Wait, no, they are here. Booga and Reed coming back. Part 2 coming back for seconds. The Lion wants a piece of Humble Hills. I think it might be them just trying to claim the POI, and I guess it just sucks that Muzz and Sphinx are in first. They're going to go to the other side of Humble Hills. They now know that they're conned, but Muzz and Sphinx could win this one again. I don't see Reed and Booga leaving, but wow, this is a spicy one.
And they got a little bit of split drop. They don't got the main building, but hopefully if the RNG's on their side, better than last time. Not getting a shotgun for Reed obviously cost them a lot. Bolts gets an early down on the Craze, though.
Ooh.
So that fight's continuing right out of the gate.
It is. Curve solo. He looks like he's dipping down. He's going into the basement. He's going to try and drag this one out a little bit. Oh, wait. Sphinx and Muzz aren't dragging out, though. They got their 2 shotguns. They're sovereigns, and they're pushing. They're going on to Reed right now, and Reed's running. My man's got the great auto shotguns, but I think Sphinx and Muzz might win this one again. They know the POI. They have the advantage. They know the area, but Reed and Booga maybe want to drop this POI, but don't know how it works just yet. As Sphinx comes through the window, Reed hits a big shot and somehow slides out of that. How has Reed managed to hit the shot, get out, and not get hit? He has literally 0 health, Jacob.
Oh my god, dude. At first it looked like 1 HP, but even that went out the window. Booga's just trying to get a little bit of the distraction, but does not work out for them. Somehow Reed 15 HP using the 1 bandage. Good damage on his Sphinx, but cannot clean up the elimination yet. In comes Muzz, and there goes the elimination. Look how happy they are.
I mean, yeah. I mean, this is the way to win it. If you got to take out the team again. Muzz does have a bit of history with these players. I don't know about Sphinx too much, but pretty sure it wasn't Sphinx and Reed. That was the CLIX they're teaming, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. That was right. So never mind. So they're really good friends, apparently. I'm trying to think of the history here if anyone's had any drama with them, but I don't think Sphinx has got too much stake in it, but I know he's going to want to win this tournament. Sphinx likes his stake. 285 points. 50-point lead right now. 2 games to go, including this one. They need a really good game here because if they go down game 6, this leaderboard looks really, really different.
Yeah, they need to get Muzz out of the game by like less than top 10. If Muzz and them make top 10, it just makes it that much harder in the last game of the day.
I feel like Nada Rapid need a zone, man. What is happening with the zones today between EU and NA? Like, it's either west or north. I feel like I've just seen so little of the zone today. This is my, 11th game I've watched now, and I just feel like I'm only seeing the same areas of the map time and time again.
Yeah, it's going to be like Bumpy, Humbles, Battlewood. That's the zone we're going to get this game.
Yeah, it's all the North Mountains is what we're just getting so much on EU. North Mountains or Labs is just all we were getting. I just want to see an East or maybe even like a Southeast. Like, I don't know the last time I saw a classified zone. Maybe something to do with the Rocket event today. I wonder if there's anything to do with that. Probably not, but that always changes weird things. Why they had to make EU earlier, because they're worried about it, like, colliding with the power hour. You never know. As Pete finally thinking maybe this long drawn-out Clausey fight might be our ticket to an extra few bonus points.
It's just funny watching. He runs up, probably sees 4 or 5 footsteps. You know what? Maybe distance is good on this one. Maybe I should go from the outside. Almost an opportunity there on the Bucky. There is another player. I'm not sure if that's Pollo. It's Carbone right towards his left.
Yeah, Carbone's over here.
Dozier is nowhere.
I mean, the confidence Pollo has in Peach is let him go do his thing. Like, they're just playing split round. They're playing double solos. Looks like Pollo handles this side of the mountain, and then Pete handles this side and over here. It's good. It's the space they got to split. It's what Vico and Mally do quite a lot too, but They don't normally, Vic O'Malley don't come down this deep as a solo. Pete's really got to have a head on swivel here. If Carbone or someone gets up behind him and just catches him off guard, it could be bad, as Pete actually looks over for this loot. He's kind of coming down here, but don't think he realizes where Carbone just left. It's like one of those cartoons where, you know, the protagonist comes in right as the other person just left. Carbone's exited. He's now gone up the zip line. Pete hasn't seen him, so Pete now gets shot by him. I was going to say, going to waste his time down here, but even worse than wasting his time, he's now going to lose and oh, never mind. No, this is what Pete wanted. Pete just, Carbone has now made himself a target. Pete's seen him as a solo, and Pete is flying on him. The confidence right now, Pollo is nowhere to help us. If Pete dies right now, he's alone. This is a 1v1 right now, even though Pete is playing duos.
Okay, they're doing the reload strategy. I just thought of this right now. Pollo's going to have 500 gold.
I mean,
if Pete dies here, he's just instantly going to get the reboot. They lose the Storm Surge because Pete dies and gets rebooted. And somehow Pollo, I didn't even see him fly in. He just appeared in the blink of an eye to help out Pete. We don't see Dozier. I haven't seen him at all, so you got to assume he's down. Curly and Cooper are starting to move in on the distance, so they're definitely time before a third party crashes. And then there's more teams. Clausy, we know what team's there. Latte, we know what team's there. And even Painted Palms as Carbone's just trying to return fire back onto PETERBOT. He runs into Pollo and he runs him. Oh my God! Carbone almost will start Pete and Pollo before Cooper and Curly crash the party.
I mean, Carbone. My man's getting active. He took down Pollo, almost took down Pete. It actually took a third party to save him. I never thought those words would leave my mouth. Carbone almost 1v2s PETERBOT and Pollo. And now Pete has to try and go toe-to-toe with a healthy Cooper Curly. And based on how the last fight went, I don't like Pete's chances, but Pete looking swifty with it, but the 10 HP, 88 shield. Cooper holds the angle. Pete going for a big wide open head at 1 HP. And Pete and Pollo go down early. Now, Jacob, we've talked about this a lot today.
It's happening.
Game 6? Who though? Who's Pete gonna key game 6? I don't know.
That should be the prediction. Who does Pete key game 6? And you have to have nobody as an option as well.
I mean, maybe we could do it. We'll see. I don't know. I'm honestly not really sure at this point. Surely it's not just, all right, well, fuck CLIX. He just walks over there. Like, that'd be the ultimate, like, kick in the sandcastle. Like, CLIX is, where is he right now on the leaderboard? I mean, he's kind of up there. I mean, he's in third.
He's in the conversation at least. Like, if Rapid, Kanata, Muds, and Sphinx, you know, have bad games, which is highly unlikely, at least they kept it so respectable so they could be in the conversation.
I mean, it's just, there's a world where Kanata Rapid walk away with the freest win here. If Muzz and Sphinx go down on spawn to Reet and Booga, and then, you know, then we got CLIX going down to Pete, and then Rapid Kanata just basically get to breeze across the finish line. Everyone else just wiped each other out. It's just the freest win of all time. Actually, do you know, I've forgotten his name, chat. Is it Bradbury? No, wait, okay, Australian. Let me see if I can find it. Is it Bradbury? I need to make sure it's right. It is right. Okay, do you know Donald Bradbury? Do you know who this is? Okay, so outside of Australia, no one know who this is, but it's a long story, chat, but hear me out. Our first ever Australian Winter Olympics gold medal was a guy called Donald Bradbury, who was such a terrible ice skater that he was so slow, he was so shit, that he was so far behind all the other players that when they fell and wiped each other out, he just coasted across the finish line. An absolute legend. You'd think Australians might not be proud of that. It's probably our most proud gold medal that we've ever gotten. Like, we love it. Like, that is amazing. To be so shit that you somehow win is so great. Stephen Bradbury, sorry. I think Donald's is the cricketer, maybe. Stephen Bradbury, sorry. That's why it's not showing up. I got the last name right, but a classic Australian history right there. That could be kind of rapid right now.
How did Australia feel about the breakdance and stuff?
I don't think we responded too well to that. I'm not gonna lie. It was a bit of a funny joke, kind of funny, haha. Then it kind of became like a yo, we're getting laughed at too much here. Like, yeah, I don't follow that too much. But let me see if I can find it, chat. I got to educate you here. It'll take 2 seconds. It's a quick race. Here you go. You ready? I'm gonna put you guys all on. This is Stephen Bradbury right here. This is our legend right here. YouTube having everything.
5th position for the start.
5th position. Here we go. Watch. You ready? This is him right now. Like, in figure skating, it looks like he's close. My man is not close. Look at this. He is in Narnia right now. Essentially, he is not in the race here. My man is so far behind, just getting absolutely decimated. Kind of giving up at this point. Yo, you made it, bro. You're in finals. That's good enough. Comes around the corner. Wait for it. Oh, my God. Pandemonium. They all take each other out. My man is literally not even around the corner yet, by the way. He is still, like, he's got lapped. He essentially got completely lapped. And my man gets to skate through with the free win. Gold medal to Australia. That's going to be Rapid and Canal. Let's see. We'll see. That might be Rapid here. We'll see. I'm sorry for the tangent, chat, but I had to show you some Australian glory there, okay?
I've never seen
It's Stephen Bradbury, bro, the GOAT.
Life, bro.
It's amazing. Slow and steady wins the
One of
race.
them accidental wins.
Yeah, the turtle in the hair just being so terrible that you somehow win. Richland Ages, though, I mean, okay, Kanata Rapid could just win this genuinely, too. Don't draw the comparison too hard. I'm not calling Kanata Rapid terrible. We'll see. But right now, with Game 6 on the line, Muzz and Sphinx probably going to get keyed by Reed and Booger. CLIX and Higgs might get keyed by PETERBOT. We right now need, if you have a favorite team, this is the game you want to see them pop off. This is the game where it's going to feel the most normal. Next game, it's going to be chaos. It's going to be chaos.
My only question is, why aren't CLIX and Higgs rotating to the zone much faster?
Yeah.
It's just south of Wonky Land. They've been struggling on Surge every single game, so why wouldn't we want to get to zone and try to get Surge?
I don't know.
That's like my big question. But again, I'm not a, I'm not a professional player. I'm not a coach.
Yeah.
At 171, maybe they just don't want to take too much damage, but I don't know.
It could just, it could just be a thing of holding down Wonky Land, come back to for the meds. I mean, there's a lot of teams playing Storm like this. They've got great meds right now. It could just be like, may as well play Storm a little bit. It is safer. It is some of those rotates. I think it's just a couple of the rotates have cost them. Last game, Taki and Ver. Once you're this deep in Storm, it feels safer. There's less people, but the stakes are higher as Higgs and CLIX. 4 points. There it is. 4 points on the board. As long as they get the finish there, Wages going to try and have to hold off an aggressive CLIX and Higgs in a 1v2. I don't think he's even going to try. He's probably going to try and hide in Wonky Land. Might be his best chance, and they're going to have to know he's in this building. The door's open. Wages going to try and go for the right hand. They spot him. Creates some space. Picks up a med kit to stall this one out. Oh, picks up all their med kits. This looks like this was their extra supply. He's found the hoarded nuts of this one. The squirrels right now. And Wages trying to make his way out, but 40 HP, 60 shield. CLIX and Higgs should get 8 free points from this, but Wages making them work for it.
Yeah, good shot on the Higgs, trying to slow him down. Tries to pop the med kick, but gets pressured by CLIX. His teammate is going to get eliminated. Only 400 gold. Can't easily rebuy it either. And while Higgs heals up, CLIX continues to put that pressure down. Wages is taking this moment to pop another med kit, or at least try getting some out of it. But he's going in and out of the blender, and he gets taken down altogether. Wagers smoothie, anyone?
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that he popped a few of the med kits there, though. He got 2. I think he wasted 2 of the med kits, but I'm pretty sure CLIX and Higgs will have the gold to buy plenty more. They're only 100 gold each. I think they have infinite, which, as Jacob always teaches you guys, that means they have over 1,000 gold right now. So Higgs can theoretically buy 10. So I don't think he's going to be too mad. The 8 points worth a lot more than those 2 med kits were. So they should be pretty happy to have their games going. And that's easy surge. And again, maybe proven why they're staying in Storm. Maybe they know the team's going to be desperate around them, and it's just easier points in Storm than there is in Zone right now.
Yeah, see if it does work out for it, because CLIX did take a little bit of damage. His did take some damage as well.
5.
Don't even know where.
Age and Richie in my chat saying take down Zen, I'm guessing. Clean up the Zen and Bucky fight, maybe. Bucky goes down to higher. Yeah, I don't actually know. Where do they get all their elims from? Jeez.
No, it was higher. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then Mopey. And then Mirops. Yeah, just the GOATs, just the greatest of all time. Age and Richie. Playing in Sandy Strip.
Back to Sandy. They go deep into zone. Not too much deeper, but they go right back into zone to their Sandy Strip.
We got a few teams.
Again, I just think it's a natural good option, because if you have the gold, it just means like you're not getting surge, but you're not taking damage as well. And once you're above a certain amount, 100, 200 above, damage, positive ratio, I wouldn't say above damage, I think it is a valuable strategy, because you're safe. The only thing is you're basically eliminating any opportunity you have for a heal off. So if you end up in a top 3, top 4 situation, in order to win that game, you have to get eliminations.
2 players coming now in towards CLIX and Higgs in Wonky Land, or flying over them, I think. Yeah, the arrows go straight over them. Never mind. As much as my chat would like to think this is a high-pressure situation, CLIX and Higgs chilling inside Wonky Land, vibing in Storm, as they do every single game. Chat, just letting you know, this is not a rare occurrence to see a few teams around Wonky Land. My chat was losing their minds. There's people in Wonky, watch out! This is happening! This happens every time, chat. There's a lot of teams in the Storm. It's fine. Meanwhile, Chimp, though, wait, OG is actually, the action's going down, and OG on 160 points is up there on the leaderboard right now. 8 points would put him up potentially. Oh, no, I was about to say, could actually maybe see OG overtake CLIX and Higgs, but not quite, but getting there.
And with these 8 points, it definitely could inch them closer. Is that Chimp and Liam, I think, down below?
I don't care anymore. It's Chud. They're all Chuds. Everyone's Chuds. The chuds.
I just try to practice because if I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not saying chud on the broadcast. I like somebody has told me what it means, but like I still don't actually know if that's a good word or a bad
Feels
word.
a bit slurry. No, it's fine. It's not like a
It
slur or anything.
does.
It's the opposite of Chad. So it's basically just fat loser. Like it's basically like, you know, Chad's like cool, tough guy, like he's the jock. It's the chuds, yeah. It was started by a streamer, so yeah, it's just basically like fat loser. Like it's not a nice thing, but you're fine. It's not like it's not gonna hopefully offend anyone. I don't know why everyone's so quick to want to call themselves chuds though. That part is interesting. Is OG might be fighting this? I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what's going on right now.
I think they were kind of willing to fight it,
Ooh.
but it's not a quick, it's not an easy fight. It comes with risk. Let's rotate on out.
Why do the regular pads just feel so lame now? Is that a regular pad? He hit that with Fizbear.
I think they got nerfed.
I thought he was
I
going to go
don't
to
know,
the moon.
but I think they
and
got
it's just such an uneventful thing. You hit a regular pad now, and you just go 3 feet off the ground. Like, how do we ever think this item was cool? I don't know. Muzz and Sphinx, though, still
I
their two
think they got
elims.
nerfed, though.
I feel like they...
I'm not 100% sure, but I remember using it myself with the fizz effect.
And you thought you were
I went nowhere. I went nowhere, bro. And so I think they got ninja nerfed because of the it makes the other launch pad that much better.
True.
But I don't know.
Maybe. We're going back towards Humble Hills, though, which is fantastic for Muzz and Sphinx. Just south of Humble Hills, but Rapid and Kanata, maybe even with this south zone. Again, they're dropping southeast of the map, but their surge seems to be some of the worst we've seen so far today. As CLIX and Higgs might be the target to try and get it up a little bit. CLIX and Higgs take 1 tag, but not too many. It's 150 for Kanata. There's a little bit more. Cracks Cooper. So everyone coming in late right now, and Rapid put him and Kanata in a great spot to get this surge, but does this slow down their next rotate? Muzz and Sphinx are already in zone. They're chilling a lot more, but actually they're on the edge as well. So depending on where zone pulls here, a lot of our big teams are going to be in an awkward spot.
Yeah, they're a little bit lower off the side of that hill. But it does move over. A majority of the lobby is already in zone. Very, very little, if not anything, to worry about. Oliver is going to go down. I don't know if that was Osid or Savi that actually picked up the elimination, but he's going to get sent right back to the lobby. And you can kind of see the ones that are in zone, they're already stacked up. The different elevations here could prove, because if we continue to go towards the east in the next zone, we're going to get a drop-off. If we go towards the west, we're going to slowly go down the mountain. Towards the north and the south, I think that is our best chances for kind of even playing ground. But even then, you see mountain ranges. So if you don't have builds, you're not prepared to drop down, or you're not perfectly timed on your rotation, we're going to see a lot of teams get beamed out of the sky.
Acorn Bolt 138. Unfortunately, it looks like Labs just hasn't gone their way. I'm trying to check in some of those teams who haven't been paying too much attention to. Acorn, you know, again, showing he thinks that Labs is better drop than Mountain, but I mean, Pete's not doing much better. So maybe, I don't know. I wonder if it's more or less frustrating seeing a team take your PY and then do worse with it. You know, at least that shows that you were doing something right, but it's got to feel like, damn, I could have been like winning this. I could have been top 3. Like maybe Acorn goes back to the Mountain. I don't know. We'll see. 2 eliminations, 673 above. Did not expect to be seeing Muzz and Sphinx in first today. Not surprised to see them top 5, but first place is very impressive. I talked about this recently. Muzz actually suffered an injury quite recently filming an XZ video. Managed to rip the nail off his right hand. So his mouse hand, he's doing the Star Trek right now. He's got both his fingers taped together and has been messing him up a little bit, but I'm guessing he's finally figured out how to do it because they're looking good, and Sphinx gets their 3rd elimination now.
Oof. I'm just still reeling in pain right now.
The rip nail, yeah,
ripped.
I know.
I'm just screaming in my head right now, but that's got to be painful. Dude, that's probably one of the torture methods, but hey, it's working out, bro. Sometimes you just need that extra push. You just need that little bit of an extra push, motivation. You know, if I don't win this, I can't pay for my nail surgery or something like that. I don't know. But CLIX and Higgs, they just picked up, I think, 2 eliminations not too long ago, which is why you saw them go from a height position all the way down below. But these are the mountain ranges that I'm talking about. We're going towards the south. We're going towards a little bit of the east. So we're going to go up and down mountains where some layers you could be safe building on that straight tunnel and that tarp. But if sooner or later, you're going to have to go up that mountain range. So all these players that are in the backside of the zone, you can either choose to 1-hop it, get as close to the zone, rotate it after, or kind of take it slow and steady. 2-hop it, rotate once with the wingsuit, build safely, and then rotate a second time when the rest of the lobby has to make their rotation.
Well, pretty much all of our big teams don't pull this one as well. I was going to say it's a rough zone for Muzz and Sphinx. It's a rough zone for everyone. Rapid leading the rotate as well, but Rapid and Kanata, they were the ones who weren't so great on surge, so I wonder if this has hurt them more as CLIX and Higgs get farmed, but no, 400 above. Rapid solving their surge issue. CLIX and Higgs, despite getting hit really hard, they're also 400 above. 11 players have to go down, and based on everyone being so high, I almost feel like this might be a little bit of fake surge here. I'm interested to see if a team goes down here, whether all of a sudden everyone's surge numbers drop, because I feel like a lot of these guys should be a lot lower based on where they were, and there it is. I'm proud of that. Surge drops by 200, and all of a sudden that 400 damage doesn't look as good, but it's still 200. So someone here was dragging down the Surge numbers, but our top team still should be above it, just not as high above it. They got to be careful.
Yep. Mud Sphinx, though, 700. They got the free off-spawn fight. They got a mountain range. When it comes to a lobby like this, they got to have some of the most Surge in the lobby, especially with the zone working in their favor. Did see, I believe, another elimination go down. King takes down Casper from EU. Sphinx, Muzz, 295, 3 eliminations, but right now it's Curve and Craze on the high ground. They're going to have to rotate off. We are going on over towards Battlewood Boulevard, so again, different elevation changes, not as drastic as we were going through the last couple of zones, but you still have to be prepared for it nonetheless. And I think CLIX and Higgs, they're eyeing high ground. Curve and Craze, that's a possibility, but with the rotation going as far as it is much safer to use the wingsuit.
You're gonna rotate to front side, but Higgs gets deleted. It did seem like it shouldn't have been that scared to be a rotate. I think they went a little bit too early. You want to be one of the first teams to rotate if no one's already in zone, but if you rotate that early with those teams behind you can still be looking. Just that difference of seconds is all it takes in this meta right now. But CLIX is gonna get the res off. That is the advantage of being the first team in. They don't have too much pressure coming out. All those teams had to rotate. They couldn't stop and lobby focus them. As CLIX gets the res on the Higgs, they pop the heal grenade. They don't lose too much for that. Surge is now off, and Sphinx takes down Malabuka. That's going to be their 6th elimination, I think, if they get the finish. I don't think Sphinx has got credit yet. Maybe he has 5 elims on the board. Either way, good material, but Muzz, his rotates now being staggered. They get to front side, but they are both very, very weak.
Yeah, and if you're Kanata, Rapid, or anybody else on that leaderboard that is below first place, this is the point in time of the game that you really need Muzz and Sphinx to go down, because they're going to continue to run away with it going into Game 6. There's 21 teams still left alive. Around top 9, around top 8, that is half of the placement points, and you cannot let them start to collect those. You see almost a 60-point gap between first and second place. The only other way to go ahead and knock down that gap is going pure elimination heavy, which comes with its own risks, as Agers and Ritual, they're not necessarily getting the eliminations late in the game because they did all their work early on. 7 eliminations so far. Yuz and Sharkman under siege. CLIX and Higgs putting that pressure moving forward. They slow it down because they don't want to get third party, but they continue to look for any and all opportunities as they're fast running out of builds.
4 eliminations for CLIX and Higgs. His chat will not let him hear the end of it. He goes down here. They need to do more. Sharkman and Yuz are in front of them. 20 builds for Higgs. Does manage to take the wall, but they get pressure from behind. You see Higgs turn. You see from the camera movement, he has no idea what just happened. Where did he get shot from? CLIX goes down. Higgs is 10 HP. And unfortunately, this game is slipping through their fingers. The shots are coming through. 5 builds. Higgs might get a bit of a refarm here on the taco truck, I think it is, but it shouldn't be too much value here. But at least gives him something to work with because he was down to 1 build. Make it 4. It's not too much better, but Rapid's right there. If Higgs can get a big shot onto his X2, I thought that maybe Kua takes down Rapid, because right now, the top of the leaderboard, they're holding on, but CLIX and Higgs might be slipping away. We talked about Pete taking the fight to CLIX and Higgs. It might not even matter at this point going into Game 6.
Yeah, but a big and an important elimination for Kanata and Rapid. Again, Muzz and Sphinx are doing a good job. Almost half of the placement points already been achieved, but even Bolt's lighting up the leaderboard. Yuz and Sharkman both go down to him. Him and Acorn trying to make a last-second dash to the top side as Kanata's now left by himself. Rapid goes down, and the tables are turned from that last game. We saw Rapid trying to go toe-to-toe for a clutch, but Kanata gets shut down, and it's by Muzz as well. Not only the elimination points, but the placement points on top. A cushion they've already had, and they're going to extend it even further here.
339 points. Muzz and Sphinx pushing the lead up right now. They have a 120-point lead almost over the next highest team, but that is Aegis Ritual. Speaking of high, they're on the high ground. 3 builds for Aegis, 6 for Richie. Not a lot to work with. They need the refresh, but they haven't really gotten any kills since that early game, so this is still going to be a huge game, but it's Muzz and Sphinx who've now managed to match their elims, fragging it up in the end game, but they are most likely going to be contested by Booga and Reek next game. Even if Muzz and Sphinx win this, it's not over. They need to get as many points as they can, and most of the players down here are looking pretty weak.
Yeah, this is their chance right now. You see in Muzz just playing as collected as possible. In front, though, they get cut off by King and Rise, so they're just trying to get as many extra builds as possible. They know the possibility of playing for control of the pieces is going to be real, as Rise looks in the backside of zone, gets elimination onto Chance, and this is where Sphinx and Muzz are using that moment to try to catch them off guard. One shot is going to land, not enough to get the down, or at least not just yet, as Muzz, the audio visuals are there, he sees the flank onto Bolt, unable to get the elim himself, but he gets it onto Golden. top 3 position here as Ritual makes short work of both Rise and King, bringing us down to a 2v2 situation. Agers and Ritual back from the depths. They're trying to go after that first place team, but they're over 100 points down. This is the only way to knock down that gap right here is the bonus points for first place, the 8 points for the elimination. If Muzz and Sphinx win this, even them going down early, I don't think will be enough to slow down anybody on that leaderboard as Muzz almost gets tagged up once. Sphinx jumps up to create a little bit of distance as they find and catch Ager slipping, leaving Ritual all by himself. And it's not only the 2 players he has to worry about, the zone on his back, Storm Sickness as well. If worse comes to worse, Ritual is able to get it down onto Muzz. That is huge. He's now on the clock and he does it. Ritual somehow gets the clutch to take down Muzz and Sphinx. What?
I mean, I am genuinely speechless. I don't even know what happened to Muzz. I think he was trying to rotate through the building, got stuck, couldn't make his way around it, and Richie, 12 elimination win for Richie and Ages. I think the only way you could be upset after getting such a big game is seeing the names and realizing it was the team in first, but I have no idea how Richie has just won that. That was insane. Damn.
He deserved it, bro.
Yeah, apparently.
He deserved it. It's still, give or take 100 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so give or take 100 points, but hey,
Is
1
it-
point difference between Ages and Ritual.
Yeah, it's a-
Yup. So this is a 3-horse race if Muzz goes down early. And the thing is, they can't let Muzz get placement points.
Yeah, big difference for them as well. Ages and Richie now. This could be the difference between second and third, which is still quite a lot of money. Obviously, we kind of have that, if you ain't first, you're last mentality at the moment. But Muzz Sphinx, 369, Rapid Kanata, 278, Age Ritual, 277, and then CLIX and Higgs down in 209. Acorn and Bolts, though, in 5th from a brand new drop, Wolcond, is kind of crazy. But yes, we will keep our eyes on the feed chat. I'm going to block the kill feed as well. Please do not spoil. I know I'm blocking Zen's face cam, but he's got a showing. We don't want to spoil this chat because it's going to come down to Muzz and Sphinx versus Reed and Booga off spawn if they drop on them again. The only way someone else wins this tournament is Booga and Reed have to win that fight for the first time today. We'll see. We'll see. What a tourney. Oh my gosh.
Right?
Every region is just delivering so much content. Jeez. Thank you, Rapid. Thank you, Jaceki. Thank you, guys.
I get this one.
Thank you, Maris.
Dualies. 13 white.
Oh.
30 white. He's one. Waiting for you.
Now, Zen last game was pretty vocal about not getting dualies is the reason why they lost the fight. Now they have them.
Get shit on, you fucking shitty piece of shit. You shitty piece of shit. You're fucking dog shit, you pussy piece of shit. Let's split the drop. Let's split the drop.
I feel like the trash talk would be more effective if your opponents can hear you,
Let's split the drop.
I think it'd be more effective if we didn't just say, get shit on, you fucking shitty piece of shit. I think that was, I don't think them hearing would have made it much better. I'm not going to lie. W win from Zen, but extremely weak shit talk. My God, that was not it. It's fine though. We'll let it pass. He'll work on it. All right. He's not used to fighting off spawn. In creative, it's a bit different. You get to go next round. We'll come back to that chat. We'll circle back. He's just spamming the one combo. Okay. We'll help him out with that. It's fine. All right. OG doesn't win it yet. I can't get into replays just yet, chat. Almost jumped the gun, but this is gonna be a good one. Oh, Doreen and Booga go for it again. Do we think they just leave? They're like, yo, we don't want to do it, or you think they just say like, nah, they just throw it out there and they're just gonna go for it again?
I don't have any visuals on that.
I think they go for it. I
feel
mean,
like,
it's already happened twice. If
Yeah.
they are actually thinking about switching up the drop, you go for it.
Yeah, true. And we got to assume that's what it is at this point, right? Like, I don't think there's enough beef where they're trying to like just grief this hard. Maybe because they lost and it was just kind of like a matter of pride and they're kind of locked in it now. Like they need to win one. But I do feel like, but at the same time, hear me out. This is Booga. We both watched Booga for a long time. I love Booga. Are we even that confident that Booga and Reed go this POI next week? Because that's... We're assuming 2 things there. That Booga and Reed go there next week, and that it is Booga and Reed next week.
The second one is I'm laughing at myself. So I'm like, we're not even sure. Like, no, all respect to these guys at all, but we know how the roulette works. And I mean, it's not the best day. I when they first got together, they won that game at Eval. And I'm like, okay, maybe we have the makings of something good. But I mean,
now it's just not happening now. So it's like, I'm the same. Like, we'll see. And Booga's now in Dallas. He's in NA, so he's motivated. Like, Booga, if he doesn't feel like him and Reed have a chance to do well, he's going to be in the calls tonight. Like, he's going to be talking to people, he's going to be messaging people. Like, Booga's going to cook something up. He didn't just move to Dallas to come get 16 points. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not Booga. So we'll see. Reed's been very confident that Booga is like loyal, stuck, locked in. Reed was also the one saying that he was positive Booga was going to 0 ping. And then he did. So we'll see. I would love to see Booga and Reed last. I'm just saying. Something worth considering. We're talking about how much this matters to the drop spot, but there are factors at play here. But here we go. Muzz and Sphinx, if they want to win this tournament, they need to win for the 3rd time today over Reed and Booga. They need to hold down Humble Hills to hold down their 1st place. This could be good. If they win this, do you think the tournament's over, Jacob?
Yeah, if they win this, it's over. Because, I mean,
okay.
Again, once they touch placement points, like, that means Ritual, Agers, or I can't remember who else is, like, right under them.
A lot.
They're going to need a minimum 10 elim win.
Yeah. Canada Rapid needs to basically have a huge pop-off. They could try and fight them. There is a world Canada Rapid, see them win in the feed from Humble Hills, and then head over them classified, but that doesn't feel like a Canada Rapid play, and they still want to hold on to 2nd. There is still good money for 2nd, and they could easily lose that. We'll see. We saw Shark and Teeny today roll the dice, go try to make the play for 1st and drop into 3rd, which on EU is even more money, but let's see it. Sphinx and Muzz. Is Booga Reed here? Oh, yeah, they're here. This is happening again. 2-0 right now to Sphinx and Muzz, but even if they win this one, we'll see. Reed and Booga. Booga's rocking an interesting skin choice.
Ghost Burger or whatever it is. It's like a Ghost Rider. Oh, Booga's already getting tagged up.
Okay. Not off to a great start for the boys. We have double burger loadout here.
I was going to say, don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. I know Reed saw somebody in the sky, and Sphinx is the one he has to go after. He gets some damage on the Sphinx. Sphinx does have bandages, finds some more minis there, thanks to the big ammo crate. So this might be a prolonged fight here, especially with what's actually on the line between Muzz and Sphinx.
Yeah, Muzz and Sphinx right now. Got the building control. We've only got the SMG on Sphinx. Muzz has the shotguns and the AIs. Dropping the invis splash down. Throws one onto Sphinx as well. Maybe kind of gives them that cross without Booga and Reed noticing. The invis splashes haven't been a huge factor this season, but it's enough to kind of keep them locked down as they make it to the POI. And Booga and Reed's going to keep looting. They don't exactly have the best weapons right now, but neither do Muzz and Sphinx. So we'll see. It's looking like a pretty even 2v2 right now.
I see this being a world where Sphinx and Muzz maybe want to split, but then Booga and Reed are like, nah.
Yeah, maybe. Honestly,
they're
potentially.
both burgers.
I mean, maybe. Sphinx has the shotgun. Muzz has the dual auto. So, I mean, maybe. They could try and split and just play it out for placement, but I'm liking the confidence from Muzz and Sphinx earlier before. They got out-dropped because they didn't realize they were going to get conned. Kind of got decent loot with like, yo, I have a shotgun, you have a shotgun, let's just fight them. And then they won. And that's the reason why they're in this position now. So I think Muzz and Sphinx have had the beat on them today. They've played better, so they could back that up. But looks like, Jacob, you might be worth the big bucks for a reason. I think Muzz and Sphinx, they are disengaging, at least for now, maybe.
Yeah, and they're going back to their drop spot when you were talking about being contested, and they didn't actually contest it. They stayed on the mountain. This is exactly what they're going for. There's plenty of metal. There's a good amount of resources up there. Depending on what else is taken around them, they can still go for more. Biggest thing right now, though, is to see kind of like the edge of the zone. So already we're going to go to center zone or all the way towards the north, maybe even towards the east.
Yeah, that's fair. Muzz and Sphinx is grabbing some extra loot. Where'd Pete drop? I think just mountain. Yeah, chat. Pete's on mountain. Again, I'm gonna I'll watch them if they're gonna fight, but they're looking over at CLIX and Higgs. They might try and make a more aggressive push on the CLIX and Higgs. Oh, they're doing it. Oh, we're going for it.
I'm ready for it.
I mean, yeah, we got the Fizzberry going. We might be, maybe we're just moving our way down, but compared to how they played every other game has been one side of mountain split, one side of the other mountain split. Now Pete and Poyo just making their way into Wonky Land, taking a fight. I wonder how much of these kind of plays are just because this season doesn't matter as much, or is this just going to be what we have to look forward to going forward on NA? Like, just every kind of code of, like, ethics and morals we had in the Fortnite scene have just gone out the window in the last month, and, like, it's just no whole bars. If you just want to fight someone, you want to drop on them, it apparently just doesn't matter anymore. We're just going to land on everyone, content, fun, whatever we call it. I don't know. This is getting very, very interesting.
I think it's like a mix of both because the season doesn't matter, and, I mean, if you're having a bad tournament, I mean, what are you going to be happy, for Pete at least, when you're used to winning hundreds of thousands of dollars? Like, you don't care about second, third, fourth place money. You almost don't even care about first sometimes. So you go for, how you feel in the moment, man, because you can play like you want to win, like they did in the start of the tournament, and then here you can see it's so much further out of reach. They're just like, let's just let loose, have fun in the last game of the day, make them beat us.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, so far, most of these mid-game fights that have gone down, I think CLIX still has the edge, but it's hard to keep track anymore. But right now, looks like CLIX definitely has the edge. Poyo down to 76 HP, no shield, stuck in an awkward spot on the grind rails. CLIX using that to his advantage, try to jump in. It's going to be on Pete now. Try to open this one up, get some damage on the CLIX and Higgs to try to alleviate the pressure because Poyo took his swing and based on the health trade, it looks like he missed. But Pete Full health right now. Poyo's got the health back up as well. CLIX and Higgs have good loadouts. Only dual shotguns for Higgs, though. Doesn't have the pump. That's going to be a bit unfortunate. And CLIX in the box right now gets smacked. That's 100 damage. Higgs gets hit hard as well. Higgs goes down. It looks like, wait a second, I was going to say Pete and Poyo winning this one, but CLIX answers with big damage. Poyo's on the corner. CLIX has to go on to PETERBOT. Has the piece control. No, Pete has the wall to 150. CLIX is putting in pain right now. CLIX is putting in huge damage in these fights. They've always been scrappy. Higgs goes down. I call the fight as over, and CLIX starts handing out max pumps, almost clutching it, but he has to run. It's a numbers disadvantage at the end of the day.
Yeah, that was actually over 300 damage in a matter of seconds coming out from CLIX. Unfortunately, once you get chopped down there and you can kind of see the elevation difference, you have no choice but to disengage. CLIX is going to run out towards the back. He knows that's Pete and Poyo, so in theory, this side of the map should be relatively clear, depending on how fast they rushed over, which we know it was pretty quick that PETERBOT and Poyo jumped out of their drop spot. So there is a decent amount of loot here still for CLIX for him to grab. Depending on the gold, there is a lot of gold as well, but there's some other teams. Pete and Poyo left, and other people made it their own.
CLIX is now just trying to scramble and make anything happen. He's got the 3 heal grenades, knows the porta potty rotates now to get out of this one, but Pete and Poyo keying him. CLIX could have maybe baited that he went through. He baited that he went through. I like the play from CLIX. Unfortunately, potentially the execution not quite there. 67 tag. Pete and Poyo win it. Pete's hitting the dance moves, and we talked about it the whole tournament, and it feels like, why do we keep talking about it? But it just seems to not really matter what happens with Pete and Poyo's tournament. It's just all roads lead to CLIX. And CLIX goes down. We go see what Muzz and Sphinx are doing. They had to disengage out of the POI. Reed and Booger taking a lot of the loot, but Muzz and Sphinx holding on right now. 369 points. Ritual's gone down, so Ages is now solo. So it means even if Muzz and Sphinx go down now, it's most likely only one team that can catch up and overtake them.
Yeah, it's going to be a miracle because you look what the zone is at. There's no Sandy Strip inside of the zone this game. Maybe in 5th, 6th zone, that's when Sandy Strip will be in there. So he's going to have to rotate probably all the way south, maybe towards the eastern side of the map if he wants an out-of-zone reboot ban. So it's going to definitely take a long time for him to get his teammates back. I wouldn't say it's out just yet because we have seen miracle revives come out from not only them but other teams throughout the course of the divisional finals this season. But it's definitely going to be tough because of Storm Surge and the way these lobbies have been playing. But Sphinx Muzz, they make it part of their priority to rotate in towards the zone. They take one of the mountains just outside Lethal Labs. I would love to see them maybe go a little bit further towards the north. So I think eventually they're going to have to continue to rotate up there. But hey, I mean, step 1 is done. PETERBOT saves the day, instantly opens up that build and just deletes Dexy.
Yeah, Pete and Poyo looking like they're continuing their run now. Pete was CLIX was the first target, and now Stepping Stone going to try and drop more elims. No chance of winning the tournament, but chance to maybe clutch up a high point game. Vico and Mally, again, the last 2 weeks of EU in game 6 and 5. Back-to-back wins, double-digit, fly up the leaderboard. With 4 points per elim, a 10-kill win. What is that? That's 105 points. So you can have a huge surge up the leaderboard. Not enough to win the tourney, but could be enough to put a more respectable performance on the board for Pete and Poyo. Don't know if that is what they really care about at this point. I think they're just letting it fly out there. As right now, Muzz and Sphinx looking extremely comfortable, though. This is progressing very, very well for their game.
Yeah, that's what I was like. If they live off spawn, it's one of those things where it's going to take something that hasn't happened yet today, them to go down early out of these games. And I just don't think it's going to happen naturally, at least.
Yeah.
They got good position on the map. Even Cold getting Elim, Kanata, and Rapid. I do say I do like the proactivity in terms of Kanata and Rapid pushing themselves further and further towards the north. They're already at painted pumps. So if the zone continues to pull in this direction, Muzz and Sphinx will have to rotate, and Kanata and Rapid will not have to move at all.
So even the point now where Kanata and Rapid can't even find Muzz and Sphinx too. I thought the only world where maybe they make it off spawn and it matters is like there's a position where Rapid, Kanata like insta-rotate over and try and clean up the fight. But like I said, Rapid and Kanata just don't really seem like players like that. For whatever's happening in the rest of the world on NA, it does still feel like certain pros just not going for certain plays that just probably wouldn't work out for them anyway. Rapid, Kanata, they get to get first and second back-to-back 2 weeks in a row. If they play well here, they were only 1 point clear of Ages and Ritual. They're still only 1 point clear. I'm not really sure what's happened here. I'm guessing Ages has the reboot card. He's kind of setting up for the reboot, but he's really taking his time. My gosh, Ages. He's looking left, right before he crosses the road. He is checking every single crevice and corner of this box to make sure he can get this reboot off for free. So Richland Age is still in the run to maybe take second, because that's kind of what we're looking at right now.
It almost seems like he's scared of the team. The bottom right of Sandy, I'm thinking potentially they were the ones that got the elimination, so you might think they're still there. But I do like how Sandy Strip is not a single soul here. Agers, even though he doesn't necessarily know it, he should be getting this reboot now. Now is the perfect time. You get it. Possibly not even take a damage on the way down, so surge resets, but it's something that you could take advantage of. Pete and Poyo just knock down Castle again. Civ is in the path, but hey, I mean, what is it? What is a realistic number? Is it 25 elims in the win? Obviously, Muzz and Sphinx got to go down, but let's just play pretend here for a moment.
Okay, we're at 192 points. We need to come up with we need to get 170 points here, which is a win. 65, so we need 110 points of elims, which is 30. We need 30. 30. Yeah, we need a 30 bomb win here to make this
24
happen.
more. What's wrong with that?
24 to go. I mean, I just love the fact every time I click back on them, it's just instant pop, just like popping someone in the face. Both times now, just clicked in that exact frame. Just edit, insta pump, person goes down. Pete, get in the box of Freaky Bob. This is Vert. So this is Vert and Taki. Again, CLIX and Higgs, not an easy team to push over. Don't know too much about Civ, our Mexican goat, but I was going to say Vert and Taki probably not the easiest team to push over here as well. Freaky Bob making a name for himself, at least as a fan favorite in my channel. I isolate the ones right now. We're respecting the ones. Poyo taking his one against Vert, but never mind. Pete's now making his way over. Freaky Bob making a bit of a play onto Pete, though. Vert really fighting for this one. Pete and Poyo having to slow down a bit. They're running out of material, maybe running out of steam. Pete needs to take down Freaky Bob ASAP. Has the edits. Doesn't open this one. Vert and Pete have gone toe-to-toe many times. Vert is one of the veterans of this region. Pete tries to make his way through the cone, doesn't want to jump in, doesn't want to give Freaky Bob any chances to hit the bailout pump. And I don't even know where Taki is in this scenario. Is Taki even here? Did he just run? Okay, there he is. Now Taki's running. And Poyo and Pete finally take down Vert. Or is that Taki? Which one's Vert? Which one's Taki?
Taki's Bob.
Okay, so that was Taki and this is now Vert. Okay. Well, you say Vert's Vert, but he's Vert Taki's shoe.
Okay, that is true. Wait.
So I'm saying, which one's which? I'm guessing this is Vert because he's got Vert at the start of his name, I think. No, this is Taki. I was right. Freaky Bob is Vert, and this is Taki. Taki's in my chat. I mean, oh my god. You guys don't make it easy for us. Holy shit. Me and Jacob are getting old. Please, help us.
I hope you guys make the most intense clutch play this weekend, and I don't even know who it is.
Oh, damn. You're really making Jacob go that far, bro. That's basically like, Jacob basically just spat on you. I'm going to be honest. Like, that's as bad as insulting as Jacob gets. I hope you have a fantastic tournament, but you get less recognition.
Yeah. PETERBOT took down 26 more. No, hold on. 26, 25, 24, 23. I think it's 22.
You gotta take shoes off for this one. It's a lot. There's a lot to go.
22 more.
8 eliminations. Well, I mean, they're kind of doing it.
Muzz needs to go down right now. I was going to say 22. It's, to me, I feel like most players, we talk about it, and it is a joke. It's like, whatever. But when it's PETERBOT Poyo, I feel like a small, like, it might be like a 1 in 100,000 chance it actually happens, but it's not 0.
I think it's also the fact that to get those kills though, Muzz needs to be one of them very soon. Otherwise, they're just farming placement for Muzz at this point. Like, it's just, if you kill the lobby out that much, Muzz just, as long as there's not Muzz in that list, he's just in placement now. Like, we got to have 9 go down, and then placement. 9 teams go down and placement starts. So like, we're getting there. For Pete and Boy to do it, they got to pretty much hand the win to Muzz, unless they find Muzz. But I mean, he is kind of in their path. Muzz and Sphinx making a chill rotate here. 128, 132. The loadout looking immaculate. Ages and Ritual, though, get their 1 elim, which is the difference. And they're now ahead of Kanata Rapid. This still matters for second. And Ages is fighting Curve. Curve jumps on him. Ages blocks him off. The aggression we're seeing today. The amount of times players have had to close their edits and just not take damage. I wonder if it's a virtue of, like, the surge. Maybe just not wanting to risk it. Maybe both. Just how good players are getting on average.
Yeah, I think it's like a combination of both, because don't you go down in surge, you're just playing catch up the rest of the way, and if you get one of those max pulls, it almost feels impossible for you to catch up. If Peter sees somebody in the sky, he's going on a chase. He's seeking missiles here. Demus finally turns around. Good damage on the Pete, but the third party comes in, landing some shots on a Demus, distracting him just a little bit, forcing PETERBOT to slow his roll just a little bit. And this is not a good time to slow things down. It's a 2-tick now, which isn't too bad. But in 30 seconds, it's going to turn into a 5. Demus has the edit. PETERBOT PETERBOT finally gets in the box, gets the Elam, the Siphon, the miracles for PETERBOT, and Pollo continue. 21 more.
PETERBOT and Pollo, 9 eliminations. Pollo's rotate slowed down a lot. Only 9 builds as well. So Pollo definitely needs to try to get some mats off Pete. Start getting this game going as Aegis goes down. Ritual now solo in Storm. This is very, very big for Canada Rapid to try to go first and second back-to-back. We've pretty much given up on whether Muzz and Sphinx can be beaten. They're so close to getting placement points. It could still happen if they go down, but it has to be right now. And they are looking way, way too healthy for that.
Yeah, 32 placements start to come in top 25, and already it's 100 plus. Would you say like 170 at one point for Pete and Pollo at least?
Yeah.
Rapid and Canada still in here. Are they still alive?
They are still alive. They're chilling.
Quiet. I would say it's been a very, very quiet game for them, and honestly, that's what kind of scares me. Maybe they're just complacent getting second, but Canada really has no choice but to nosedive down over 150 damage just like that in the blink of an eye. And almost kind of good thing Storage Surge turned off because I could only imagine what it did to them.
Yeah, Canada and Rapid kind of need this game to die out a little bit. I imagine their surge not looking too great. Northeast zone, first time we've seen one of these zones. First time we've had a zone that just is anywhere on this map, not just on NA, but on EU as well today. It's felt like we've never seen this area. As Pete and Pollo find their way in, 53 builds between them. Might be running out of gas right now, running on fumes, but all it takes is one big refresh onto a team like Bolt and Acorn, and all of a sudden we got a lot back in the tank, but Pollo now getting hit hard as they make their way in. They've dealt enough damage. Surge will not be an issue, but how much mats they have to burn through every time they got to block off these angles. 7 and 39. It's going to be Donnie and Chance in the sideline for Pete and Pollo, and again, even if Pete and Pollo aren't winning the tournament, we're still watching. They're putting on a show till the very end, and Pete's gonna just disengage, abandon Pollo, leave him behind. He's got active Storm Sickness. Bolt managed to take him down and gets the finish. Unfortunately, as much as we thought it was gonna happen, Jacob, I don't think Pete is winning this Cash Cup.
I mean, I still got hope right now. Oh, okay, never mind.
And it's Muzz! And they go down to first. It goes full circle. Muzz and Sphinx get their first kill of the game, and it is on PETERBOT. 3-7-3, pushing the lead extra far ahead. And Aegis and Ritual have gone down. So Canada Rapid, all they need to do is gain 8 more points here. Don't know how the tie break's going to go, so we'll say 8 points to make sure, and that should be second, unless Bolt and Acorn could win and actually jump up and steal it. A very Vico Malabuka ending for Acorn and Bolt here if they win this game and steal it all, maybe. Not the win, but the second.
Similar situation, though. You still need Canada Rapid kind of go down relatively early. One more team, placement points will start to move in, and every team that goes down, more and more placements up to the 65. Sphinx and Muzz, they've been honestly calm, cool, collected, playing a very, very methodical game through and through, and even being contested by Booga and Reap, winning it 3 times back to back to back. All off spawn, really kind of showing that, hey, we might have played a little bit of roster roulette to get here, but we've reunited as a team, and we're looking stronger than ever. But there's still Canada and Rapid to worry about. A few eliminations going down early. Muzz and Sphinx could honestly still toss this one away, and now they're 79 below? I was fluffing a little bit, but maybe it's realistic.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking potentially this is not possible, but now, like, there is a world. 79, 17 players have to go down. Again, we talked about playing complacent. I can't really call it complacency. They got pushed out of their PY. They didn't fight Reed and Booga, and that might come back to bite them. That is kind of the choices you have to make, and now you got to live with it much, much later into the game. 22 below. Got some good damage. Muzz doesn't pick up the Enforcer. He's still got that pistol, but only 6 players. This isn't too bad. 23 above now. I think as long as they don't take any damage here, we should have been okay, because 6 players going down, we would have been fine. We now are not fine. 2 below. It's a couple tags. We're almost in.
I'm just dying right now. The amount of times I feel like we've cursed people today alone. This is the worst combination for anybody playing. But for the viewers at home, you're probably loving it right now. Kanata even picks up an elimination onto Queasy, and they actually grab the body, making sure to get every morsel of that loot as possible. A huge upgrade from literally a common pump to a gold. And Rapid, you know as well as I do, he actually loves that kind of double pump coming out. And so for Muzz and Sphinx, placement points have just started to set in. 25 below the damage threshold here, and they need to start playing because Storm Surge is now active every 7 seconds. They do land a couple of shots to get above the damage threshold, but they're in the backside of the zone. Multiple players see it, and they're targeting him out. Sphinx takes a ton of damage. Muzz gets choked out by the zone itself. They're still below the damage threshold. Even though they were able to position themselves well, they have still went ahead and went down. They gotten separated. Sphinx is eliminated back to the lobby, and now there's a ton of pressure on Muzz here as a solo to stay alive just a little bit longer.
I mean, he did it last game. He got a top 5 as a solo when he needed to, and right now, Muzz, every single placement point, he won't need a top 5. I think once this gets into like that top 15 mark even, just 8 more teams, 7 more teams now, that should do it and push the lead to an insurmountable amount. But you never know. 385, Canada Rapid, they're our last week winners. So they've been here before. They've won a ton. This is not just a nobody team on Muzz's heels. It is one of the best teams on NA. So Muzz has a tall order ahead of him, but he's the solo master for a reason. Let's see what he can do. 44 builds, 2 medkits to play Storm. Gonna try to pop the rotate and don't know if he checked if he was clear there, but luckily doesn't get caught on that rotate.
Yeah, and he's able to position himself relatively high up on the map, lands a shot onto OG, and he's able to slip on out. Thing 2 comes out of nowhere, trying to put pressure on Muzz, but just a little bit too late. He's still able to slip out safely. Top 21 position, but the pressure is just continuous. Muzz having to jump even further outside of the zone. 10 tick. He has the 2 medkits, but does he have the time? Players are still going down, but it's the first team right now that's dropped with both Vet and Ozone getting separated. Top 19. Oliver OG going down as well, but it's just leaving players as solos. Full teams aren't dropping, which means Muzz is not getting points.
I think he thought that was a zip line. I thought it was a zip line as well. I think Muzz was banking on that being a zip line that he could then ride into safety, and he couldn't. Canada and Rapid 391 is the points they have to overtake. So this would be an insane game. They need a lot more eliminations. This isn't just a win. This is 100 points from now, basically. So this is going to be like a 7 Elim wins worth of points from now. They've already got placement. I think it's over, but my math is too rough to say. But Canada Rapid, unfortunately, might not even give us a chance to guess whether it's possible, as they're in a rough spot. 48 HP, no shield. Rapid's got 12 health, 12 shield, popping that med kit. Acorn now, Bolts, unfortunately, is a solo. I thought maybe they could steal second if Rapid and Canada go down, but it feels like Muzz and Sphinx have done enough, but you never know.
Yeah, for Rapid and Canada, there's still plenty of points left on the board, but they need to go after them. But Canada goes down, but he drops right into the box. Potential for a revive to come through, even with the zone on its back, but it's now moving, so Rapid's going to have to give up onto that one. He goes outside of the zone, cannot pop the jetpack. There's too many builds up above, and so are players. He goes down altogether. Bolt's trying to steal it away and secure that top 2 spot. He has a little bit longer to go, but possibilities are endless when it comes to someone like Bolts. He is a solo LAN champion for DreamHack. He is an FNCS champion on NA West, and he's playing with one of the best IGLs for a reason, as he slips and slides out of one dangerous spot into a much safer box on the other side.
Doesn't count quite, but double gold right now. Hasn't proved himself on Central yet. Only on Bolt's one of the goats of Central. I was going to take I couldn't take a stab at him. Right now we have Cold and Veno though. Rough day for Cold and Veno. Maybe a big win at the very end to just kind of save the vibes. Going up on high ground. Harvey gets beamed. Veno has active storm sickness right now. 9 eliminations on the high ground. Cold with a skin right now. Cam on the low ground. 7 HP. Alavir and Listen still in this one as well. And right now, it's all eyes on Bolts to maybe clutch up. I don't think second's possible, but I don't know if he's done enough to take third just yet, but it's right on the edge. Alavira Listener right here gets a big tag. Can't quite find enough. That's one of the only duos in the lobby. Unfortunately for Bolts, can't find either of them. Needs Cypher, needs something. 24 health, 25 shield, 0 builds, nothing to work with. And he headed straight into Cold. Cold and Veno, I think, should be pulling up a double-digit win to at least save the vibes.
Yeah, Cold taking down his org mate, Aloe and Listen. They're trying to break into the box, but the zone is not on their side. Listen goes down. Jez just gets both of those back-to-back eliminations here, but his teammate's boxed up, and he gets packed and shipped off. UPS, first-class shipping, and now he's in a 1v1, though. Veno versus Jez. This is a huge moment here, but he's getting ticked off one by one by one. Veno has storm sickness, but it's not enough time on the clock. Cold and Veno will close out the last game of the day.
I am going to be honest, I think it saves the vibes, but also I totally forgot Cole and Veno were in this one as well. Just unfortunate day for them. They've just been out of the storylines, but bringing it back right at the very end, getting some focus on them. And I believe it is Muzz and Sphinx, 391 points. They're going to do it comfortably. comfortably over Rapid Canada. Well contested in 3 games out of 6 is an insane performance. Again, Muzz and Coop, Curly were doing great. I was gassing them up. Then Muzz lost Curly, went back to playing with Sphinx. So far, Cooper and Curly have had more of the spotlight on them for doing better in the last couple weeks. But hey, Muzz and Sphinx, when it matters, Div 1 finals, biggest tourney of the week, outside of Reload, comes in first. Rapid and Canada, though, first and second 2 weeks in a row. Canada not dropped again, I guess? I mean, last week we got baited into thinking that Canada got dropped after winning. Do we think he gets dropped after second?
I don't know, man. It's just, I think it's Cold's decision at this point. It's not even Rapid's choice. It's Cold's choice.
Yeah, and Cold and Ven. I mean, the 7th. That's why we like that. That's why that 12 Elam win. Veno's got it. 7th place. The vibes are good. Veno's going to be like, yo, we got this, man. We looking good, right? And then, you know, maybe we'll see. I'm not sure. Dude, what a tourney, though. Jeez.
Yeah. For another good one, bro. Dude. Ever since Division Cup started again, we're just getting treated with cinema.
It's just bangers. Just always banger tournaments. EU, NA. And then we've got Elite Series tomorrow. Oh, I was going to say, can't wait to watch it with you, but you're on the broadcast, man. And you're going to be joined with special guest. Wait, we already said Blake. Crap, I got to bait Levin. Damn it, I got to try and ask about EU. Yeah, you got Blake. That's right. I got to try and figure out who the special guest is on EU. Damn it. And you wouldn't know who that is, obviously. You know, they didn't tell you about that because, like, you know, you wouldn't know.
I might know, I might not know. You know what I'm saying? I keep my ear to the ground at all times. Not because I'm short, but because I'm just paying very, very close attention. Wait, what about our top 5? We had the same top 5.
Our Pred was good. We missed out on Cold and Veno, but and Pete and Poyo, obviously. But yeah. So Virgo, and Harvey, and Kingling and Rise. Kingling and Rise in 5th was actually, and Acorn Balls. Yeah, actually, no, we did shit. I thought we did better. We got 2. No, I thought we did better than we did. We didn't do well. No, we didn't. We got Rapid and Canada and Agent Ritual. It's because I love so many of these teams, but yeah, I didn't predict them. I can't claim I did. But Kingling and Rise in 5th, after the start they had, is insane. Look at that. 7th, 3rd, 7th. Yo, W Rise. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I was beginning to think, as I was trying to ask myself the question, does Rise even take this game serious anymore?
Yeah.
I think it's just hard to take it serious when you're stuck in like the roster blender. You know what I mean? Once you lock in with somebody that you feel confident, especially King, who's getting all the respect in the world, rightfully so, I think that gives Rise a whole different motivation because he's like, hey, I'm competing, and there's an actual reason because I can contend.
That's true. That's fair. Thanks for joining me, bro. I appreciate it. Now, again, are you got anything on next week, or you don't know? Put you on the spot. Free next week. Run it back. Do it again.
I don't think so. I want to do it again.
Ooh, nice.
But I'll let you know as the week goes on.
Mike, are you watching West now? Or are you chilling? You got Elite Series tomorrow, obviously.
No. Right now, my wife's friend's daughter graduation party, and I'm going to graduation party.
Look at you go. Enjoy. Party. Graduation party. Damn,
Woo,
Jacob.
Let's go celebrate, Muzz. I always knew you can do it, buddy. My predictions never had, Pete, Rapid, Aegis, Cold, Veno. Hold on, let me edit.
Dude, this is literally my son, and I didn't predict him, so it's fine. He knows. He knows how it is. He knows what the deal is. I'm actually offended. Hello, Muzz. Where are you? How the fuck is Muzz not shut up with my chat yet? I'm about to slap this kid in Minecraft. Hello?
I'm like, nobody watches my stream. I'm just going to lie. I edited my predictions. No one's going to call me out on it, bro. I had the exact top 5 placement for placement. I even guessed the exact points. Did you know that? It's crazy.
Did you really? Wow, that's insane. But I was going to say, if you show a bit dusty to the Elite Series broadcast tomorrow, we know, like the graduation party got a little bit crazy.
I'm going to be dusty anyway. I haven't gotten a haircut, so.
Oh, true. And you do have some fresh lineups. Thank you, Jacob. I appreciate it, bro. I'll be watching tomorrow. I'll see you next weekend. Enjoy the party. Thank you, dude. Everyone chat, say W, Jacob. We love Jacob. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it.
Love you, brother. Have a good one.
Man. Now, chat, he's not still streaming, so obviously no point rating, but I will do a shout out. If you guys haven't followed Jacob's channel, as you can tell, he is the absolute GOAT. He does a lot of watch parties for West that I don't do either. And then obviously, if you just want to watch Jacob over me, like I get it. Sometimes I want to watch Jacob over me. So my man's just amazing. But I mean, I guess kind of just chilling, dude. I don't really know if there's too much to do, dude. I guess we'll see. I kind of want to hit the gym. That was a good ass stream, but I think like, I mean, how's CLIX feeling? Is there not really, like, I feel bad, man. It's just kind of rough, dude. That was a rough day in the office. Yeah, and JC, I mean, especially as a Muzz fan, bro, you're kind of stuck in the middle. CLIX going to stay live? Yeah, I'll happily raise them if they're staying live. I don't know if CLIX is staying live. I mean, I feel for it, bro. It's just one of those days, dude. CLIX is trying to play his Tony, man. He's chilling? All right, if CLIX is going to stay live, I don't know what he's going to do. He's been live a fair bit today. Victor V's doing West. CLIX is staying live. Top 10 OG raid. I mean, if OG is sticking around, I'll raid CLIX. If CLIX going to keep chilling, I'll raid CLIX, chat. I'm guessing he's going to do something. So, chat, go show CLIX some love. I appreciate y'all. Little banger stream today. I did end in between, but I will call it a 10-hour stream. We had to start early this morning because of EU starting earlier. I love y'all. Thanks for the vibes. YouTube, Twitch combined, you guys are great. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We have Elite Series Finals, EU and NA. I'm going to watch Brazil myself in between. But for EU and NA, we have the broadcast. When you're watching the broadcast, I'm able to talk to you guys way more. I'm sorry I didn't get to talk to you much today. Obviously, when I'm casting, fully locked in. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Helios, Fusion, Quinn again, Sags, Playboy. But I want to hit the gym, chat, so I'm not going to stick around. We're going to end here. Show CLIX some love. Follow him. Gas him up. YouTube gang. Obviously, you guys can't jump in the raid, but I'm guessing CLIX's going to keep streaming if you guys want to go check him out as well. So, peace out, chat. You guys are amazing. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, chat.